I'm gonna try surviving 50 hours in Cisco's medieval RPG. This mod pack turns Minecraft into the ultra difficult fantasy RPG of your dreams. It's got custom structures, class selection, a talent tree, and a leveling system that infinitely scales based on your distance from spawn. I mean, this is a level 339,409 sheep. Look at him. My goal during these 50 hours is to defeat every single boss in the main questline, as well as the two final bosses, Cisco and the Fell King. And of course, I'm in hardcore mode, meaning any one mistake could be my last. Grab your snacks and sit back, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to be a long one. Can I forge a tale of power and glory, or will I lose it all at the last moment? Keep watching to find out. Welcome everybody to 100 Days in Cisco's Medieval RPG. Now before we get started, we actually have to go ahead and pick our origin. There's a ridiculous amount of different options here, but I already know which one I want to be. We're going to go with the Shulk origin because it keeps us fairly normal, but we get some rather useful benefits. We have access to an additional 9 slots of inventory, which keep the items on death, but that's not particularly useful of course because we're in hardcore. We also have sturdy skin, which means even without wearing armor, our skin provides natural protection. We're also strong enough to break stones without a pick, which isn't super useful. And then our two drawbacks are that we cannot hold a shield and we also have to eat more, but those aren't particularly bad. So let's go ahead and pick Shulk, and we also get to pick a Divine Blessing. And I'm thinking we already start off by building the most optimized character we can by picking Athena's Blessing. We get the minor boon of Fortitude, which blesses our armor, granting us a +5 defense boost. And upon slaying the Ender Dragon, we get a permanent 8% reduction to all incoming damage. And then the final thing we have to pick is our class. I'm thinking we go with the Cook class because food crafted by us is more saturating, which means we'll heal more from it. The second part isn't particularly useful, we just get more experience from cooking in a smoker. Right, with that chosen, we should spawn into the world. So here we are, our 100 days begins, and we've actually spawned right next to an airship. We'll of course start off by collecting a bit of wood, and we should just be able to dig straight down and skip straight to stone tools since we can mine stone with our hands. Oh yes, look at that. Feels very weird to be punching stone. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, War Thunder. War Thunder is the ultimate large-scale multiplayer action game, and best of all, it's completely free to play. Command tanks, take to the skies, or rule the seas in massive, fast-paced battles in locations around the globe. The realism in this game is off the charts. It has a unique damage model, which completely removes the need for clunky health bars that break your immersion. The new update, Leviathans, has added incredible new features for players to try out. There's the American stealth helicopter, the Comanche, as well as the Soviet T-72B3 tank, and the legendary Yamato battleship. Download War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by using the link in the description. All new players and those who haven't played War Thunder for half a year or more will receive 100,000 Silver Lions, the special decorator Eagle of Valor, and more. You can also fully immerse yourself in the exciting battles with War Thunder Mobile, an epic mobile multiplayer action game. Download and play it for free on iOS or Android using the link in the description. And now let's get back to the video. We'll go ahead and make ourselves a crafting table, and then we'll grab a stone axe and a stone pickaxe like so. We do have a ridiculous amount of guidebooks in our inventory. We can go ahead and chuck all these out because if we ever need information, we can either recraft the books or just use the wiki. We also start off with these two trinkets, the first one being the Ring of the Seven Curses. This thing will permanently alter our playthrough and is for an ultra hardcore mode, so we will not be using this. We have also spawned with this enigmatic amulet, which says ever since you first stepped into this world, it resides in your possession. Apparently it gives us plus 10% lifesteal, so sure, why not? If we could equip it, that would be nice. There we go. I don't know if we get a plus 10% benefit to any lifesteal effect or whether we now automatically have plus 10% lifesteal. And also I've just checked the map and apparently there's a floating village right next to us as well that we just can't see because it's outside of render distance. We'll grab a bit more wood and then we'll head up there first because if we're going to take on this airship, we're going to need a bit of food first. Plus you never know, the villagers could have some basic tools and resources for us. I did not realize the Shulk defense boost was going to be this good. If you look at the bar above our health, we actually almost have iron armor just by existing. Now granted, iron armor isn't exactly very good, but if we actually craft some iron armor and wear it, we're going to have above netherite defense, which is pretty crazy. Let's craft all of our oak logs into planks, and we'll also make ourselves a handy boat. Oh, there's also a tower over there. There's so many structures already, and we've just spawned in. Now, the mod pack does have the epic fight mod, which makes combat a little bit different, so I am going to have to keep that in mind. It's quite nice to know that we're towering up above water, so if we do somehow fall off for any reason, we're actually going to survive instead of becoming a splat on the floor. We're finally finally closing in on the village now. Also, these airships are always full of skeleton spawners, and the skeletons actually wield axes, but we can completely get around this because there's a hidden chest somewhere around there that has all the best loot. This is what happens when you spend multiple years of your life playing Minecraft mod packs. You start to become an absolute nerd. Thankfully, we have just enough planks to get up here, but we almost didn't have enough. This mod pack also lets us bridge in front of us, which for the Bedrock players is nothing special, but for us Java players, that is amazing. Alright, greetings everyone. I don't see... Oh, there we go. I wish the villagers had names, because it makes it much more fun when it's personal. I can be like, hi Damien, now die. See, look, if I just call him Librarian, that is nowhere near as impactful. Anyway, let's crack open this chest. We've got ourselves a pair of iron gloves. Lovely. Those will probably not keep our hands warm, but they do give us +5 attack damage. We have these roller skates, which are a pretty terrible trinket. I've come across these in other mod packs, and they basically make us slip and slide everywhere like we're on ice. We've also got some obsidian, plus an iron chestplate. I've also discovered how to access our shulker inventory. We just press G, and it gives us this. Let's also make sure we get our iron gloves equipped. There we go. And we'll also grab all of these bookshelves, because we want to make sure we can have a maxed out enchanting setup. Although, judging by the fact these bookshelves are showing actual stats for their enchanting power, we're going to need to upgrade them at some point. We may as well just grab all of these. We'll steal every bookshelf here. Still need to fix the food problem, and there we go. We'll also grab a saddle just in case we find ourselves a horse. And also, since it's getting dark and I really don't want to be attacked on the very first night by some super powerful monster, we'll get some sleep. Alright, I guess we're going to be bunkmates now. Get out the way. And we're also going to steal the bed. These guys even have a very handy carrot patch for us, so we'll steal all of it. They don't really need the food. They'll be fine. I don't really know how they're going to get any other food, considering we're up in the sky, but they'll figure it out. We've got to make sure to keep our food supplies as topped up as possible, because we will get very hungry. Hey, we've got ourselves an iron helmet, and it's actually got an affix to it. It is a blessed iron helmet of the Mage Hunter, giving us some extra health and some extra spell resistance. Oh, and the iron chestplate's actually upgraded too. It just gives an extra +1 armor. This village is proving to be very profitable indeed. We're going to steal from every single villager house until there's nothing left. I love stealing. I love taking things. We have ourselves another relic here, the horse flute. Now, I also know what this does, even though it's telling us we can learn more about it on the researching table. It lets us store a horse inside the flute for easy transportation. We're also getting loads of obsidian from this village. We don't have to, but we could make a nether portal if we really wanted. It's a speedrunner's dream. Also, that is an anvil, my good sir. I would love to borrow that, and by borrow it, I mean just steal it from right in front of you. Thanks very much. Now that I think about it, we have enough iron to make a pickaxe, so let's do that, and we'll grab a second anvil with it. This chest has some scrolls of regeneration, which only apply to citizens around us, which is useless. I only want to heal me, not them. We have a few different things in this chest. We have a leather belt and a hunter belt, plus another pair of roller skates and a flawed holy gem. It gives plus 10% to holy spell power, but we're not really going to focus on spells because melee is just so much better in this mod pack. Right, so in order to actually make a researching table, we need some slabs, a block of gold, and a piece of glowstone, plus some wool. Well, there's the glowstone already sorted. We'll go and pilfer that. Although we only got 2 dust, so we're going to have to mine a second piece. Please give us the extra glowstone dust that we need. Thank you very much. All that's left is for us to find some gold, and then we can already start unlocking the relics. We have a cracked splendor gem here, which gives a bunch of different effects depending on what piece of gear it's applied to. And it appears we've reached the end of the village, so we now really have stolen everything. I'm also going to store our books and our gem in our shulker inventory, just because we don't particularly need them right now. And now we may as well get going and check out that airship. Into the water we go. Please don't let there be a random block there, or we'd be completely ruined. I'm always pretty careful of water in mod packs, because half the time they just love to add some super OP enemy that spawns all the time and can kill you on day 2, like John the Evil Octopus or something. I'm looking at you, Ice and Fire mod, with your sea serpents. I was going to cut down some trees to get blocks. I've just remembered there's a whole ladder leading us up there. We may as well grab a few extra blocks anyway, just because they'll be useful to have. And while we're here, we can check out this tower. The advancement says Tower of Power, so I certainly hope we find some good stuff in here. There seems to be gems on the walls, so we'll take all of those, although they are going to fill up our inventory pretty quickly. And then up here, we have this, although I believe, if I remember correctly, this is a trap chest, so there's going to be TNT. Yes, there is. Don't try and trick me. I've played these games before. What have we got in here? Whoa, okay, quite a lot of enchanted books. Let's grab all the iron and gold first of all, and then let's see what we've got. We've got Serpent Charmer. This seems pretty terrible. We've got Acrobat 7, which reduces the cooldown time between dodge rolls, which is quite useful. We have Armored Caravan 2, which reduces the amount of damage our horse receives. Pretty terrible. And, oh, this would be so good. So this cheats death on a fatal hit at the cost of a shield. However, because we picked the Shulk origin, we can't use a laser shield. That's brutal. Oh, well, we got some cool gems, I suppose. Our inventory is already pretty full up, so we're going to find ourselves a backpack soon by collecting leather, string, and a chest. Also, night does appear to be falling, so we'll sleep in here just to remain safe. Also, is that the Wandering Trader I hear? Okay, well, it's not the Wandering Trader. It's the Wandering Baker, apparently, bringing us fresh baked goods. He's selling us dough. Great. He's also selling us sweet dough. Is this guy aware that he's supposed to cook the things himself? Like, he's supposed to be the one doing the baking? Who goes to the bakers and goes, yes, let me order all of your dough, please. He is selling chocolate truffles, a cake stand, but no cake. He's selling strawberries, a brick oven, and some baguettes. This guy is the worst baker ever. Useless. Also, what's this? This is apparently from the Undead Unleashed mod. Maybe there's some kind of buried chest here. Or I guess it would be under the pillar. Doesn't look like it. Never mind. I'm also going in the opposite direction to the actual blimp, which is not a great idea. I do not know what I'm doing. Honestly, that just applies to real life as well as Minecraft. Before we go up, we'll grab ourselves some of this coal so we can light it up inside in case it's dark. Oh, look, here's that villager that I punched off. Somehow we actually survived. He does indeed hold a grudge against me, although probably not enough of a grudge. Like, for some reason, his only punishment for me punching him off is 3 extra paper for his trade. Me personally, if someone made an attack on my life, I would probably do a little bit more than just jack up my prices slightly. He's a villager though, so what do you expect? Not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. Now, I would love to go ahead and climb this ladder, but the game for some reason thinks I want to just bounce on the surface of the water like it's a trampoline. I also believe if I place a block here, it's going to delete the entire... No? Okay. It appears this whole thing is just bugged for some reason. You should not be able to place blocks in front of this ladder like I'm doing right now. The weirdest part is that it has collision. Also, this F5 mode is really weird, so I'm going to fall off if I'm not careful. Like, if I try and move forward, I keep getting stopped, but if I try and go up, it just doesn't exist anymore. Looks like we've got just enough blocks to make it up here. Although, having said that, we're going to have to collect some blocks from the sides because we've used up all of ours now, so we can't actually pillar up to the outside. And as I mentioned before, we do not have a death wish, so we're not going to try and beat this structure by conventional means. But this is new. Our axe just broke, and we've actually got some scraps from it. Wait, this is actually a trinket. It gives us plus 9% efficiency bonus and 10.9% chance to not lose durability when using items. There we go. That's in one of our pockets now, so we get a nice little efficiency boost. And let's actually craft ourselves a replacement axe, plus a pair of iron... Actually, I was going to say we'd make some iron leggings, but we might find some inside. Only the gear that we find in chests is going to have these cool extra modifiers on, so crafting it is a bit of a waste. If I'm not mistaken, the secret chest should be on this side somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sure it's through there. There we go. He may have turned 22, but Unk's still got it. And what do we have here? We have an enchanted iron pickaxe with Unbreaking 3, so we'll just swap that for what we currently have. We have a Ring of Luck, which is legendary tier, and apparently grants us a permanent luck effect. We also have these 2 tattered tomes. When used, they'll grant us a ton of experience. We also have a Windswept Bow of Shredding, so either it can do a sick kickflip or it's going to destroy everyone's armor. It has a plus 5% crit chance and plus 20% speed, so sure, I guess we'll take it. Let's go ahead and equip that Ring of Luck. And we may as well use these tattered tomes now because they give us a set amount of experience, so there's no point saving them till we're a higher level. And now that we've used them up, we can just throw them away. Oh my god, look how many skeletons there are already. Ooh, we just got sniped off, nearly. How did you get out? Go away. You dropped a little green coin thing. Here we have a small essence. We can combine 4 to make great essence. And apparently we can offer 4 great essence to a great chalice, probably to summon a boss. Unfortunately, I don't know where the rest of the chests are on the structure, but we could certainly try find them. I can hear so many monsters in here though, so this is really, really risky. Right, we've made it back to the main room, which is now occupied by a creeper for some reason. He's just walked away, so we'll block off his return path. I'm honestly scared to peek my head up here. What is gonna lie in wait? Nothing yet, but there's a zombie right there. Right then, let's see. We're gonna maintain the height advantage at all times, or we will instantly die, which is not helping because I've already messed it up. We've got to rely on our extra defense here to save us. Ugh. Thankfully, we're completely fine, but that definitely was not a great start. We've got to keep blocking off the doorways, and I actually see our first chest there. Also, I'm noticing that swords have pretty terrible range in this mod pack. Let's see what lies in this chest. A bunch of redstone and some coal. That's okay. We've got another room through here, so we'll block that. And there's also a ridiculous amount of enemies here, plus an extra chest. Oh no, please do not jump off the edge and attack us. Do not do that. Let's just block this off so they can't manage that. And then we'll grab this chest, which gives us a bunch of different things. We have some iron, some more gold, enough gold for us to make that relic table actually, which is nice. We have an upgraded iron sword with sharpness 2, so we'll swap that out. We have a Tome of Void, which gives us +1 arcane scroll slot, so we might as well use that. Oh, ow, well that hurt, but it has given us that new slot. We also have a golden apple, which is lovely. Healing is always appreciated. We have an iron ring, which gives us a little bit of extra armor, and we could always do with a bit of that. We have this thing here, here the destructive quiver of the Storm Eater, which is pretty sick, but it's not super amazing. It is kind of nice though. It gives us plus 17% lightning spell power, pretty useless, and it also gives us plus 0.16 mining speed. We can take it for now, although it will be unequipped fairly quickly because we're going to be using a backpack for our back slot, not this. It's now on. Let's store our arrows in it. There we go. And we have these fragments of the earth, which can be used to make a heart of the earth, and this can be used to make a bunch of different charms. We'll take these. We also have a gem of arcane protection, giving us some extra spell resistance. And finally, we have the Architect's Inkwell. Right-click to open GUI, insert lore fragment to write formatted name and lore lines to it. So we can craft ourselves a lore fragment, use the Architect's Inkwell to write a name and lore, and then when it's done, we combine that with an item to give that item those writings. Basically, it serves no functional purpose aside from making our weapons really cool. We'll take this for now because apparently it can only be crafted with astral dust, which is found in end cities, so it seems like a pretty valuable item. And while I remember, let's get our iron ring equipped. There we go. Even with our new sword, everything still takes absolutely ages to kill. It's worth noting that all of these enemies are level 1. The further out we go from spawn, the stronger the enemies will become. Now, just behind these blocks here is an upgraded enemy. You can see about the purple particles, that's the word. We have a rare electrified skeleton, the Eclipse, and he does a ridiculous amount of damage. He also has 200 HP. Oh my god. I'm very glad that he's stuck behind these blocks and we're safely positioned back here. He also seems to have some kind of yank ability, which is terrifying, but thankfully he doesn't seem to be able to hit us, which means we can just safely chip him from here. I really hope that he drops some cool loot when he dies. All right, let's see. What is our reward for slaying that beast? Oh, netherite scrap. Okay, that was well worth it. Uh-oh. Also, he can get through. Nope. Not what I want. Not what I want at all. Let's use a bit more of our shulker inventory here. And I do wonder if he dropped anything else, but we just can't get it because it's kind of blocked off. Hello. Oh, he did. He did. There's boots there. I don't know if those are netherite boots or just leather boots. We're either about to be really happy or really, really disappointed. Never mind. They're just tattered boots, which give +1 armor. I see one more chest there, so I want to go for that. We just got to use our blocks to their full potential to make sure we don't get sniped by any of these skeletons. Also, it seems like pillaring up has received a nerf because we should be able to hit this guy in vanilla Minecraft, but it just does not work here. Let's see. Our armor's holding up pretty well. Our head does have many arrows in it, but that's fine because I can't lose any intelligence. I never had any in the first place. Okay, well, for some reason I can hit that guy on the right despite trying to hit this one, which makes no sense, but sure. Our new iron sword is getting absolutely demolished so far. Also, oh no, drums begin to echo in the distance. This means an army of the dead is going to spawn, and I don't really want to deal with that. Thankfully, the easy fix to dealing with the army is just to not fight any of the mobs, because then none of the extra waves will actually spawn. Also, I would love to get this chest, but this stupid skeleton keeps trying to kill me. Well, here we go. We've got it, and it's just full of stone. We've gotten everything we can from this place, so let's move on. This may actually be a good time to read some of the quests. Okay, here we go. So this is some stuff I already explained. So it's wise to explore areas close to your initial spawn to acquire loot before venturing out to face tougher enemies. Hey, we actually get a wisdom scroll, which grants us 1 passive skill point. This also explains the coin shop. Champion coins are a valuable resource gained from completing quests and other endgame activities. These coins can be traded in the CISCO'S wares section of the quest book for valuable items to aid you in your journey. And we get another wisdom scroll. We're getting very wise. There are many ways to increase your strength, but the primary ways are the following. Your skill tree will allow you to convert experience gained from killing monsters into skill points to spend on valuable passive bonuses. Nice. We have gems, we know about these, and we know about enchantments. We have enemies here. Right, let's pay attention. You will encounter many powerful enemies throughout your journey. You should, however, be especially careful of these foes. Infernal enemies are creatures spontaneously empowered by magic from the fallen realm. This can occur at random to any hostile mob, granting them increased stats and special effects. These formidable foes can be spotted by the purple particles they emit. Okay, so that skeleton we killed was an infernal skeleton. Dungeon masters are powerful enemies who can often be found guarding chests in dungeons. In order to access these chests, they will need to be defeated. Simple enough. Apothic bosses are powerful enemies who drop arcane loot when killed. A special sound and notification is given to the player when one spawns nearby. Alright, cool. We know everything there is to know about enemies. And finally, we have food diversity. Many origins, despite placing light restrictions on your diet, will allow you to eat a wide variety of prepared meals. Foods are granted a diversity score, and you will gain powerful buffs based on your total score. Okay, that's rather useful. We also have this thing related to that special ring, which we're not using, and there's a whole bunch of different things, which we don't need to read. And there we are. We've now completed the tutorial, so we have a basic understanding of how everything works. It doesn't help that the skill tree is bound to the same button as the shader pack button, so I'm going to fix that. Alright, that is now fixed, and just look at this. This is kind of insane. I don't even know where to start with this. We have no skill points. Can we buy one? Yes, we can. I wish the scroll speed was a little bit faster because it takes ages to move this thing around. Looks like we can start with any one of these following paths here. We can have increased block break speed if we're a miner. We can have plus 25% durability on our equipment if we're a blacksmith. We can have plus 20% saturation if we're a cook. We can be an enchanter and get minus 30% level requirement. That seems pretty useful. Hunter, which gives us plus 15% chance to get plus 100% mob loot. And finally, we have alchemist, which gives crafted potions plus 40% duration. We definitely don't want to go for the blacksmith path because it looks like a lot of the buffs involve shield, which we obviously can't use. I gotta read all this carefully because I do not want to make the wrong choice. Since we're going for a tank build, I think cook is by far the best option because we're going to get a bunch of extra effects for just eating food, and we're going to heal more by eating food. That seems really useful. Let's confirm that. And I don't know how many skill points we can buy. I'm just going to spam the button until it runs out. Oh, there we go. We're already done. We get a whole bunch of benefits for crafting food, but since we're not doing that yet, we're going to focus on plus 5% damage buffs. So we get plus 5% damage if we have at least 15 hunger points, and then we'll get another plus 5% damage, and then we'll start heading down towards this thing, which is ambrosia fruit, which gives crafted food plus 0.2 life regeneration for 1 minute. So we'll start by grabbing these little 0.1 life regeneration thingies, and there we go. We're all out of points. That unfortunately cost a lot of XP, so we're back down to level 6, but I can live with that. The benefits aren't going to be apparent immediately because we're not crafting food yet, but trust me, soon they will be. We're going to need to pick a main crafted food of choice that we'll eat going forward. I'll probably end up going with golden carrots late game, but for the early game, we could go with some kelp rolls. They seem pretty cheap, or potentially some good old-fashioned chicken sandwiches. Anyway, let's head down and start exploring. That skeleton shot me as I jumped off. That's very rude. Also, that is a naga right there. We do not want to go anywhere near that thing. It will just pursue us relentlessly. We should leave immediately. Can I put down the boat? Put it on the water, please. What is this? I actually can't put my stupid boat down, and for some reason my Minecraft character just wants to lie in it. That's really useful when there's a dragon and there's trident drowned everywhere. Let's just leave. Put down the boat. Put down the... There we go. Okay, the naga is nowhere to be seen, so let's head this way. If we had a shield, we'd have a chance, but we are physically incapable of holding one, so we're not going to be doing that. It seems we've actually spawned on, I believe it's an the thing that's a collection of islands. We're on that. There's a lot of islands here, so I think we go this way so we can try and find some more dry land. I've just had confirmation from a higher being known as Mother Mozi. Apparently, it is Archipelago. Hey, get away from me, pig. I'm not sharing the carrots with you. I don't know at what point the enemies start getting absurdly strong, so I want to be really careful. I'm mainly just trying to look for any creature that would drop leather, whether that be bison or cows or... Do horses drop leather? I think they do. Either way, we need a backpack. This is some really weird terrain. We've got a mesa, which is traditionally a hot biome, and then there's a bunch of snow on top. We just keep finding pigs. I don't want pigs. I want cows. Let's climb all the way up here. Maybe we'll see some structures. We found ourselves a waystone, which is nice. If we manage to find 2 of these, we'll be able to travel from point A to point B just using the waystones. I'm fairly sure there was a waystone close to spawn, which I meant to pick up, but I forgot to. Also, that is a structure. I believe it's from the mod Ars Nouveau, and I don't think it has that much. I found it once before, and there wasn't really any good loot. It's worth a look, though. You never know. Also, there's a second tower up there, and those towers always contain waystones, so we're in luck. Nothing wrong with mining a bit of coal before we get there. As I always say, you think you've got enough coal till you try looking in your chest for it and realize you've got about 3 pieces left. These lanterns look like they're about to warn me of a nuclear apocalypse. I'm pretty sure it's just my shaders bugging out a little bit. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is a thing. I've stolen the thing from it, and it's given us a Nexus warp scroll, which will teleport us to these exact coordinates. To be honest, I don't really fancy doing that. I'm all good. And this tower is actually completely solid inside, so there's literally 0 loot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, look at this. Solid. Completely solid. Let's just boat off the edge. There we go. And let's go ahead and see what this tower has for us, because these also have a chest at the top, so you never know what we might find. Also, since we have our permanent luck 2 effect, all chests should have much better loot. Honestly, a pretty insane find, especially because we've only just started playing, so we're going to get maximum value from that. That is, of course, provided we don't die a horrible death and lose everything. Right, then up we go. Let's see what we've got waiting for us. We have the waystone, and we have our chest, which... Wow, that is certainly loot. Is it good loot? No. Looks like there's something this way, so that's where we'll go next. Come on, boat. Save us from lethal fall damage. Thank you, boat. Looks like we're entering a rainforest of sorts, which is rather pretty. I like how lush and sprawling it all is. Honestly, this is really well made. I could genuinely see this being added to the regular game. All right, then. Let's see what this tower has in store. Well, there's absolutely nothing on the surface, but if I remember correctly, these always have a giant dungeon below them. Might be a little bit dangerous to go in, but then again, our armor is technically diamond armor level, so I'm not super concerned. turn. Plus, if we end up fighting a bunch of enemies, we'll get a ton of XP, and then we'll be able to level up our skills. Gotta make sure we have blocks at the ready, just in case something rushes at us that we're not prepared for. And we're also going to quickly run in and break this spawner as quickly as we can. There we go. We do not need any super OP infernal enemies spawning. One of these skeletons dropped us a pair of chainmail boots, so we may as well equip them. And we can double check what the chest has. We have an adventurer kit, which does give us minus 17% efficiency bonus. However, it increases loot in chests by 0.0166% for every block further from home, up to 99.6%. Oh, we have a champion loot bag here, which has gold and purple text, so it's probably pretty good. We have another tattered tome, a cracked holy gem, a gem of the earth, and a bit of gold. Also another of these fragments of the earth. Well, what we can do with this adventurer kit is just equip it whenever we want to open a chest. I don't know how tedious that's going to be, but we can try it out. We also have an Unbreaking 2 book, which is, it's okay. It's not really worth using an inventory slot on. Let's use up our tattered tome. There we go. And let's also crack open our champion loot bag. Oh, we're running out of space here. What do we throw away? We can get rid of the spawner scrap. That gives us 12 champion coins. Plus we have 2 blocks of bright steel, which I know makes some really strong armor. That seems incredibly good. And we also have a divine ruby. This luck ring is already proving to be insanely useful because we can turn the bright steel blocks into bright steel alloy and use that to make a really good armor set this early on into the game. This chest plate alone gives us 10 armor points. I'm a massive loot goblin, so I can already tell this mod pack is perfect for me. I just love opening chests. It's too much fun. Let's equip our adventurer kit. Then we'll go ahead and open this chest. And this is a spellstone trinket, the Heart of the Golem. It has no active abilities, but it has the passive ability of giving us +4 armor. And if nothing is equipped in armor slots, instead gain +16 armor, +4 armor toughness, and +40% explosion damage resistance. We also get +25% melee damage resistance. That's insane. +100% knockback resistance, immunity to pressure and pricking damage, and vulnerable to magic. This seems like a really solid trinket. I mean, since our armor isn't even that good at the moment, we could just slap this on. And yeah, we do actually have more armor points than if we were just wearing armor. You know, because the tool scraps give us +9% efficiency bonus, that actually offsets the -17%, so it's only -8. So we'll just leave the adventurer kit equipped. And we'll just keep going. Let's see what else we can find. We have another champion coin. Plus we got a bit of gold. We got some pumpkin pie. And even though we didn't craft this ourselves, because it is a crafted food, I think it will give us all the benefits. We also have a pretty crazy stone axe here. The giant slaying stone axe of the God King. He can't have been a very good god if he was upgrading his stone axes. You know, I was about to say this dungeon doesn't have many enemies in it, but there is a level 4 skeleton that's come out of this thing. Okay, this chest is pretty trash, even with all of our luck attributes. I guess an ender pearl is kind of nice, but we don't really have the space. Is this chest trapped? No, surprisingly not. We have a tome with +1 lure, plus another adventurer kit, but this is way better. Not only does this give us an efficiency bonus, but this actually increases the loot amount by more than our current kit gives us. The search for loot continues. This is a completely empty room, so I don't even know why it exists. The enemies are getting a little bit more powerful since they're all level 4, but we are advancing at a rapid pace. We've got a trident in here, which we actually might as well replace our iron sword with, since our iron sword's already mostly broken. And we also have an annihilating iron axe of the Minotaur, so we'll grab that. We have a jukebox here with no hidden spawner underneath. We've got another champion loot bag in here, plus a better iron pickaxe than the one we currently have, but it doesn't have unbreaking. I guess we'll take it and just keep the other one as a spare. Let's crack open another champion loot bag. Yes, please. This one gave us 4 bright steel blocks and a bit of bright steel alloy. Man, we need a backpack so badly. Let's go ahead and progress down to the next floor. And we shall continue to ransack this place for every bit of good loot it has, although this floor seems a bit more difficult and the zombies are a higher level. We'll just poke them to death with our trident like so. They do have axes and armor, so I'm trying to keep my distance as best I can. Poke to death. Poke to death with oversized fork. That is the best way to defeat any enemy. We need to break this spawner immediately because that seems to be spitting out all the zombies. Oh my god, please just break. Thank you. We'll just do a little bit of ring around the rosy and then we'll lead them back and we'll do the same old, same old. There we go. We'll slay all of them like so. We're just gonna have to poke this guy a few extra times. And now we can receive our loot. Hold on, I was zoning out there. We've got leather in this. Now all we need is some string and we can actually make a back. Can you go away, please? Thank you very much. I was about to say all we need is some string and then we can make a backpack, but I've just realized there's cobwebs in here. We just place them down and break them like so. We're gonna need a sword for this, which is really annoying. There we go. We've got ourselves our string and we also need to craft a chest. Apparently we actually need one more string. Surely there's a cobweb somewhere we can break. Here we go. There's a spider. There's loads of spiders and an upgraded spider actually, so we'll be careful of him. He's coming this way and I don't want him to. I don't want him to do that. We're gonna run back this way very quickly. We really do not have a lot of blocks here, so we're just gonna wall this off as best we can and start collecting some wood. And then we shall return and cheese him because we are not built to fight a 200 HP spider. That's just not gonna happen. I just want to make a backpack, man. Go away. This trident is not really the fastest thing in the world. Why did he spawn a ghost? Please die. Or I guess he won't. He'll just float away. That's fine as well. Break the spawner. Break the spawner. There we go. We got it. Even with all of our armor, we still take a pretty significant amount of damage from these zombies. Hold on. Our axe does way more damage than our trident. We're going to be using that now. Oh, there we go. We've gone ahead and found the string we need anyway. We also have an even more upgraded adventurer kit that gives us plus 32% efficiency. You can actually go ahead and combine trinkets to re-roll them and potentially get an even better trinket. So we'll do that. And we now have an adventurer kit that gives us plus 38% efficiency. We also have a berserking heart of the golem, which is exactly the same as what we currently have, except it gives us plus 0.11 overheal. So sure. It looks like there's actually a crafting recipe for this. You can upgrade it to the Ethereum core. It does, however, require Ethereum armor, which requires Ethereum ingots, which can apparently only be found from Ethereum ore in the End City. We'd also have a ring of strength, which is epic tier and grants us permanent strength. Lovely. I definitely don't mind swapping out our basic iron ring for that. And now that we have everything, we can combine all the ingredients on the crafting grid to craft the backpack. We're going to instantly upgrade that to an iron backpack, and then we'll upgrade that to a gold backpack. Sorry, Quiver, we no longer need you. Look how much inventory space we have now. This is perfect. I do wish this mod pack had a trash item button. That would be really nice. Oh, look at this. When we eat the pumpkin pie, usually this would restore 3 points of hunger, I think, but because of all of our buffs, it's going to restore far more than that. Okay, apparently you have to place it. I did not know that. That makes it very hard to eat on the fly, so we're just going to go with bread. I believe that purple spider is now despawned, but that's fine. Oh, we have an upgraded strength ring here. Exile's Ring of Strength of Mana. Fire damage taken is reduced by 11%. When attacked, gains speed. Grants strength effect, plus 0.17 overheal, plus 34% evocation spell power, and plus 9 max mana. Well, that's just lovely. We'll swap these two out. We also have a warding fedora of lava swimming. I'm not going to be wearing this. We also have a magnetic ring, which can attract items within an 8-block radius, but our current 2 rings are way too good. We have another golden apple in here. We have a regeneration potion, an ancient boot tablet. This can apparently be used to make some insane gear, which we obviously do not have the materials for. And we also have an ancient tome that gives us extra fire aspect. Nice. I don't know why, but there is a name tag there, and that is slightly confusing. Why do you have a name? Oh, it's because you're an upgraded enemy, and I've just let you out for some unknown reason because I'm a complete moron. He is Yomak the Toxic, so I guess we'll just chip him away for free behind here. That seems fine. Oh, and look, we're getting our overheal effect. You see all those gold hearts we've now got? That's just from hitting this guy. We've killed him already. That was rather easy. And if you could go away, that would be lovely. Looks like we have a little spider den, which I want nothing to do with. That guy, unfortunately, didn't really drop anything good. He just dropped a turtle shell and some leather boots, but he did give us a bunch of XP. There's just so many chests here. It's insane. Another tattered tome. We have another adventurer kit. We have a firework display spell, which I guess we can cast at our own risk. Let's see what that does. It makes a bunch of fireworks. That's pretty cool. I'm very glad I built a new PC, or this would probably crash the game. And that's kind of it for this chest, really. Let's use our tattered tome. We'll combine these two adventurer kits again to get another upgrade, and then we shall just keep exploring. I don't know if it's supposed to be this easy to get overpowered in this mod pack, but I am loving it. We have more spawners, so we'll deal with them. Hello, zombie. Let's just destroy him with our upgraded axe, and we'll also destroy his spawner so he can never return. Nothing great in here, but that's fine. There is a champion coin, I suppose. Oh, and that's a dungeon boss. Hello. We have some cursed armors, so we better just keep our distance from these. I do wish our axe had more range, but I definitely can't complain about its damage. Let's see. What were they guarding? A magmatic golden chestplate of stubbornness. We've got a forger's gem, which gives us +1 charm slot, so basically is a free charm, and it also gives half the experience required for forging, so now everything is way cheaper. We do lose the enigmatic amulet, but that's fine because it's literally just buffing lifesteal, which we don't have any of. We have the overhealing thing, but that's not the same. On goes the forger's gem. Oh wait, and then I'm stupid because it gives us +1 charm. We just then re-equip our enigmatic amulet anyway. This chest also has some name tags for us, plus another one of these ancient boot tablet things. Overall, not too bad. Oh, we're definitely getting deeper now. The dungeon's getting all green and overgrown, and there's certainly more spawners. Plus, that's a purple enderman. We've got to be really careful with him. I do want to kill him, but I'm going to build a little box of safety first, so that on the off chance he teleports into this room, he's not going to be able to kill us. All right, there we go. We should be safe now. They do actually have a pull-in effect, which is really annoying, so we'll do this. And this guy has 300 HP. No way we were going to beat him in a fair fight. There we go. He's dead. Lovely. And I wonder if he actually dropped anything good. Well, okay, we got another netherite scrap. That's fine. There's so many spawners on this floor. Okay, this could get out of hand. We do need to be careful. And also, our axe has quite a large attack range, so I don't want to accidentally hit an enderman. I'm very glad we have our extra healing. We've got some bombs for some reason, which we don't need. We've also got some more fragments of the earth. And we do have a pickup upgrade for for our backpack, which is pretty useful, but it means it's going to collect a whole bunch of junk, so we won't use that. I'm very concerned I'm going to accidentally hit an Enderman at some point. Doesn't help they just keep free roaming and running straight past us. We've also got cursed armors everywhere. He has dropped us a lacerating iron sword, which is kind of bad because it has the life mending enchantment on it, which means it consumes received healing in order to repair itself. Do not want that. We do have ourselves another champion loot bag, and this time we just got given a bunch of champion coins, which I'm very happy with. I need to actually check out the shop at some point. Trying to keep our inventory clean here, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. No, don't stand back there so I can't hit you. That's cheating. Only I'm allowed to cheat by standing outside of your attack range. This is so irritating. Stop doing that. Guess we're gonna have to go and deal with the problem ourselves. I love how the skeletons just always end up fighting amongst themselves anyway. Just gotta tactically block off all this. And we've got more cursed armors. That's a purple one. Oh my god. No. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good, I think. And he also just poisoned me somehow. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. You keep on getting poisoned through the walls too, which sucks. Oh boy. Okay, everything's fine. That was absolutely terrifying. You know, I really thought we were starting to get strong, but evidently not. Also, I have no blocks. No. I really want to kill these cursed armors because I bet they have some good drops, but at the same time, it feels so dangerous. Also, they have just wandered up the stairs, I'm pretty sure, so you know what? We're just going to block them off. Please tell me all this is blocked off so they can't drop on our heads. No. There we go. All right, you know what? They can stay up there, and we'll just have to remember to never take this staircase ever again. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why we always come prepared with blocks in case something like that happens. Now, they did spawn from a chest, I'm pretty sure, but there's no sign of it, so maybe it got blown up or something, because there was some kind of explosion sound. Thankfully, we can just loot this one like normal, and we have an unbreaking tome. Nice. I see more chests. I must have them. In order to be prepared for cursed armors, we're going to block this off, and if they do spawn, we'll run back and block them off fully. Okay, nothing in here. Nice. We have an antique book bag. How fancy. A container similar to an ender chest. The books stored in here will be considered as being in the inventory. This item still works in the ender chest. Interesting. We also have a violent tendon whip of the sun. I don't know if this is going to have range or anything. We'll keep hold of it. We have a speed ring, which I wish we could wear because I love extra speed, but strength and luck are just really, really, really good. We also have a floor gem of the cataclysm. That sounds pretty awesome. This chest does have a champion loot bag for us. Let's crack that open. And we have ourselves a whole stack of champion coins at this point. This book bag can't store ancient tomes, which is good to know. And it can't store enchanted books. So what's the point? Can it store regular books from our shulker inventory? No. I think it's only written books, which is useless. What kind of book bag doesn't work with certain books? A useless book bag, that's what. Right then, while we're here, let's go ahead and check out the shop. What can we spend our hard-earned champion coins on? We can buy some different sin spawn eggs, which are pretty strong mobs, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this is going to be insane with all of our food-based buffs. We can keep buying plates of honey glazed ham. We don't have to cook at all. We can spend 5,000 champion coins for... Oh, we can't use this item. It's only for those with the special curse ring. We can get a perfect dark one gem for 500 coins, which gives us extra eldritch spell power. We can also get a ring of flight for 50,000 coins, which does grant creative flight, so it makes sense it's so expensive. Oh no, you can buy loot crates. I'm gonna get addicted. I'm actually gonna get hooked on loot crates in Minecraft. That's crazy. You can buy wisdom scrolls. I forgot we actually have these. We can also buy bright steel blocks for very cheap, actually. Maybe these aren't quite as valuable as I thought. In fact, netherite ingots are actually far more expensive. We can also buy certain cores with our coins, which can be used to make very special weapons, I believe. Oh, and thank goodness. Okay, so if we did pick the wrong skills, we could buy an amnesia scroll and reset the skill tree. Since we don't have a necklace trinket equipped, we're going to go ahead and buy an amulet of luck. I've grabbed all of our coins, so now we can buy this. I think. Okay, yeah, so we got to submit these, and then we can take our amulet. And I've just bought the amulet of swim speed. What is wrong with me, man? Yay. Okay, let's just chuck that in there. It doesn't look like Cisco's shop has refunds. Right, I'd like to do this, please, and get the actual thing that I want. And now we have even more luck. And then I'm sorry, but we gotta buy one legendary loot crate. Come on, we gotta do it. 35 coins for this. Let's hope it's worth it. Let's crack it open. And we got rewarded with 4 netherite ingots. Beautiful. This absolutely should not have paid off. I was prepared to completely waste all of our coins and be very sad, but for some reason we actually got some cool stuff. Also, our champion coins were visually bugged there. It looked like they didn't go down, but now they have. I do want to take a look at what our netherite ingots can actually get us if they're so valuable. Honestly, the main thing that I'd like to make is this emblem of Monster Slayer, which gives us plus 25% damage against undead, plus 10% damage against other aggressive creatures, and some extra looting. And of course, the bottom bit is the most important. Slain monsters drop twice as much XP. I've had a look at what we can craft with our bright steel, and I'm thinking instead of going for armor, which while while good isn't super useful because we already have that golem trinket, we instead go for a really strong weapon. And this thing right here, the Adjudicator, seems perfect. 21 damage, 4,000 durability. And of course, once we get access to enchantments and reforges, it'll get even stronger. All we need to do is go ahead and buy ourselves a light core using 6 of our champion coins. And now if we add in the divine ruby, the light core, 2 blocks of bright steel, and 2 bright steel ingots, we can not craft the thing. Is it this way? No. Oh, I see. Instead of bright steel blocks, we need arcane bright steel blocks. So we just need some extra light cores. I got very concerned for a second there. Thankfully, we have just enough champion coins to do this. Lovely. There we go. Arcane bright steel. And there we go. Now we can craft ourselves the Adjudicator. This does actually come with some rather nice effects. It has divine justice, which deals significant damage to targets below 20% health. And we also have a right-click ability to cleanse negative effects and grant ourselves healing. Who dares stand before us? Not you, that's for sure. Looks like this place goes down even further, but I don't think we've fully explored this floor yet. Here we go. We've got a cursed armor, which we shall destroy with this insane weapon. This just has some okay stuff. We've got a minor guide. This does give us an efficiency bonus. We can probably combine that. No. Okay, so it has to be two of the same trinket. I like the tool scraps, but at this point, we may as well swap that with a minor guide. We also have these road runner boots. They give a lot of different abilities, but they're just not amazing armor-wise, so we won't be taking them. And we also have ourselves a champion coin. Lovely. Let's remove this spawner. No, thank you. And we have another cursed armor. Go away. We have a reinforced jewel plus a tattered tome, and that gave us like 1 level. How wonderful. We do also have another champion loot bag. I need more champion coins. I must buy more loot boxes. And actually, we can get rid of this tendon whip now. We have an infinitely better weapon. This place just goes on forever. We're definitely getting some loot upgrades now. We found ourselves a diamond shovel. Plus, we have another tattered tome, another backpack, which we don't really need. Oh, that's an upgraded enemy. We gotta be really careful with this guy. We'll just slap him to death with our insane scythe. And it looks like we got this handled, actually. There we go. Simple. We had that handled. Didn't panic once. I mean, maybe I did a little bit of panicking. I mean, he dropped some pretty cool boots, but once again, nowhere near enough armor for us to ever consider wearing these. Can the cursed armors just go away? We have a floor gem of the samurai here, so we'll grab that. And we have more golden apples, another champion coin, a flawless gem of arcane efficiency, which is, oh, it's just for spells. Not as cool as I initially thought. Seems like we found a tomb of sorts, and it does indeed have spawners inside. Going into this dungeon was the best decision we have ever made. I do still want to be cautious though, because overconfidence is what ends a lot of hardcore runs. Oh, hello. It might be time to start using regular armor again, because this chestplate is amazing. Although having said that, I'm pretty sure the bright steel stuff will be way better. Oh, we found the ancient leggings tablet this time instead of ancient boots. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's definitely worth going back to regular armor because the golem gem gives us plus 16 armor, and these 2 pieces alone give us 15. We've got one last chest on this floor, and then we'll head down to what I presume is the final floor. And let's see, we have a flawless gem of the warlord. That's lovely. Plus, we have a necromantic lost engine, and this does take up our spellstone slot, so let's see, is it any good? Enhance mobility and toughness, reduce item cooldowns by 33%, immune to fall and explosion damage, 60% crit damage, golems will not target you, you are vulnerable to magic and lightning. Oh, did not realize there was a spawner in here, so let's clear these guys out. This is an upgraded spider, but we can probably handle him, and we can even use our scythe's effect to remove poison, although I used it too early, so we're now stuck with poison. Right, well, let's compare Heart of the Golem versus the Lost Engine. The Lost Engine gives us immunity to fall and crit damage. That's mainly the super useful things, whereas the Heart of the Golem gives us extra armor, melee damage resistance, knockback resistance, and also gives us a bit of overheal. I think we'll stick with the Heart of the Golem, but we could just keep the Lost Engine. Apart from anything else, it's a really cool artifact. Just gotta retrace our footsteps through here. And here we go. Here's the staircase down. Don't really know what to expect, but I know that we'll have to be careful. We've got some iron doors with a pressure plate, so let's remove that. And there's nothing in here. Wonderful. We have another spawner. We'll break it. And here we go. Oh, that is a cursed armor. That is certainly a cursed armor. He has given us the intelligent diamond chestplate, which has curse of incompatibility, making it unenchantable, so it's complete rubbish. We have another cursed piece of diamond armor, these cursed diamond boots. But we do have a blessed iron helmet of bad luck, which sounds kind of strange, but apparently it inflicts bad luck to our enemies. I don't really know how that works because they're enemies, so what would they need luck for? However, it is still a helmet, and we do not have a helmet equipped, so we'll put it on. We also have some astral dust, which we'll definitely take. Honestly, the strat for this mod pack seems to be to just max out your luck as quickly as possible. We're starting to find golden carrots too, more golden apples. We have ourselves... Oh, it's just a regular iron chest plate. I thought it was going to have some cool upgrades or something. And we have the ancient chestplate tablet as well. We're slowly getting all the tablets, but we are nowhere near collecting all of the gear needed. We need a fallen hero chestplate. We need dark steel. We need radiant rubies, nocturnal amethysts. Oh, there's actually wither skeletons starting to spawn too. Oh, we have some new stuff right here. We have ourselves a new spell stone, the Eye of the Nebula. It has an ability to teleport us behind the creature we're looking at. We also get a 40% magic damage increase, more magic damage resistance, chance to teleport away from any attack, which sounds pretty annoying, so we won't be using that. We also have an extra dimensional eye. Bind to desired location by pressing shift right click. You can then left click with it on a living creature to teleport it to that location, as long as it resides in the same dimension. And then this vanishes after being used. The one thing I can see this being really useful for is moving villagers, or at least one villager, because that's all we get. Man, these cursed armors are not messing around. They're coming equipped with full diamond now. Why do they always have to drop cursed diamond armor? We do have an Unbreaking 3 book, which we'll take, and we also have a champion loot bag. Slowly but surely, we're recovering our stock of champion coins after some moron spent 35 of them on a loot crate. Who would do something so irresponsible? I know it definitely wouldn't be me. No way this keeps going. We're entering the nether here, and we've actually got an advancement for opening over 50 chests, all of which must have been from in here, or at least most of them. I know we found that village earlier. We do have a corrupted tome here, which seems a little bit questionable, but we'll use it anyway, and it just gave us some extra experience. Nice. Was a little bit scared that was going to curse us forever. We have a spiritual rock chestplate here. That's a little bit strange. We also have another miner guide, which we can use to combine with our other one. Perfect. There we go. So far, we seem to be finding enough food to keep us well fed, but that could change. Can't go exploring on an empty stomach, that's for sure. We have some Unbreaking 2 iron gloves, another tattered tome, another tablet thing, more champion loot bags too. And for some reason, this chest has cobblestone in it. We'll take it because we need blocks. We could definitely do with an upgraded pickaxe. This iron one is rather slow. Hey, finally we got a piece of diamond armor that doesn't suck. Oh, plus we have Ethereum ore. That's crazy. I thought we could only find this in the nether. Guys, look at how much loot we're getting. This is just insane. Right, we've explored all of this. I'm half expecting that when we go into the nether floor, it turns out there's like an end floor below it. Also, please go away, cursed armor. Let me get my loot, please. Right, well, down we go. Gotta keep a lookout for any ridiculously strong enemies, because I feel like this might be the point where the cursed armors start getting netherite armor. And the loot just keeps getting better. We've got our first diamond pickaxe. It's a carved diamond pickaxe of the scholar. It's very intelligent. We shall use this to its full potential. Also, these diamond gloves are rubbish. Curse of Fatigue 3. Useless. What is with all this cursed gear? This has Curse of Fatigue 4. And of course, it's got Projectile Protection 5, which would be really, really useful. We have an unlucky novelty hat of the spellcaster right here. Our diamond helmet is better, but this is pretty funny. This place definitely isn't short of obsidian, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. We found the full set of ancient armor tablets. So this is the worst miner's guide I've ever seen. Minus 45% efficiency. What kind of guide is this? It was probably AI generated or something. We've got another forger's gem here. I don't know if they're stackable. Okay, no, they thought of that. I was going to say, getting a 75% reduction on all combining would be super OP. We have another one of these tombs, which we can just crack open. And there's not much here, but there is some Ethereum ore. There's so many different corridors, I'm not even sure where I've gone and where I haven't. This diamond helmet is slightly better than the one we currently have. And we've got the worst diamond shovel of all time. Curse of Breaking 4. I just killed another cursed armor, and I think it's actually dropped some decent stuff. Never mind, all the armor has no durability left. We do have some Unbreaking 3 diamond gloves, which we can get equipped. And we've got yet another tomb. And it does have some more astral dust for us, plus some more Ethereum. Soon we're going to need to settle down and find ourselves a proper place to make a base, because we are carrying a lot of items. And also, I would like to start working towards the first bosses in this mod pack. Oh, loads of diamonds in this chest, plus more golden carrots. And we also have another diamond pickaxe here with efficiency 3. Well, this zombie does have some gear, so he's a little bit of a challenge. Oh, and that's a super upgraded cursed armor. Oh god, we can probably handle him though. In fact, we've got him completely sorted. Okay, their spawn is hidden in the ceiling, which I did not realize. That cursed armor spawn was ever so slightly terrifying. This must be the final room of the dungeon. I mean, look at the design. We have an enchanted golden apple in here, plus 3 extra golden apples, a ton of gold, some extra diamonds, and a golden apple I didn't even spot at first. We've got a couple more chests to loot, and then we'll be getting out of here. Ooh, this is pretty cool. These gloves have the Devour enchantment, which heals our weapon when we slay an enemy. Seems to be like budget mending, which seems well worth it in my opinion. Oh, looks like we have another one of these special rooms. That's rather nice. Now we actually know to check for the spawners in the ceiling. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get another cursed armor spawn. Yep, absolutely. We're rewarded with a punch tome, which is very nice. Some diamond boots that are actually decent, so we'll get those equipped. Plus we have some diamonds and a heart of the golem. If you look at our armor bar, it's now fully blue, which means we effectively have 2 rows of armor now. I can't believe I'm I'm saying this, but we have now fully explored this dungeon. Now, we could buy some skill points, but I really want to save our levels for enchanting. We can, however, use all 7 of our wisdom scrolls to get 7 skill points. And now we can go all the way down this way in order to get ambrosia fruit. Plus, we'll also get some extra damage when we're not hungry, plus some extra healing. We get +2 max health if we have at least 15 hunger points. And then we can even go for healthy diet, which gives us +1 max health per hunger point. And that should give us a ridiculous amount of health. In fact, looking at our health bar right now, there's a little 3x symbol next to it. So I believe we basically have 3 health bars. And also, I don't know how I completely forgot about this. We can just buy plates of honey glazed ham. Why was I concerned about food? And now with all that said and done, let's go ahead and mine out of here. Let's go ahead and dig our way back up to the surface. Our primary objective as soon as we get out of here is to find ourselves a place to settle down. And now that I think about it, while I'm mining up, this is the perfect time for a subscription checkpoint. If you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. The button actually lights up when a YouTuber says the word subscribe in their videos. You can check for yourself. Subscribe. And also, if you've been watching my videos for a while and you think that you're subscribed, double check because there's a glitch on YouTube where you'll randomly get unsubscribed, so you could be watching me thinking you're subscribed when you're actually not. Okay, we finally made it up to the surface, although it is the middle of the night right now. We'll just go ahead and hop into our bed. We'll explore for a little bit and see if we can find a house for us to steal, and if we can't find one, then we'll just go ahead and make our own. Once again, we got to be careful not to go too far out because we don't want the mobs to get super strong all of a sudden. And there is actually another of these towers here. We have a little bit of space left in our backpack, so any treasures that we find we can store away. Plus, we need to pick up any gems that we can find because I've remembered that we can actually crush these and remake them into more useful gems. We'll make sure to disable the TNT again. There we go. And unfortunately, we have a Bane of Arthropods 5 book in here. That's terrible. A couple of diamonds and some emeralds aren't too bad, though. Come on, there's got to be some kind of medieval cottage or something that we can repurpose. Oh, no. We want to be careful on top of this mountain because there could be powdered snow everywhere, and I hate powdered snow. This yellow forest we're in is rather strange. The colors are a little bit off-putting. I do see some barrels over there, plus a trident drowned called Sergeant of the Soaking, I think that said. And, oh, I don't know why there's so many of them over there. That's a little bit questionable. I want to go check those barrels, but I have no idea how much damage this guy's tridents are going to do to us. This feels kind of risky. I guess we can let one of them hit us. Okay, it really doesn't do that much. Never mind. He's definitely still a problem, but we should just be able to kill him right here as long as we just smack him with our scythe over and over. And there we go. He actually gave us a Riptide 3 trident. That's awesome. Now we can soar out of the water with the grace of a dolphin. This guy might want to fight us in a minute. I think he's probably going to. Anyway, let's see. We've got another spellcasting novelty hat. We've got a bunch of extra obsidian. And in here we have some emeralds, some iron, and a leather belt. Oh, now this barrel does actually have a supply ship, which I believe will spawn us our very own boat. It's like a starter base. Okay, I see. So if we wanted, we could spawn something like this in. And we can actually pick a style for it too, which is pretty cool. This does solve all of our base issues, although we're going to set it up somewhere that's not quite so ugly. I could really do with a depth strider enchantment. It feels like I'm swimming so slowly. Setting up our base somewhere around here could be quite cool. I like the color of the water here. Actually, maybe nestled right into this bit. I like the idea of that. Does mean we have a little bit of a trek though. Back into my favorite yellow forest. We've already managed to make it back to spawn, so we're making good progress. And actually, we can go ahead and pick up this waystone that I forgot to collect earlier. It seems like there's also some kind of mini pillager encampment, so I want to look at that. We can make a dramatic entrance with our trident. Behold, pillagers! It is us! I just took like 4 hearts of damage in order to do that, but it was well worth it. What is this Clash of Clans looking base? Why is bro in the level 2 archer tower? I have an unbelievable amount of questions. We found a relic which I actually have never seen before. It's the spatial sign. There's also a magic missile scroll, which is for the ender tier of spells. And we got some apples and some arrows. Was that worth committing mass murder for? Absolutely. Look at this. This is going to be the perfect location. We'll put our ship down right around here somewhere. It's really annoying because we have to move it around while slowly sinking in the water. I'll set up a little platform, so now we should be able to set it up a bit easier. And we got to make sure that we pick a good style of boat, because look at these. These are peasant boats. We could even have an airship if we wanted. Look at that. See, that's rubbish. That's another raft. Look at this one. We get a giant floating ship, and it even comes with a handy staircase. Oh, yeah, this one's going to be perfect. This tree is directly in the way of where I want to place our base, so I've got to go ahead and cut that down. And look at that. This is going to be perfect. We'll just tick this off, and oh. Not all blocks in the area meet the requirements. Recheck the highlighted blocks. Okay, so all of the... Whoa, that is laggy. Oh, what have I done? Okay, I reloaded the world and that's gone away. Thank goodness. Okay, so every single blue highlighted block there has to be in a fluid. So if we just remove this cobblestone, it should all be fine. I get the feeling that since we're living out here on the sea, you guys are going to be a repeated occurrence. Okay, there we go. All done. And there it is. I was going to say, where's my house? I'm going to go ahead and lower this walkway a little bit so we can actually get up here. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's check out our new place. Look at this. This is fancy. And we built it all ourselves, didn't we? Yeah, we're totally not lazy or anything like that. All right, let's check out everything that we've built because we've worked so hard on this. I'm thinking this room here could be our storage area. That seems like quite a good idea. And we've also got a small below decks area with a bunch of bunk beds, which is a bit strange because I'm not planning on sharing this place with anyone. Definitely a bit of remodeling to be done, but overall, I'm very happy with this. I think perhaps the area below decks will need to be the storage room because unfortunately, if we put double chests here, we'll have this much space and that's going to suck. We'll go ahead and remove every single unnecessary block in here. All right, the remodeling was a huge success. Now we're going to go ahead and flatten out the floor. We're going to need to go ahead and collect some blocks. I'm going to try my best to make this not look horrendously ugly given that we don't have the right wood type here. We need to collect a bunch of wood anyway since we need all of it to make chests. Oh, hold on. I think there's dark oak wood up there. And also these are baobab trees, so let's check these planks too. I mean, these are okay, but the colors are a little bit off-putting. It turns out all this wood is actually spruce, but that's completely fine. That's a pretty close match to dark oak. We're not going to be focusing on the aesthetics that much. We just want to make sure it looks presentable. Even though we won't be using baobab wood for building, we may as well convert this whole tree into a pile of chests. I am not looking forward to organizing everything that we're carrying. I love how we can see our base from down here. It looks so cool. I was expecting us to be shacked up in some old cottage or something, but this is a huge upgrade. We've got a whole airship to our name. Honestly, I used to make fun of Minecraft prison servers, but I can kind of see the appeal now. It's pretty chill to just sit here and do a simple task. I'm easily entertained, what can I say? Anyway, that's the landscape sufficiently destroyed, so let's head back. First of all, we'll go ahead and fill in our floor. There should be plenty of chests. Thankfully, because these are slabs above us, we can have chests on top and still open them perfectly fine. And now I get the super fun task of organizing everything here, so I'll see you guys soon. I'm pleased to report that now everything has been sorted into its correct place. We're actually going to go ahead and craft ourselves up that researching table, first of all. Just like that. Why is that not working? Oh, it has to have red wool, I see. Oh, that's a purple enemy. There's two purple enemies, I think. I would like you to both leave us alone, please, and thank you. We're kind of just stuck here, but thankfully, I believe we can out-heal them with our lifesteal. This is an ultra-healing royal zombie, apparently. Also, he's just thrown us up into the air for fun. Okay, we killed him. Not what I was expecting. I just wanted to go out and collect some poppies. Oh my god, look how much damage they did to our armor. What? This was definitely not this damaged. In fact, it was almost in pristine condition a few minutes ago. For our troubles, we got a chip source jewel as well as a spiritual crown shard. If we collect 5 of these, we can get the spiritual crown, which can turn a mob into its royal variation. Doesn't seem super useful. Looks like we did also get a divine ruby though, and some gem dust. We've already got to replace our armor. I can't believe this. We'll focus on that in a second. For now, let's just go back and make the researching table. There's our red wool, and now we can craft it up. There we go. We'll just plonk it back here, sure. And I assume we just place relics on it like so. Okay, so this actually lets us view the relic now. Apparently the spatial sigil has a time rift ability, which doesn't seem amazing. Just returns the wearer along the route traveled after a certain amount of time. The leather belt should be pretty simple. +1 experience point for each experience gained by equipped talismans. Well, now that we know what it does, we can just go ahead and equip it. There we go. Next, I want to get set up with an enchanting area. We do, of course, actually have to craft up the enchanting table first. And then we'll craft some basic baobab bookshelves. Our enchantments are going to be pretty bad at the start, but that's fine. That's what we're expecting. There we go. We have access to level 30. We better go ahead and get ourselves a grindstone as well. We'll use one of our stolen anvils to crush one of our rubbish gems into some gem dust. And we'll also be crafting a second enchanting table, which we'll then go ahead and upgrade into a reforging table like so. We also have our grindstone now, and this is all starting to look quite good. Although for some reason, whoever designed the reforging table decided to make this hammer actually have a sound effect, which gets incredibly annoying, so we'll be hiding it away in here. Since our armor's been absolutely demolished, now is as good a time as any to make a full suit of shiny, bright steel armor. There we go. Lovely. We look so cool with it on as well. It's not like this is going to be our final set of armor, so we'll just try and find some decent enchantments. That's all we really need. Unbreaking 3 is also lovely. Ooh, projectile protection 5 on the leggings. That's pretty good. And they come with prot 4 too. That is a lovely deal. Since we have a pretty high supply of bright steel, we can actually craft extra pieces of armor to enchant and then combine. There we go. Got a pretty decent pair of boots now. Feather falling 3, unbreaking 3, prot 3. I mean, this gear certainly isn't perfect, not by any means, but it's definitely an upgrade over what we had before. And as I mentioned, it looks incredibly cool. That's the main selling point here. Now, I would like to reforge, but I don't want to use the simple reforging table. I want to upgrade it to the, I can't remember what it's called, the mythic reforging table? Oh, okay, I see. It's just the reforging table. So what we have right now is the simple one. We need to upgrade it to the regular one. If we complete a few of these quests here, we'll actually get some rewards just for crafting the reforging table, such as some arcane sands. It seems pretty simple. In order to actually unlock the quest, we just need to go to the nether, acquire some quartz, make a gem cutting table, and then we're good to go. I should probably go ahead and claim some of these quest rewards as well. We could have had a free set of wooden armor to start us off this whole time. Lots of food is nice, plus we have an orb of origin here, so we could change from being a shulk if we really wanted. We can get some more levels here, plus a choice reward of either 40 steak or 20 golden apples. We gotta take the golden apples. And we also get some rewards for crafting the adjudicator, and some champion coins, and we get a couple more champion coins over here. Now we do have a bunch of skill points to spend on the tree. I don't want to invest too much though, because I know you guys are going to get mad at me, but we need to do a reset. And that's because after watching some guides on the best setups for this mod pack, we really want to go for the miner perk first of all, and then work on getting all of these gem buffs. This whole food thing is decent, but not the best. Plus this perk here, healthy diet, +1 max health per hunger point, actually is really irritating. And that's because as soon as we start getting hungry, per hunger point, we take a tick of damage, which doesn't sound that annoying, but trust me, it is. Unfortunately, in order to actually reset, we're going to need 3 netherite ingots, which is a pretty insane investment. Oh, never mind, I'm an idiot. We can just exchange 8 champion coins and get the amnesia scroll anyway. Right, we're going to lose some skill points and some health, but it's going to be well worth it. Now we can respec into the miner class, and we can also get a bunch of armor buffs, so it is quite synergistic to our role as a tank. We're not going to see the payoff for these effects just yet, because we don't have gems socketed into our armor yet, but trust me, when we do, this is going to be insane. There we go, we'll confirm all of that. So now we've got some extra armor points, we're getting extra armor per gems in our armor, and we're also getting some extra effect power from those gems. Apparently the best way to get super overpowered in this mod pack is to stack a bunch of gem effects together, like crit chance and extra damage and that kind of thing. The logical next step is for us to nip into the nether and get those quests done so that we can make an upgraded reforging table. I guess I'll just throw our portal down over here. This seems like as good a place as any, and let's pray that we get a good spawn. Okay, the undead army has been empowered by nether forces. I don't love that. However, the spawn's pretty palatable. We've spawned on solid ground. There's no lava lake nearby. There's no lava coming from the ceiling. I stand corrected. And we even get a free waystone right here. It's a pretty warm welcome into the nether, to be honest. Oh, the piglins are level 37. What? Okay, I wasn't quite banking on the enemies being that strong. That is a little bit concerning, but we have got some upgraded gear, so there is that. And we've spawned right next to a fortress. Are you kidding me? I've marked our portal so that we don't get lost, although I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult to achieve that when we're right next to the fortress. And somehow we still haven't found the quartz we're looking for. This was supposed to just be an in and out trip, but now I feel like we're going to go on another looting spree. We do need to be careful though, because we could get absolutely whooped by some powerful nether mobs. Whatever effect makes enemies spawn cobwebs, it's actually really difficult, specifically when you use the adjudicator, because it means you can't mine through them like you could with a sword. Oh, that is a purple with a skeleton. This guy could be a bit of a problem. Stay back. I'm stuck in another cobweb, so I'm just praying he can't get close enough. Okay, well, we're here now, so let's hope we can find some quartz here somewhere. And we've got to keep our eyes peeled for any chests. The mobs have over 100 health now, which is pretty insane. Oh, get away from me with your big old axe. Check it out, though. Floor gem of the ravenous bloodlord. Honestly, if you love looting in modded Minecraft, install this pack immediately. You will have an absolute blast. What I don't love so much is the ghast trying to blow me to smithereens. Yes, another chest right here with some emeralds. We also have a ring of knockback resistance, but that's not super useful. We have ourselves a withered tome. We have a spell book. Goot-tastic's telekinetic fishing rod. I guess we can cast this and see what it does. Oh, it just pulled that block out the floor. There's actually a reforged backpack right here too. We may as well wear it and then upgrade it to gold when we get back home. I think it's time for us to head right into the main fortress. There's actually always a labyrinth underneath which has some extra loot. Once again, I've spent far too long playing Minecraft mod packs, so I recognize most of the structures I come across. You do have to be careful not to be swarmed by wither skeletons because they do pack a pretty big punch. Check it out though, even just the barrels here are stuffed with good loot, and we found the quartz we need actually. We've got a horseshoe, which is an accessory booster which increases luck by 1. There we go. We can just combine that with our adventurer kit, and that gives it some extra luck. We also have our very first unique eye for the end portal. This is from the mod End Remastered, which makes it so if you want to open the end portal, you have to collect 12 unique eyes scattered around the world. It's pretty cool. We'll take that. We also have a runed charm of Hellblade of surgical precision. It does give us plus 100% attack damage, but minus 100% armor. No thank you. We also have a scorch scroll. Kind of cool, but we're never going to use that. And we have ourselves another horseshoe. 2. Ah, okay, you can only apply 1 horseshoe per accessory. That makes sense. Oh, there we go then. We'll just apply the luck to our miner guide. And now we must have an absolutely insane amount of luck. We have some wither roses in here. We have a reflecting necklace, which we'll need to research when we get back home. Plus, we have an unholy grail, which is another thing that's part of that cursed ring, so we can't use this unless we've used that ring. There should be some more loot around here somewhere at the top. Here we are. Look at all these barrels. There are quite a few wither skeletons, though, so I want to clean those up first so we don't get jumped. We can also use our Adjudicator's second effect to remove the wither effect whenever we get it. Also, the game was saying a purple enemy had awoken that way, so I do want to check if they're still there. I thought it was this blaze, but I don't think it is. Oh, don't just hover out of reach. That's really annoying. I wanted some blaze rods. I'm fairly sure that the purple enemy spawns somewhere down here, which is why I can't find them. Also, it's not this guy. This is just a random super leveled zombified piglin that I want nothing to do with. Okay, well, another one's just awoken. I want to go check that out. Oh, this one's actually highlighted. There we go. He's right under that tree. No, he's not. Is he? Is he even still here? What is Oh, there we go. That's a zombified hoglin who seems to be incredibly fast, so we don't want to be careful we don't get knocked off here. Oh, and he's already got into a fight with the wither skeleton, so we'll just let those two fight it out first, soften each other up. He did have 700 HP, but now he's dead already. Okay. I was going to say he had 700 HP, but that other guy must have softened him up a bit. Let's see. He has given us a purple helmet. Gregory's soul-touched golden sallet of the dolphin. Even though this isn't actually that good, we'll be keeping it because we can break down this kind of gear into arcane sands and use that to reforge our own gear. So overall, it was worth killing Gregory the Hoglin. It seems like these extra tiered enemies spawn a lot more commonly in the nether. Anyway, let's get on with actually looting this nether fortress. These barrels up here don't seem amazing, but they do have a few little trinkets in them. We'll go ahead and upgrade our adventurer kit even more. Oh, never mind. Okay, so you can only use 1 accessory booster per item. I thought it was just we couldn't stack multiple of the same booster on one thing, but it looks like it's just 1 thing per trinket. Got to make sure to grab all this apotheosis gear. We're going to be breaking down all of it. And we've actually got a pickaxe upgrade here. The Lucky Reinforced Dioram Pickaxe of Quarrying. This thing gives us nourishment whenever we break a block. It ignores 7% of durability damage. It gives us +1 luck, plus 17% mining speed, and plus 1.5 reach distance. Hello, wither skeletons. Please die. Thank you very much. And then we'll use our adjudicator to get rid of the wither. We just keep finding these accessory boosters now. I wish we could apply more than 1 at once. Hey, we just got the trophy for opening 100 chests. We've also got a pretty crazy diamond axe here. It inflicts inebriation, weakness, and it does 14 damage per swing. We also found a regular breach gem here. The fact that we're able to handle level 38 enemies fairly easily means we're probably ready for the first tier of bosses in this mod pack too. The game says they're at least level 25 with a little bit of variance, so that should be completely fine. Anyway, with all this looted, let's head down into the hidden area. This does usually take quite a while. The people that inhabit the nether have not figured out how to invent elevators yet. Just keeps going and going, but we finally made it. And that is not quite what I wanted, a giant blackstone blockade. This can't be a bastion, surely, because otherwise it would poke out the top of the nether fortress. Oh, actually, I know what this is. This is the boss arena for... It's some kind of hand guy thing. Yeah, here we are. We can summon him by breaking all of those eye blocks, and trust me, we do not want to do that. The modpack classes this boss as a tier 3, which means he's level 85 or more. We cannot handle that. I really hope that hasn't overwritten a bunch of this labyrinth, because there's always good loot down here. We do have a new spellstone, the Blazing Core. It gives us immunity to fire, temporary immunity to lava, burns the attacker if we get hit with a melee attack. We have improved visibility in lava. Any status effects applied to you tick down twice as fast, and we're vulnerable to underwater creatures. Not worth it. We also have yet another nether eye. Unfortunately, you can't use 2 of the same eye in the portal. Let's see, what else is awaiting us down here? Okay, a bit of iron, bit of gold, not amazing. This place actually goes so deep, we've reached bedrock here. Actually, checking the map, there is not a whole lot of this labyrinth. This structure did indeed delete most of it. That's fine though, because it does mean when we do want to fight this boss in the future, we don't exactly have to go far. Why are you here? This guy does actually have 200 HP, so we're going to be rather careful, but our lifesteal is helping us tremendously here. We definitely need to get some upgrades to our melee damage, because we are barely doing anything to this guy. What has happened to this nether labyrinth? There's even a mine shaft intersecting it. And now that I think about it, we do actually need some blaze rods, so I may as well just kill them in here. We'll just open up a bit of space around this spawner and try not to burn alive. Oh hey, we found a minecart chest too. We have a gem of arcane efficiency, an absolutely terrible adventurer kit, and some pretty decent diamond leggings. We won't be wearing them, but we will be crushing them down. And there's another minecart chest right here here, actually. What is up with all these terrible adventurer kits we keep finding? We have another upgraded backpack here, a chorus inhibitor ring, which we need to research, a champion loot bag, and a flawed splendor gem. Let's kill a few more blazes, and then we'll get back to looting the nether fortress. Oh, that's a purple blaze. I didn't even realize at first. Gotta be a little bit careful here. He does have 300 HP. We'll just crit him out and take care of him. And he actually dropped us a wither skull, which makes no sense, but I'm very grateful to have it. While I was mining, I did also find this lucky rock, but it doesn't seem particularly lucky. It gives us minus 22% efficiency and gives us a 2.34% chance for extra loot when mining. I don't know, that just doesn't seem very lucky. We've got 9 blaze rods now, which should be plenty. We're gonna go ahead and mine to this room here, because even though the corridors have been completely cut off by this structure, this room always has a couple chests in it. There we go, we've made it. And now we have all of these barrels to loot. We found our very first staff. It's a blood staff, apparently. You probably need to equip spells, and then you can cast them from the staff, I would assume. This thing might actually be kind of rare, because it's the Dead King's Scepter, apparently. Either way, we're gonna crush it down and use it to upgrade our own gear. We've got a Trident of Bloodletting. That's kind of cool. A Twisted Jewel, which is kind of but we can crush it down once again. We also have a chest here with pretty much nothing. And finally, a barrel with nothing as well. And that pretty much concludes our nether trip. We got a lot more than we bargained for. Ooh, there is also a purple enemy highlighted, but I don't know how I feel about challenging him. Well, he's just despawned, so that kind of solves that problem. We're up to level 80 now, so we could really do with getting some upgraded bookshelves. I mean, we could go for the nether bookshelves known as hell shelves, but there's a much better alternative known as sea shelves. Oh, okay, a bit of a horde of enemies here. Got to be a little bit careful. We're also going to need to get silk touch on a pickaxe so that we can actually silk touch spawners and make a gem grinder. Because alongside finding the gems in chests, mobs actually have a pretty rare chance to drop them, so if we farm them, we can then combine them all and upgrade them. And of course, it will make for a good source of XP. Once again, we got to go ahead and empty out our backpack. We can also research our reflecting necklace now, like so. Oh, and I've actually found this in my All the Mods 10 playthrough, I think. It's pretty good, but I've just remembered we have our luck necklace equipped, so we're not going to be using this. I'm actually going to leave this backpack for now, just because most of the stuff in here is just gear that needs to be crushed. If we go ahead and check our quest, we can now tick off this, and we can tick off the quartz quest, as well as the bright steel alloy quest. If we drop our full set of bright steel armor and pick it back up, we should get the reward for completing this quest too. Yep, that worked. We'll take our free champion coins, that's lovely. And it looks like we can actually upgrade our bright steel into dark steel with dark steel ingots. And to get dark steel, oh, we just combine bright steel with netherite. That's pretty simple. We also need to craft ourselves a gem cutting table in order to unlock the next quest. And that's just going to require some planks, some gem dust, some shears, and some smooth stone. If I've done all this correctly, then in a second, we should see the gem cutting table. There we go. And we'll keep this right down here next to our storage. We can tick that quest off, giving us 30 gem dust. And now we're going to go do the same thing we did with our bright steel armor. We just need to pick up our reforging table again. That's completed that quest. We can then receive 12 arcane sands, and we can use these to upgrade our simple reforging table into the reforging table. Still got this annoying hammer though. And doing that quest actually gives us 6 Godforged pearls, which is the best modifier re-rolling item in the entire game. We are going to save these though, because we're not at the tier of gear yet where we'd want to use those. We're going to save those for our best set of armor. In order to break down all of that gear we've been collecting, we need a salvaging table. And unfortunately, we have no copper, which means we've got to go out and grab some. And while I remember, we'll also go ahead and enchant our pickaxe. Fortune 2, that's fine. Would have loved efficiency, but it is what it is. If we're lucky, we might find some copper just hanging around in the ocean here. Hey, there we go. There's some in this cave. You guys are level 4. You're no match for us. Oh, I think one of those skeletons dropped this jade. Seems to be a pretty good gem. We can also go ahead and research the chorus inhibitor. Using the chorus fruit teleports the wearer to the block along the line of sight within reach. Oh, okay. So I thought the ring would teleport you. I think you have to wear it and then eat chorus fruit, and that's what allows you to teleport. So this is really useless. Also, if I'm not mistaken, a certain wandering trader has shown up. I can hear him, but I don't know where he is. Oh, don't tell me these 3 dots mean he's spawned up on top of the blimp. Right, well, up we go. Let's visit him. Wait, he's not up here. Is he inside? Where actually is this guy? I'm so confused. Oh, no, he is inside. Okay. Well, he doesn't really have anything worth trading, but he does have a few additions, such as these accessory booster items. So we will be keeping that in mind, but also, since you've made me climb all the way up here and you don't have anything I want, you're gonna die. The other thing that we're gonna need for the salvaging table is a bucket of lava, and I can think of one place where we can very easily get that. Right, we just gotta make our way down to this lava lake here, and there we go. Look at this guy. He's brought an umbrella to the nether, which is probably the stupidest thing you could ever do, because it will never rain here ever. Nobody tell him though, because we don't want to hurt his feelings. And with that out of the way, we now have everything we need to craft ourselves the salvaging table. We'll just throw that right here. And with that out of the way, we can start breaking all of this gear down. We'll go ahead and throw all of this stuff in, and then it gets converted into luminous crystal shards and time-worn fabric. There we go. This should be everything now. And now that we've assembled all these materials, let's go ahead and start reforging our gear. We're going to use one of our precious Godforged pearls on our adjudicator because we're just not doing enough damage at the moment. Oh, no, wait. Each of these reforges, even the cheapest one, needs 2 Godforged pearls. That's pretty expensive. We'll go with Arcane Sands then, so we'll downgrade to an epic tier reforge, but that's still going to be really good. I'm thinking we go with this middle one right here because we get a boost to attack speed, we inflict weakness when we hit enemies, we also gain speed, and it ignores 35% of durability damage. Plus, we also get 25% overheal and 3 sockets for gems. As for our bright steel armor, we'll go with some pretty basic tier epic reforges. We'll go ahead and get this reforge for our boots because it gives us some extra armor points, plus some extra luck and some speed just by wearing the boots. We'll grab this reforge for our leggings, giving us extra armor and luck again. And this reforge on our chestplate gives us a 9% reduction to physical damage, which is insane. And this is all that we can afford for our helmet. It's going to give us some extra armor, some extra toughness, and some extra mana, which really isn't that useful. Plus, we do get Dolphin's Grace when we're attacked, which will be good for ocean combat, I suppose. In terms of getting an enchantment on our adjudicator, it seems like because the game considers it a different weapon to a sword, it actually doesn't have the opportunity to get sharpness. That is pretty unfortunate. For now, we'll just slap Unbreaking 3 on it, and we also get efficiency, critical sunder for extra damage on critical hits, and yeah, that's it. I did not realize this thing could break blocks. Look how quick it goes. I think it's about time we began working our way up this intricate tree of bosses, starting off with the very first one, Swampjaw. He's summoned using fossil bait, apparently. Let's see. Fossil baits. Okay, just some rotten flesh, bones, and spider eyes. We can manage that. I'm feeling pretty confident now that we've got our reforged armor. Also, I don't know why we're holding the adjudicator so weirdly. It's like we're presenting it to a class or something. Behold, my weapon of mass destruction. Oh my goodness, we actually don't have any rotten flesh somehow. Nor do we have any spider eyes, actually. It's because I just keep throwing that kind of stuff out, because for all intents and purposes, it's usually garbage. I've just remembered, actually, since we've done all this reforging to give all of our weapons extra effects and sockets, we should actually go ahead and put some gems in those sockets. We're not going to use our best gems yet, like our flawless gem of the Warlord, because once again, we haven't quite gotten to that level where we want to be using our best items. You can take gems out of items, but it's a pretty costly process. Right, so we'll go ahead and chuck in the flawed gem of the Samurai into our adjudicator. This gives it plus 15% crit chance because it's a heavy weapon. And we'll also add in a chipped ballast gem to give it plus 4 attack damage. We'll also smash down some of the weaker ones for some extra dust. We'll go ahead and get some reforges on our trinkets as well. We can reforge our Heart of the Golem to give us extra overheal, extra experience gained, and extra mining speed. And then we'll save what we have left, actually. We can go ahead and throw this reinforced jewel into our Ring of Strength, and this is going to give us plus 10 armor, so it's like a full set of diamond armor in one jewel. Oh wait, no, I misspoke. That would be plus 20 armor, because each point of armor is half, so it's like half a set of diamond armor. That's still decent. And finally, we'll add this floor gem of the Cataclysm to our adjudicator, giving it blazing brand whenever we hit an enemy. Now then, we need to go on an adventure to actually find ourselves some rotten flesh and spider eyes, which are like the least interesting things to go on an adventure for. In the meantime, we'll also be trying to find some cobwebs so that we can craft ourselves the Explorer's Compass, which is an incredibly useful item. We'll also leave a waystone at our base so we can teleport back here when we like. And we'll go ahead and mark it on the map with a waypoint. Since we haven't explored this way before, that's where we're going. Plus, if we find any cool structures, it gives us the perfect opportunity to test out our new gear. We don't really care about this structure because we know that that has nothing in it. There's also a shed by the looks of things. Let's see then. What do we have here? It's literally just a shed. Oh, hello. There is another airship right here. This could be a good test of our new powers because now we won't have to avoid any of the skeletons. We should just be able to crush this thing. And we also have this little tower, which we'll check first. Right then, up we go, up this totally not suspicious ladder. And, okay, there's no one inside. And this is just useless. There's just a few fireworks in here. I guess we'll set them off. Hooray! Fireworks! Woo! That's so underwhelming. These just don't look good at all. They're all green and stinky. I don't want these. Anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and climb the ladder if it wants to work this time. It does. I am slowly ascending. Also, I do see a campfire in the bottom right, so we'll check that afterwards. I believe the mobs should be at most level 10 in here, so this should be fairly straightforward. And of course, we do have our enchanted golden apple should anything go wrong. Oh, skeletons, prepare to meet your doom. There's also a random zombie in here, which we'll kill. Did he drop us rotten flesh? I don't think so, no. I've just realized I just broke a spawner. I've forgotten to get a Silk Touch enchantment. I'll need to keep that in mind. Alright, come here, skeleton. Oh, and we just one-shot him. Okay, yeah, I think we're definitely powerful enough, guys. Yep, you're all dying. You all have no chance against us. This is a lot easier than I thought it would be. I knew we were going to destroy these guys. I just didn't think it would be such a simple task. And we actually get 2 flawless reinforced jewels right here. Plus, we have a ring of experience. Not very useful. Let's see. We have intricate iron sword. We can break that. And we have some golden apples. Nice. We got a few more of the idiots over here, but they're very easy to take care of. And there we go. We've reached the final chest legitimately this time. If I could open it, that would be rather nice, though. We have a decent adventurer's kit in here, and that's about it. And this is just a straight upgrade if we combine these two, so we'll do exactly that. And yeah, that's actually it for this structure. That was over in about 1 minute. As tempting as it is to test our full damage resistance, I will leave this place properly. We'll safely go down the ladder. I mean, that's not particularly safe, but we're doing it anyway. Oh, I did say we'd go and check out that campfire, didn't I? Oh, it's another of these little pillager camps, I see. Too bad they stand no chance in the face of our righteous fury. The chest isn't all that great. We'll take the gem, we'll take the gold and the emeralds. The next structure we'll go to is this one right here. Here we go. Looks like another pillager camp. Although there doesn't seem to be much in the way of loot. I guess the lighthouse is going to have everything. We've got a bunch of these allays in cages. We could just save a few of them, I guess. You're welcome. And then up through the lighthouse we go. And the chest just has nothing useful. I was hoping there'd be at least one thing we could use, but no, there really isn't. That's fine though. Not every structure can be a winner. This right here should be a ruined village that we can go check out. And since it's turning to night, we should be able to find some zombies and spiders. Here we are. We've found it. And it seems like the place is already under siege from zombies. Hey, nice. We got some rotten flesh off him at least. The chests are pretty bad, but that's not entirely surprising. And I think that's actually everything from here. Where are all the enemies tonight? There's just not a soul around. I shouldn't be saying that because then I'm going to run into a mutant mob. That's not a mutant mob, thankfully. But I know that it's possible for them to spawn, and I really don't want them to. Get away from me. Hey, there we go. We've got a spider as well, and we've got the string we need. We do still need a little bit more rotten flesh. Let's see. Any zombies around? Doesn't really look like it. Hey, there we go. Right, drop your flesh, please. Thank you very much. That's 1 piece. We need 2. Oh my god. I just got attacked by this thing. He was stalking me. I do see a drowned. This guy should give us the rotten flesh. Oh, there we go. He did, but he also turned into a ghost. We'll just put him out of his misery. Sorry about that. What on earth happened here? Why are they putting tables on top of wheat? None of this makes sense. Is there even any loot in here? It doesn't look like it. Well, I found a green iron helmet and a ring of evocation affinity that gives +1 level to firecracker. Not useful in the slightest. Oh, there we go. We've got an infernal zombie right there because all the purple stars. We'll just take care of him. He's got 210 health, but that doesn't particularly matter. He's already dead. Honestly, I would quite like some of the apotheosis highlighted enemies. That's a mutant skeleton. Okay, that's fine. Are we ready for this? I think we are. We can do this. This is easy. This is simple for us. I was not expecting us to actually find a mutant mob, and we've already killed him. Yep, we're too overpowered. It's just a simple fact now. That guy got absolutely manhandled. Oh my god. I hyped him up, and now he's just a pile of bones on the floor. In all fairness, though, he was only a level 8 mutant skeleton, so he's pretty weak, since we're about level 30 at least, I'd say, by now. Not gonna lie, I was a little terrified there, but we had it all under control. Hey, there we go. We got a purple thing that we can break down. Go away. Oh, we got another of those wraith things. We definitely have more than enough rotten flesh now, that's for sure. Well, this is one of those royal mobs, the royal skeleton. And we also have a royal zombie here. It wasn't all that much of a challenge. And we actually now have 3 flawless reinforced jewels. We need to pick one of our trinkets that we're never going to replace and then slot all of those into that one trinket for a plus 45% armor boost. Apparently there's a verge 800 blocks in this direction, so sure, we might as well go see it. Oh, and here we go. We found ourselves a spider nest with all the cobwebs that we need. Lovely. We'll go ahead and grab all of these. There's apparently a ruined portal. Yep, it's just over here. I'm making a beeline for it. You never know. We might be able to find ourselves an enchanted golden apple or something. Well, we found a ring of fire resistance, a withered tome, and a second withered tome, actually, plus some golden dragon fruit. Honestly, I don't know if you guys have ever eaten dragon fruit, but trust me, for those of you that have, you know this is the most mid fruit in existence. In fact, it's not even mid. It's just bad. It doesn't live up to the name at all. You'd think it would be sweet or juicy or spicy maybe because it's dragon fruit, but no, it's just like mush. I hate pears the most, but dragon fruit is definitely up there in the top 5. One of the things that I love about this mod pack is that even while we're just out exploring, we can find stuff that helps us. Like these towers are always full of gems, which we always need because we can crush them into gem dust. I'm going to stop taking the green gear because at this point, we do not need to go for green reforges. We want blue or above. Also, look how many enchanted books are in here. This This is ridiculous. This must be all of our luck effects stacking onto each other. Let's see if there's anything we actually want. Crescendo of bolts, that's for a crossbow. Long-footed for our boots, that's not bad. Acrobat 5 to reduce cooldown time between dodge rolls. This is pretty useless. This is okay. This is mid. This is amazing. Okay, let's take that. Fortune 3 is lovely. Blast Prop 1 we don't need. Curse of Redemption is terrible. And Curse of Sorrow, which we obviously don't need. Alright, well that was rather productive. Also, there's a pretty high likelihood that this village has a waystone, which means we won't even need to use one of our own in order to teleport back home. But once we do, we're going to be taking on the mighty Swampjaw. I suppose he could be mighty, or he could be really weak. It just depends. Maybe he ends the entire run and none of this footage ever gets shown on YouTube. Now, that would be pretty depressing. We've got some kind of abandoned chapel. And, oh, I don't know if this is the village or not because this is an underground village, but we could check that out too. Oh, no, I'm wrong. This isn't an underground village. This is an underground catacombs. Nothing we really need here. There is a fire aspect too, but that's not bad. Apart from that, though, there's nothing really we need. All this stuff is for spell casting and that sort of thing. I like to just turn my brain off and hit things. Right then, let's see what we have down here. I can, in fact, hear a lot of zombies, and quite a few of them are powered up. I'm not super concerned, though. We should be able to handle all of them. Plus, all these guys are just free XP, too. This chest is okay. It's got another tattered tome for us. And, oh, that's a full netherite zombie, so we're going to be careful here. Hopefully, he should just stay in place. He's also very, very fast, but we've killed him. And he has dropped us not one, but 2 netherite hoes. Sure. All the monsters just keep appearing out of nowhere. I'm not sure if there's some kind of spawner hidden away. Oh, there we go. Found it. We'll combine those 2 netherite hoes together to get a half-decent one. And then I guess we'll head deeper into the dungeon. Are there even any chests in this place, though? Having said that, I've instantly found some. So let's see. Gem of the Safari. Sure, why not? And that seems to mostly be it. Honestly, what I'm mostly concerned about is just a randomly super overpowered zombie getting spawned and we can't deal with it. Oh my god, there's a lot of them over here. Okay. There's just hordes of these guys. We also have another purple guy here, but we're completely fine. We're just comboing him to death. And just like that, we have mowed down the horde. We do have an infernal cursed armor here, but we've just destroyed him. And he was guarding complete garbage. Wonderful. Oh, a little hidden treasure room back here. Surely this is the main stash. We've got ourselves a blue diamond axe. Not bad. And a sharpshooter 4-book. Amazing. Just seems to keep going deeper, though. We've got 2 infernal zombies right here. These would have destroyed us previously. Anything in these graves? No. And I think now we're all done with this place. We certainly have more than enough rotten flesh now. I think this might actually be the village here, which is a bit strange. I mean, as long as these guys have a waystone somewhere, I'm not complaining. And we also have just found a super good trinket, the Infinity Ham. Once we've researched this, it's going to infinitely regenerate, giving us, as you might guess, infinite food. And once we get this trinket upgraded, you can even apply potion effects to it, and it will give you max saturation and a bunch of other cool things. Also, look at this. Level 11 unemployed. That's disgraceful. You're 11 and you're unemployed. Get out there and start earning some money. This is the worst village ever. This is literally it. Fortunately, the map is showing there's a bit more of the village up here. Otherwise, this may actually be the worst village ever. There we go. There's the wasteland I wanted. Also, that is a horrific looking wasp. Why does he have an anime blush? Go away. Boom. There we go. We've activated that. And also a green guy called Keith has awoken nearby. We're not going to trouble ourselves with that. We're only going for blue and above. We have also found another Infinity Ham. This one might be of a higher level than this one, so we'll take it. There seems to have been some kind of wagon crash into the side of this building. Even in medieval times, there's road accidents. Wait, is this a pillager encampment? What is going on here? I genuinely have no idea what all this is about. Doesn't even really seem to be any chests or loot or anything like that. Very strange indeed. Well, now that we have everything we came for, we may as well TP back. And looks like that does actually cost 1 XP level, which is fine. That's nothing particularly major. Our inventory is full of rubbish like usual, so I'm just going to empty that out. And then let's go ahead and break all this new gear down. And that's netting us a lot of luminous crystal shards plus a few arcane sands. We also have plenty of common gems that we can smash down in the corner here. Oh my days, we got the rotten flesh, but I forgot to get spider eyes. Are you kidding me? Turns out I'm a complete moron. I paused my recording to go and get a snack and forgot to unpause it, so you've missed about 5 minutes. Nothing particularly major. We teleported back to the village. We looted these 2 towers here, getting us some other gems, and that's about it. I was rambling on about this cool mystical forest and how I thought it would be cool to have a society of magical gnomes here. Anyway, we're out on a mission to grab ourselves some spider eyes, and we also need some redstone so that we can make the compass for our explorer's compass. Got a massive ruined portal over here, so we'll look at that. I really just want to find some spiders, man. That's all I'm interested in. Golden apple in here, that's nice, and literally nothing else apart from obsidian. Oh, check it out. One of these towers has been destroyed, so this is the top right here. It's just fallen off. Sharpness 3 and breaking 3, decent enough book. Since there's seagulls around, we've got to keep keep our golden apples out of our hotbar. Otherwise, they can steal them. Looks like we have ourselves a little seaside village with a nice lighthouse. Also, there is a crocodile right there. He thinks he's slick. Oh, God, the villagers are getting murdered by this guy, and he's massive, too. All right, let's take care of him. You're welcome, villagers. We did all that and not a single bit of thanks. Unbelievable, really. How did you guys even let him in? And what are you doing? What do you have to say for yourself? You're in on it, aren't you? I know you are. Also, you have 290 HP because you're level 18. That's terrifying. That guy didn't even drop anything good. What an absolute ripoff. I'm offended on behalf of myself. Ooh, now I don't know what this big purple thing is, but I certainly want to find out. There is a buried treasure map in this chest that could help us find another of the eyes for the end portal, since buried treasure always contains the black eye. Thankfully, we're actually really close to the actual treasure, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to get. Hey, check it out. We found another of these completely busted dungeons. Don't worry, we're not going to spend 3 hours looting this place, but we are going to kill some spiders, and that should get us the eyes that we need. I need to remember not to forget about the buried treasure. Look at this place. It intersects right through a cave. Also, what is that weird purple thing? I don't like him. Oh, and he's coming straight for us. Wonderful. He's a betrayed guzzler. What is he guzzling? What is going on? Why is everything exploding? There's little baby creeper things. Ugh. I've just killed the goblin trader as well. I'm sorry, man. Can you just die, please? I don't know what's going on, but these weird ghost things are attacking us. Oh, and I finally killed it. I think I killed the source. I don't think this is even part of that original dungeon anymore. Oh, never mind. Yes, it is. I think. I just want spider eyes. Why does this have to be so complicated? The generation of this place is absolutely insane. It looks amazing. Honestly, we may as well just not bother with the first floors because they always have terrible loot. That's a creeper copter. Go away, creeper copter. Oh, also, we need that redstone over there so we can craft the explorer's compass. Hello, infernal skeleton. Please die. Thank you. And he's gone. He dropped us some arcane sands as well. And we've actually already reached the nether floor. That's perfect. Okay, well, I didn't exactly want to fall in here. That wasn't part of the plan. I just want my redstone ore. Thank you. Now that we've done that, we can craft ourselves a compass. Then all we need is 4 pieces of cracked stone brick. And now we can craft ourselves the explorer's compass. And that completes this quest right here, rewarding us with 10 levels, 5 enchanted golden apples, and a wisdom scroll. And that actually means we've completed the quest for the descending dungeon, which is the structure we're in right now. And that rewards us with another 5 enchanted golden apples. We can actually get some really good rewards for doing these quests. For example, if we raid Keep Kara, we can get a Witherite Totem of Undying. Anyway, let's go ahead and kill all of these guys. And then we'll grab the loot from this floor. You know what we still haven't found? Spiders! How long is this gonna take? Are there any spiders anywhere? Hello? This right here is an invisible creeper. That's lovely. Oh, finally! A spider! That's one eye. And, if we kill this thing, we'll probably get another. God, get away from me. He was certainly a big one. Finally, there we go. Okay, we have everything we need to craft the swamp jaw bait now. We've basically got everything that we need from here, so let's head back to the surface, grab our buried treasure, and get out of here. Oh, guys, just let us leave. Come on. Here we go. Here's the staircase up. Yar, the map say the treasure be beneath us. Right now, we're going to go ahead and destroy half this beach just to find it. There we go. And it didn't have the eye. Okay. Right, anyway, all that's done, so let's TP home. And it looks like I've got to do a big old cleanup of our backpacks. And I'll see you guys soon. This is going to take ages. All right, there we go. Everything is in its rightful place now. And I've also found out there's this sort container button, which is really useful for making everything look neat and tidy. I also went ahead and researched the infinity ham for us, and this thing is actually pretty leveled up so far. I've also remembered I've been completely neglecting the skill tree, so we're going to go ahead and buy some new skills. And we'll also buy a couple skill points too. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this way so we can get this effect here. Gems inserted into our weapon give plus 30% effect power. We'll also go down this way and get this effect right here, which gives the same effect but to our armor. Also, just look at how many gems we've been collecting. This is ridiculous. We're going to go ahead and reforge our Ring of Luck so that we can get 3 sockets on it and equip all of our flawless reinforced jewels. In goes the first, that's plus 15 armor, then we go plus 30 armor, and then we go plus 45 armor. We don't have a ton of amazing gems, but since we've got so many benefits for actually having them slotted in armor thanks to our skill tree, we may as well equip a few of them. This warlord gem can go in our helmet, giving us some extra attack damage, and this solar gem can go in our boots, giving us some extra step height. And with all of that out of the way, it is now time for us to take on Swamp Jaw. Oh, this step height buff is so useful because we don't have to jump up the side of mountains anymore. We do need to go ahead and find ourselves a decently flat area to fight this guy in. Okay, well, definitely not this place with a gigantic hole in it. There's got to be somewhere decently flat around here. Here we go. This is ideal. We've got our enchanted golden apples at the ready. Let's do this. Oh, do we have to... There we go. We've got him. This is it. This is Swampjaw. And he seems to be dropping explosive things on us. I really hope this isn't a ranged fight because I did not bring any. Oh, here we go. No, he's coming in to attack us. And we're already destroying his health bar. Look at that. Come on, come down here again so we can demolish you. Come here, you stupid flying dead fish. As soon as you come down here, you are getting absolutely demolished. There we go. Let's crit him out. All we need is one more dive and we've got him completely. Down you come. Come here. Here we go. This is it. And we've got him. Nice. We are now the Bog Champion. He has dropped us a mossy tooth. And the most useful item I can see here that we could craft is the Caged Heart Trinket, which reduces damage that exceeds a quarter of our max health. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. The first step to defeating every single boss in this pack. We shall take our 15 levels and our champion coins. Since that was so easy, we may as well go ahead and clear out all of the tier 1 bosses. Next is the Bell Ringer, which is summoned using a haunted bell. And that is made with 5 gold and some soul sand. Simple enough. Fortunately, because we're so close to our base, we can set up a waystone for our boss fighting area here and teleport back for free. Let's craft ourselves up the Caged Heart. There we go. And we may as well get a quick little reforge on it. We do not have any soul sand to our name, so we've got to make a quick trip to the nether. I've realized we have such a big step height now, we can actually go up 2 blocks at once. Here we go. We spawn directly on top of soul sand, so we'll grab some and be on our way. There's the summon for the Bell Ringer. We may as well just craft all of the summons while we're in our storage area. So next is Lady Luck, which is summoned using the Devil's Ante. Oh, this is very simple. Netherite, gold, and a diamond. That's that crafted. Next, we have the Insatiable, which can be summoned by killing animals near rivers and other large bodies of water. Oh, and its spawn egg can actually be purchased from the CISCO'S wares shop. That's rather simple. Here we are. Here's the Insatiable egg. We'll buy that. There we go. And we've got to get another legendary loot crate while we're here. I mean, we have the chance to get 32 Godforged pearls. That is well worth it. Come on, please be good. And we got an Elytra. Nice. This is definitely useful. I don't know how useful just because we don't have any firework rockets or anything, but it's nice to have. And for that reason, I'm getting another legendary loot crate. Come on, this one's going to be better. We got the Godforged pearls. We got 32 Godforged pearls. Oh my god. Yes! I'm being rewarded for horrible decisions once again. Oh my goodness, we are going to have some insanely OP weapons and armor now. Alright, the final boss of tier 1 is Rosalind, which is summoned using a dust key. Oh, this needs amethyst shards. We don't have any of those. We need blackstone, an allium, and a diamond as well. Right, let's go ahead and get started with the remaining tier 1 bosses. This is going to summon the Bell Ringer. Here he is. And this guy does have 800 HP, so he's a bit stronger than what we've been used to. With that being said, we're still destroying him rather easily so far. In fact, he hasn't even really done any damage to us whatsoever. He just keeps ringing his bell and throwing cubes everywhere. That's it. Your time's up. Go away now. Yep, there we go. Let's see. He dropped us the Phantoplasm. The most useful craftable item here seems to be Spectre's Grasp, which gives us +2 reach distance. He's done, so on to Lady Luck. Oh, I see. No, she's called Dame Fortuna. She does have 1000 HP, so these bosses are getting a little bit stronger. Once again, though, she's doing absolutely no damage to us. And she's already almost dead. Yep, that's that done. She's given us a couple of enchanted books here. And her special drop is Fortune's Favor. Oh, we have got to fight her twice, actually, because look at these 2 drops that we can get. Ace of Iron, which sometimes negates incoming attacks, and the Slicer's Dice, which means attacks sometimes do more damage. Both of these are affected by luck, and since we already have a permanent luck effect, surely these are going to be super OP. There's our second Dame Fortuna summon, and then we'll go ahead and craft the Ace of Iron. It is kind of annoying that we spent resources to reforge this, and now it's immediately getting swapped out, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Let's grab ourselves some gem dust while we're here. And I mean, the reforges we're being offered are pretty bad here. I guess this is where some of the green material comes in useful, because we can use it to re-roll the table. Alright, here we go. We'll use our Godforged pearls to get this effect right here. We're going to have physical damage taken reduced by 15%. We get plus 25% dodge, plus 1.25 armor toughness, a tiny bit of extra overheal, and some extra health. Oh, I've just found something out, actually. All of the materials that we can get from breaking stuff down are useful because we need all of them in order to upgrade the levels of our gems. The Splendor gems give extra luck, so I'm thinking we upgrade these and socket them into this, and then we're going to have even more luck and have an even greater chance to negate incoming attacks. Well, I remember, let's also craft that hand trinket, and we'll get these reforged to reduce physical damage by 14%, plus this gives us some extra max health and some extra experience gain. It is a fresh new day, so let's take on the second Dame Fortuna, and this should be even easier than last time considering all of our extra effects. Slowly but surely, we are absolutely destroying her, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen, she's gone. Hey, and she even gave us a Feather Falling 4 enchantment. We can now go ahead and craft up that extra attack trinket, and we're just going for a blue reforge on this because we don't want to use all of our Godforged pearls too quickly. This does mean swapping out our 10% lifesteal amulet, but I think that's completely fine. Now then, moving on to our final boss, the Insatiable. Here he is. He's just a very very ugly looking drowned with a very square head. Well, I suppose this is Minecraft, so he's always going to have a square head. So far, so good. He's barely doing any damage to us. He has set us on fire, but that's not really a problem. He doesn't seem to do much, really. He spawns a lot of drowned and... oh. The fight's over. Apart from this guy who's trying to wander off. Right, let's see what we've got. We have a mana-tapped sword here. We have a pearl, a sea pickle, an iron ingot. We have a chipped reinforced jewel. We've got some arcane sands, some gem dust, some rotten flesh, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Does he not have a cool exclusive item for us to use? Well, that's lame, but sure, whatever. Oh, I forgot. We can also claim all these rewards now. That puts us all the way up to level 170. Now then, we're going to need to go on a minor quest into the cave so that we can find ourselves the amethyst shards that we need. And we'd also have to find an allium somewhere, don't we? Well, I mean, considering the size of this place, it shouldn't take us too long to find the amethyst shards. There we go. There's geodes showing on the map already. And actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and mine up these X-petrified ores. And while we're here, we'll make sure to mine up a bit of extra lapis because we're running kind of low. According to the map, we should be right below the geode, although I don't know if it's right below or right above. Oh, it was right below. Okay. And we've actually ended up with the perfect amount that we need, 2 shards. We'll make sure to grab this extra lapis while we're here. This step pipe thing is really confusing. If I just tap W, we just end up shooting up blocks. Oh, I forgot. We still need that allium, don't we? Right, let's teleport out to the village. There's got to be an allium lying around here somewhere, right? Why do I get the feeling that an allium is genuinely going to be the most difficult part of that crafting recipe? I don't see any over there. I'm just seeing daisies and whatnot. Oh, I came all the way up here for some emeralds and iron. According to Google, alliums can only be found in flower forests. I know that's vanilla Minecraft, so that's a bit different, but that's probably our best bet. It's really annoying. These right here are tall alliums, so they're almost what we want, but not quite. And these right here are allium flower bushes. We're getting rage baited by Minecraft. What's worse is that I probably have walked past some alliums in this video, but I just didn't know that we need them. Instead of an explorer's compass, we'll craft ourselves up a nature's compass, and then we're going to find ourselves a flower forest. Apparently it's 1,000 blocks in this direction, which is nice and simple. Oh, hello. Why are you highlighted? And there's also a blue one. What's going on? Oh, this is just one of the apothic bosses. That makes sense. And that one's already dead. We'll go ahead and kill this one too, who I think was supposed to be some kind of boss. Well, there's a gem of the earth in here, plus a heart of the earth and a tattered tome. And it looks like we've got a couple of apotheosis items that we can break down. We found this tiny patch of flower forest, and thankfully it has what we're looking for. I'm using a waystone because I really don't want to walk all the way back. And usually it would cost 1 level to get back to our base, but we can actually teleport to our little boss arena, and then from here we can go to our base. Boom, there we go. We've got ourselves the dust key. And now we're going to go ahead and destroy Rosalind because she has such a ridiculously annoying summon item to get. Alright, now this is Rosalind, Blade of Dusk, and I believe she's contained inside there. So we got to kill these lanterns to take down the shield. Then this should open up. There we go. Here's Rosalind, and she does have quite a lot of health, over 2,000 actually, so we do want to be careful here. I did not come at all prepared for this. I didn't even have our golden apples in our hotbar. Oh, it looks like she's rebuilding her shield now. I don't know what she's doing, but she's flying around everywhere, and it's making her very hard to hit. The shield should be down, so we should be able to hit her now. I have no idea what she's doing. Come on, Rosalind. It's all over now. You're finished. She does do a lot of damage with that attack. She took out all of our golden hearts there. Either way, she is now dead. And her special drop is the Violet Bloom. And the most useful trinket that I can see here is the Blossoming Mind, which increases experience that we get from mobs. Unfortunately, it requires amethyst shards, so we can't craft it yet. That is all of the tier 1 bosses dead, apart from the final one, which we need in order to advance to the next tier. Alright, so this boss is a gatekeeper, so he's going to be slightly higher level than the rest of the tier 1s. And we need to slay the Netherman. The Architect of Chaos can be summoned by filling a Great Chalice with Great Essence, then adding Radiant Essence. So we need to craft ourselves a Great Chalice, which just requires copper. There we go. We need to fill the chalice with Great Essence, then add Radiant Essence. And in order to get Radiant Essence, we need a Nether Star. So it looks like we're going to need to make a trip to the Nether and get ourselves some skulls. Fortunately, we do already have this skull, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get the rest. Now that I think about it, going to the Nether gives us the extra benefit of being able to kill some of these stronger apotheosis mobs, which will give us lots of epic and legendary gear. It appears this mod pack actually has the catacomb structure, which is perfect because these are always absolutely full of wither skeletons. Plus, it's a lot more entertaining for you guys and a lot more entertaining for me as well if we go and fight in a brand new structure rather than just waiting around in the Nether fortress. Also, you are an infernal mob, so you're going to die, and you're going to give us a netherite scrap. Lovely. Plus, that reminds me, while we're here, we may as well go and try and find some extra netherite because we can use that to make a brand new armor set. Into the basalt deltas we go, aka the worst biome in the entire game. I've just realized I never actually set a like goal for this video. Also, ooh, hello. though, so I'm going to set a like goal of 5 likes. If we all like the video at the same time, right now, if we just go and press that button, we might just be able to hit it. Oh, I see. This is another of those arenas for the tier 3 boss, so we would get destroyed if we went into this. However, there is also a treasure bastion nearby. It is in the wrong direction, but I can't resist. Just think about how much loot we'll be able to find in those chests with our extra luck. Also, that does not look particularly pleasant. We've also got a little bonus structure right here that we'll loot. It appears to be a nether version of those towers that we usually find. And like usual, the loot is not very good. Now, we should be able to go ahead and cleave our way through the structure, but we do need to be very careful of piglin brutes. Oh, yeah, they're doing quite a lot of damage. Okay, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. As long as we keep them back here, there we go, we're fine. I was expecting them to be strong, but not 2,000 HP strong. Also, we have no blocks, so I'm going to go and collect some just so that we can block ourselves in if needed. Thankfully, in all the commotion, everyone seems to have abandoned the chests. We have our very first boot trinket plus a green chest plate, and there's always a second set of chests which are either this way or this way. It should be this way. Hey, here we go. Yes, hello all of you. Go away. Oh, this is the infernal one, but we should be able to handle it now that he's on his own. Especially because every time he hits us, we just heal it back. There we go. We've got him. Love how we get 1 gem dust for our trouble. Let's see. We have another green item here. We have some golden carrots and stuff. Yeah, not really a lot. I guess the ancient debris is nice. Anyway, let's move on to the main part of the bastion, the treasure bit. We'll just slay these hordes of enemies. And this should really be no trouble to us whatsoever. That guy is highlighted, so he's probably going to be a problem. He's also got full netherite and he's an inferno enemy. Looks like all the piglins are falling into the lava, which is exactly what we want. And we should just be able to kill this guy from a safe distance. This is also another guy with 2,000 HP. Just doing my best to crit him out and also hope we get lucky with our dice roll, giving us extra attack damage. Also, we have almost no hunger left, I've just realized, so we better eat back up to full. Please die, Samuel. Thank you. Right, let's see what our reward is. There's a diamond chest plate. We have a darkest scroll. We have a strength ring. We got some netherite scrap. That's lovely. And we also have a tome of unbreaking. All these enemies are burning to death, and it's just using the default hurt sound, which is a little bit loud. Either way, let's collect up all this gold. And it seems like that's it for this bastion. Nothing amazing, but we did end up profiting some ancient debris. Right, well, on to the catacombs. And funny enough, these aren't actually the ones that our compass is pointing to, but these are catacombs, so we may as well just head this way first. We've made it, and as you can see, it's actually designed like a giant wither. We can't actually mine through this wither blackstone. We actually have to go in through these blocks of coal. Hello, everyone. You've all been sentenced to death. We basically just have to hope that we get lucky here and get some skull drops. And speak of the devil, there's our first one. Oh, we must have just killed an inferno enemy, actually, because we've got a random netherite ingot now. There should be more than enough wither skeletons here to give us the drop that we need. Plus, the bonus XP definitely doesn't go amiss. We've got another infernal one right here. Unfortunately, did not drop us a skull. And we'd also have a bit of loot. Oh, hello. One of the skeletons just dropped this. Flawless gem of the incandescent inferno. Seems pretty cool. And we've also got some purple leggings here. Lovely. And a purple backpack that we can break down. There we go. We'll mow down these guys. And this guy in here. And there we go. He's actually given us our second wither skeleton skull. Oh, and there was one in this chest anyway, so that didn't really matter. Looks like I remembered correctly. There's always a bit of hidden ancient debris under the portal here. Oh, we'd also have another infernal guy. There we go. Pretty easy kill. And there's a bit of hidden ancient debris in this blackstone pile. I must have missed these 2 chests here the first time. That's a flawless gem as well. Lovely. I think one of the infernal piglins in the bastion dropped this thing. It goes in the arcane scroll slot, so we may as well equip it. Plus, we can always reforge it and slot in extra gems. We're all done here, so we may as well just waystone out. Although now that I think about it, I'm going to put the waystone in a better place. Here we go. Out here is much better. It does cost 3 levels to go back to our base, but I can stomach that. And here's something I didn't think about. We can set up a waystone next to our portal in the nether, and then as you can see, it's going to be free to teleport wherever we want in the nether. We then teleport back to the portal when we want to go home, and then we can go home without paying any experience. Before we go and fight the wither, our helmet, leggings, and boots have taken a bit of damage, so we'll repair each piece. We can then go ahead and make some dark steel ingots by combining netherite with bright steel alloy, and then we can go ahead and upgrade every single piece of our bright steel armor to dark steel, and that gives us the achievement Strength in Darkness. We also get a pretty incredible full set bonus, which is Aegis Impervium. Once every 5 minutes, if damage taken is greater than max HP, we'll survive with 10 HP and gain 3 seconds of invulnerability. Should we run into an enemy that's too strong for us, we now have a get out of jail free card that refreshes every 5 minutes. We will go ahead and enchant ourselves a bow, bow, just in case the wither hovers out of melee range. And we'll give it a reforge as well. I'm going to remove our waystone before we fight the wither, just in case he blows it up. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to fight this foul creature. Here we go. And there's grass, so it's not going to spawn. Okay, just ignore that, please. As I was saying, it is time for us to fight this foul creature. All right, here he is, and he's very, very angry. We can go ahead and use our adjudicator to remove the wither effect. There we go. And because he's a gatekeeper, he is, of course, infernal, so he's got all those purple stars. Oh, and I think we just immediately used our get out of jail free card there. What? Okay, this guy's not playing around. Good to know. Just need him to get close so we can do melee, because our bow just does nothing to him. He's definitely not very pleased, that's for sure. We can get some good hits in here. Oh my god, he's level 60. What? Ooh, and we're stuck. No, thank you. Let's try and lead him away a bit and get some shots in with our bow. Why does he have to be level 60? I don't get it. I don't get it one bit. There we go. We're getting some hits in here with our adjudicator, but it's barely enough. Come on, surely we can get some good hits in here because he's stuck. He keeps on flying too high. Stop that. Also, he keeps immobilizing us as well, which is really, really annoying. I don't care. I'm gapping just in case he hits us with that insta-kill attack again. Let me out, man. I'm stuck in all these cobwebs too. Why does he have to do that? I don't understand. We're waystoning out. No, we're not. Never mind. We're fine. We're free. Good lord, this guy is unbelievably annoying. I mean, we're doing a little bit of damage, I guess. Here we go. We can get some more melee in here. Lovely. Honestly, these trees are an absolute lifesaver. Oh, hooray. Flowers of the savannah. What a useful achievement to get in the middle of a fight to the death. Oh my god, this cobweb effect is so obnoxious. It is the worst. I hate it so much. Here we go. More hits in because he's stuck under another tree. Come on. We'll just stand in front of him and out heal him, hopefully. Maybe. And I'm stuck in another. Oh my god, I'm actually about to lose my mind. Get me out. Come on. Oof. Quickly, we've got to grab some wood. We've got to hide behind this tree and craft ourselves up a wooden sword, but I can't. He's coming around like a horror movie creature. Ooh, wooden sword, wooden sword, wooden sword. There we go. Okay, we can now break the cobwebs at least. Thank goodness for that. And we are now out of arrows, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid this fight is not going quite how I'd imagined. Come on. Finally, he's in melee range again. We have to lead him into areas where he gets stuck under things, because that's when we can actually get some melee attacks off. This is the worst. There's no caves nearby that we can lead him into either. I mean, I didn't go for the cheese strat and just spawn him in a mine or anything, because I want this to be a cool battle, but we are going to try and lead him into a cave so we can at least hit him. Oh my, what is that attack? Why did he just rush forward? What's all that about? He does not do that in the regular game. He has 26,000 HP and we've got him down to 22,000, so we have dealt 4,000 damage. Here we go. He might get stuck under this tree if we're really lucky. Come on, there we go. We got like one hit in. Wonderful. Here we go. Here's a little cave. Perfect. Come here. Let me break through that. There we go. Heal off the wither effect. Come on. We know you want to come down into this mighty tempting cave. Just come down here. Oh my god, he's so annoying. What is it with this guy and just not doing what I want him to do? He's so irritating. Oh, he's just done. Oh my god, what has he done? What has he done? Why has he done that? He's all the way up there. He's just on the loose now. Of course, now it's our job to go ahead and track down our lost wither. Oh, well, we certainly found him. There we go. Here we go. He's coming in a bit closer now. This is more useful. And he's right here. Okay, come on. This is perfect. This is perfect. We can actually get some damage off. This is the most insane wither fight I've ever been a part of. We need to keep leading him down further into the cave. Yes, there we go. He's coming down. Here we go. Now he's down here with us. We can swim up to him like this. We're in the water, so he can't escape. Keeps trying to break his way out, but it's not working. We'll just swim straight up and start hitting him. And now he's right below us. Perfect. Here we go. Let's see if we can get him over here next. There's a very low ceiling here. Although there's also a lot of lava. I didn't think about that. I didn't think that far ahead. Here we go. He's right there. Nice. There we go. More hits here. He's got 18,000 HP left. So, you know. And our thing that saves our life just activated. And he's just thrown us halfway across the map. All right. There we go. Big damage here. Big damage. But we have not to drown as well. Here we go. Another opportunity for some more damage here. Let's ignore that huge effect. Just get out of the way. More damage here. Lovely. We're standing right in his face, so I hope he doesn't hit us with some game-ending attack. There's that purple effect again. Let's get out of the way. That's like his favorite thing to do. Here we go. More hits here. He's doing his thing again, which I don't like at all. Thank goodness our helmet gives us Dolphin's Grace so we can dodge him when he does that. He's stuck again. This is our opportunity for more damage. He's trying to escape, but we're getting a ton of damage off here. There we go. He's finally broken free, but we managed to hit him for at least 2,000 there. Our get out of jail free card should also have refreshed by now, which is lovely, because I get the feeling we'll definitely need it. He's stuck again. This is a good opportunity. As soon as we get him out of this phase, he's going to be so much easier. Once we get into half health, he is going to start full aggroing us. There we go. Loads more damage there. Break this cobweb, break this cobweb, break this cobweb, break this cobweb. Nice. Come on, he's got to be close to half now. Oh, he's done a thing. Get out, go, 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 get out, go. Oof. More hits here. Perfect. Oh, he's regenerating, I think. That's so annoying. No, you don't. Come on. No, you don't. No, you don't. He does love to throw us halfway across the map, that's for sure. Quickly, we gotta get to him quickly before he can regenerate too much. He's doing his thing again. This might hurt. Nope, he's just throwing us. Come on, get into your second phase. I hate these cobwebs you do. They are so annoying. I don't actually even know if we can outpace his regen. It's that incredibly strong. Could you stop healing? Come on. There's your second phase. There it is. Come on. We can do this now. We can do this now. Or at least we would be able to if he didn't immediately heal out of it. See, whenever he goes into that purple charge mode, he actually regenerates a ton of HP. There we go. He's in that second phase again, but now he's going to re-heal. It's so annoying. Here we go. This is our chance. Let's get loads of damage off here. Huge damage, actually. Insane. He's just trying to escape. He's less than 12,000 now. I'm just going to keep hitting away. He's completely stuck. He's going to get some silly little regen off, but that's nowhere near enough. Keep hitting, keep hitting, keep hitting. He's got another regen phase. Are you serious? He just keeps getting it. What? This cannot be real. Every time we get a few hits off, he goes straight back into that purple mode. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't insta-kill here. Thank you. Here we are. We're getting loads more hits. He's almost down to 10,000 HP. Just got to keep on hitting him. Don't let him get away too much or he's going to regen too much. Come on, get back up there. Keep hitting him, keep hitting him, keep hitting him, keep hitting him. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm just swinging and praying for the best. I really hope he doesn't have a third phase or something ridiculous like that. Come on. Take some damage instead of healing it all off. Oh my days. Come on. We just need some good RNG so he stops going into that healing mode because it's the worst and I hate it. Come on. Finally. Okay, I just saw his health bar go below 10,000. This is doable as long as we keep hammering on the damage. One of us is going to break first and it's not going to be us. He's down to 8,500 now. 8,500. This is so doable. Although no, when he throws us away like that, he's going to get so much healing in the meantime. No, 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 no. Go away, Cobweb. Just got to make sure he throws us this way so we don't get too far away from him. He's getting a ridiculous amount of healing phases now, which is just stupid, but I know that sometimes we'll get lucky and he won't do them. Genuinely, every time I hit him, he goes purple and just heals it all back. Oh my, bro, stop. This is such a stupid effect. Who designed this fight? Why does he get to insta-heal every few seconds? Here we go, finally a bit of damage before he does that again. This is an endurance test. It's brutal. We're just going to stand in front of his face and keep hitting him. This is perfect. Come on, okay, his health's finally below 8,000. Finally. Can we get down to 6? No, not quite. He's healing back up a little bit. This is absolutely winnable. This is so winnable. Down to 6,000 now. Just stand in front of him. Heal off all of the damage. We don't care. He is not about to beat us today. No chance. Come on, down to 5,000. There we go, 5.5. He seems to have another healing phase, but that's completely fine. Oh, wait, what? What? Where did his last 5,000 HP go? How did we just kill him like that? I don't understand. You guys saw that we were swinging away and then suddenly he just instantly died. Oh my god. Just take a look at all the destruction that's been caused. Oh my days. I cannot believe we actually won that. I thought we were going to have to waystone out and just escape. I was so confident going into that fight, and then within 30 seconds, our armor's death saving ability activated. I'm so surprised you managed to survive that, because I saw you running around earlier. Alright, that's all done. The Wither is dead. I have never felt more stress in my entire life. This place is also understandably completely destroyed. We absolutely need to work on getting a better enchantment setup because we really need full protection on our armor. I actually think I need to go and lie down after that. What was that fight? If getting the Nether Star was that difficult, I think we definitely need to gear up before we end up fighting the... Where is he? The Netherman. The bookshelves we'll be going for are seashelves, which will then be infusing into infused seashelves for greater enchantment power, and then we'll be upgrading those into crystalline seashelves. Now, in order to actually get the basic seashelf, we need prismarine bricks, water bottles, bookshelves, and pufferfish. Fortunately, though, we don't actually need to go and get pufferfish. We can actually transmute any fish in the game into a pufferfish with 4 bamboo. The easiest place that I can think of to get prismarine is, of course, an ocean monument. And luckily, there's actually one only 600 blocks away, which means the guardians won't be incredibly strong. We should have a pretty easy time. We'll make sure to bring along some doors so we can breathe. And we can actually go ahead and use our Riptide Trident to get there quicker. We'll also make sure to kill a bunch of fish on the way so we can turn these into pufferfish. Very, very weird sentence, I know. Ooh, that's rather useful. There's a villager fleet over here. We could get some easy trades for mending books and that kind of thing. Oh, okay, so we're not allowed to break blocks at all instead of just having regular mining fatigue. All the guardians here are only level 6. This should be very simple. Here we go. We found our first Elder Guardian, and he does have 60,000 HP. Okay, maybe we've made a mistake here. Maybe just a slight mistake, so I'd like to leave. Actually, let's see. Can we kill him? I don't know. I don't like this. Do not like this at all. No, thank you. There we go. There's the exit. Go, 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 go. How does an Elder Guardian have that much health? That's fine. We will be able to find Prismarine from other structures. It's just easiest to get it from an ocean monument. Oh, these guys do actually have a few usable items. Oh, yep. Here we go. We can find ourselves an ocean ancient city. That should be made of Prismarine. It is 4,000 blocks away. There's an ocean pillar about 700 blocks from here, so we can check that. Hey, cool. We actually got an upgraded Forger's gem. We'll go ahead and equip that. Let's get going then and check this ocean pillar. All right, there we go. We found it. It seems to have a decent amount of Prismarine bricks, plus we can break the sea lanterns to get the crystals that we need. This seems like it'll be a lot easier of a task than raiding an entire ocean monument. I love that our pickaxe has the telekinesis enchantment, putting anything that we mine straight into our inventory. It's really, really useful. Now look at this. We got a free waystone, some gold blocks, and some Prismarine shards. The tower gave us plenty of Prismarine crystals, unfortunately not quite enough Prismarine bricks. Our compass is telling us there's an ocean pyramid about 600 blocks away, so we're going to go and check that out next. It might not be made of Prismarine, but even if it isn't, we should have put enough distance between us and the ocean tower that we can locate a new one. Oh, hello. Cursed armor underwater. We've got a brawler's gem, some magma walkers, a golden apple, a green golden helmet, and that's about it. Oh, there's also a mushroom village here. We may as well loot that. And look at that. We've made it to the ocean temple, and it does have Prismarine bricks for us. This has worked out absolutely perfectly, although before I get onto the fun stuff, I need to go do my chores. For some reason, these doors don't actually create an air pocket. They're useless. Also, every drowned around here seems to be carrying a trident. Let's grab some of this wood and see if this works properly. There we go. We've got some archwood doors. Are you going to create an air pocket? No. That's just been fixed in this version, I guess. This is going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated because we're obviously mining a bit slower since we're underwater, but that's fine. There we go. Chores complete. We now have over 100 Prismarine bricks. While I think about it, we do actually need to kill some more fish. Oh my god, we're so fast with Dolphin's Grace. I was straight up zooming there for a second. We've got plenty of fish as well, which means it's time for us to take on this mushroom structure. Here we go. Here's all the piglins. We'll go ahead and just get rid of them. And then we could get rid of this spawner, but apparently it's just a cow spawner, so I guess we leave it. The loot in here is not particularly good anyway. In fact, I think we're already done here. The next thing we need to do is use our nature's compass to find ourselves a bamboo jungle, because bamboo is the essential ingredient for turning other fish into pufferfish. Don't ask me how it works, because I have no idea. We've been to several different lighthouses in this video, and this actually isn't one of the ones we've been to before. Hey, there's a bucket of pufferfish here, so we can get ourselves a free one. Lots of waystones in the chest, plus another bucket of pufferfish. And here we are, now we're at the top. We just got to take our pufferfish out back and execute them. And for some reason, this guy actually dropped two. Perhaps he had a twin. Anyway, moving on, let's find this bamboo jungle. Hey, 3 diamonds in these chests, plus we have a blue iron pickaxe and a grey iron sword. And there's also a blue golden knife. Apparently, we've just found a large dungeon. The loot is very much mid. Oh, we've got another eye for the portal. We have the lost eye here. I think this is pretty much everything here. It was a fun little distraction. Nothing more, nothing less. Although finding the eye was actually really nice now that I think about it. Interesting how the bamboo jungle is right past this giant icy mountain range. This is a really pretty place, actually. Well, just as promised, here it is. And also seems to have a jungle pillager outpost. This guy inflicts blindness whenever we hit him, which is really annoying. I know that pillager outposts can sometimes have a unique eye in them, so we will check for that. We have some tattered tomes here. And we, of course, have the usual emeralds. And unfortunately, it looks like we do not have the corrupted eye here. There is this book, Poseidon's Steed. I assume this would summon a magical horse for us. Look at that. Oh, but it's so slow. We do not need you. I'm sorry. Let's collect all the bamboo that we need. And now we should be good to waystone out of here. Although before we go, I want to check the explorer's compass to see if there's any cool structures nearby. The closest thing is a Keep Kara that's about 3,500 blocks away. Trust me, this thing is absolutely huge, and as an added bonus, if we raid this place, we're going to get that Witherite Totem of Undying as a reward. We'll keep this waystone here, because what we'll probably do is teleport back from Keep Kara to here, and then teleport from here back to our base to reduce the XP cost. Also, talking of XP, we're going to go ahead and buy some skill points, and that's only taken us down to level 151, which sounds ridiculous to say now that I think about it. Let's go this way and grab Precious Weapon to give us plus 10% damage per gem in our weapon, and then we'll go this way to get us Greed, which gives us plus 1 gem sockets in all equipment, and we may as well grab these buffs too: Cursed Stone, Light Crystals, and Life Crystal. Look at all these buffs that we have now. Also, my thinking with Keep Kara is that because it's so far out, the monsters should be a fair bit stronger, which means they'll drop some pretty good gems, some good equipment that we can break down and use to upgrade what we've got. And of course, we get to loot any structures that we find along the way. I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, we struggled against the Wither. We have got to get a lot stronger, and this magmatic leather tunic is not going to help. One of the best things about having this Infinity Ham is that we don't have to buy those meals that are in bowls anymore, because every single time we'd eat one, our inventory would get clogged up with bowls, and it was really, really annoying. Ooh, I believe this is a monastery over here, and there's also an icy temple, so we could go look at those. Well, that is definitely an icy temple if I've ever seen one. I'm a little bit apprehensive about this, because this is a modded structure that I've never seen before, and so I have no idea what to expect. The mobs in here could be really, really strong. Okay, well, that guy wasn't. Okay, we should put that out before it burns out the whole tower. I think we should be okay because the mobs obey the leveling system, but we do have to be on our guard. Hello. Okay, first chest. Let's see what we've... Can you go away, please? Thank you very much. Let's see what we've got. We have some new trinkets, some icebreakers, and some wool mittens. Plus, we have a little bit of lapis, a backpack, a golden apple, and a cracked brawler's gem. We should just be able to mow all these guys down. That's how it's going so far. We have a pair of ice skates right here, a bit more lapis, an ancient tome for thorns, and that's pretty much it. Oh, we do have a sharpness tome in here. Now, that is a nice find. And it looks like we've got to do a little bit of parkour. No problem for me because I'm a parkour master. Let's cut that out of the video. Oh, here we go. We found the best loot. Not that it's particularly amazing. There's a frosted cowl here, which is kind of cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Time to leave. We'll just break our legs on the way down. We should make it to the keep in no time. Looks like we have a ruined portal guarded by an evoker for some reason. And he actually doesn't spawn vexes. He just spawns regular enemies, which is actually a lot easier. Okay, yep. Time to die. Thanks, mate. You're gone now. See you later. Oh, and he actually activated the totem there, but now he's dead. And that means he didn't actually drop us a totem. That's so rude. He used it on himself. I mean, can I blame him? No. But also, how dare he? I would spam our Riptide Trident to get to the keep faster, but since it's already taken a fair bit of damage, I won't be doing that. Got a little ruined tower here, plus a ruined house over there. Well, there's nothing particularly useful. Oh, wait, it's guarded by little goblins. Go away. I feel bad. He could have been coming to greet me and give me a sandwich or something. Oh, no. Okay, these guys are definitely not friendly. Calm down, Shrek. Yes, I know he's an ogre, not a goblin. Wow, these guys really just gave their lives for some spruce logs and a shovel. Hey, we've got a standard gem tower over here. Very nice. I can never get over just how many enchanted books we get now. Not that many of them are very good, but it's nice to have that chance to get something really nice. We're going to go ahead and swap backpacks now because our gold one is completely full. And well, let's just go ahead and upgrade this random copper backpack that we found to gold as well, which doesn't work. Oh, because we've got to go to iron. There we go. Iron backpack and then gold backpack. This modpack seems to love generating huge caves. I mean, look at this. Also, we have another gem tower here. Oh, yes, we'll grab all of them. Oh, this backpack actually has stuff in it. That's nice. Not that any of it's particularly good, apart from the golden apple. We'll just go ahead and throw everything off the tower into this nearby lake. There's a rather pretty village over here. I like this. It's worth having a quick rummage in their chests. Although, to be honest, there's really not that much of value here. I would like to find the local waystone if they have one. They do have a local prison. For some reason, it's empty. I don't know why, because every single villager should be in here. We'll go ahead and toss down our own waystone here, just so that we have another point where we can teleport back to. Oh, now that certainly looks like an interesting tower. Kind of reminds me of those towers in RLcraft you see all the time. I've attempted to play RLcraft before, but I have not stuck with it for very long. Oh, there we go. Battle towers. That's the name of them. Seems to be an awful lot of cobwebs in here. Everything's reasonably strong. We're looking at level 28 mobs at the moment. Oh, what just happened there? Why did we take so much damage? What? Excuse me? I'm terrified now. I'm eating a golden apple. Why did our armor's effect just activate? I'm so lost. What do you mean we died there? That's slightly terrifying. Here we go. We're rewarded with some gold and a waystone up here. Also, can you go away? I'm still trying to get over the fact that something just insta-killed us somehow. I mean, we survived thanks to the dark steel armor, but imagine we didn't have that. I'm pretty sure this is yet another gem tower right here. Indeed it is. And strangely enough, there's actually no chest in here. We're less than 1,000 blocks from Keep Kara now. It should be coming into view very, very soon. And yep, there we go. This is Keep Kara, ladies and gentlemen. I could tell we were getting close because my frame rate was starting to absolutely die. This structure is just ridiculously big. I mean, look at it. And there we go. That has completed the Keep Kara quest, so we can claim our free Witherite Totem of Undying. Unfortunately, this does occupy a charm slot, so we do have to drop our Dice of Magic, giving us a random chance to do more damage. I think being able to survive a lethal hit with the Totem of Undying is far more valuable, though. We do have some creeper slime spawner things here. Oh, and our armor's effect to save our lives is just activated. What? How did we just take so much damage there? I don't even understand. Seems like we're gonna have to be incredibly careful in this place. All I'm saying is the loot better be good. I mean, these guys are around the same level as the enemies in the nether, which we should be able to handle, so I don't know why we took so much damage from that one guy. Anyway, here we go. This is the first chest, and oh, I really hope the loot in this place is actually going to be worth it, because we have traveled 4,000 blocks for this. Base diamond boots that don't even have a modifier? Really? Come on. Surely there's some better stuff in here is somewhere. I mean, there's more emeralds, more diamonds. I really just want gems and reforged gear that we can break down. Let's head up to the higher floors and see if we can get luckier up there. Also, this staircase was designed for some kind of giant. I mean, look at it. We have got a whole lot of enemies up here. I mean, here's our first gem. Oh, why is our effect activated again? Hello? And there's also a mutant skeleton right here. Wonderful. All right, the mutant skeleton's dead. How is he weaker than some of the enemies here that just one-shot us? There is just nothing good here. Let's just skip all the way up to the final floor and see if there's maybe something decent right at the top. Oh, look, there's another mutant skeleton. And there's a guy in front of us who's infernal and we can't see. Lovely. This guy does have 1,000 HP, so I don't want to be a bit cautious around him. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just swinging and hoping for the best. Die! Come on! There we go. There is a chest over here, plus yet another mutant skeleton. Now, he is also infernal, which could be a little bit more of a problem. No, we're fine. We're absolutely destroying him anyway. And we've got another infernal guy that we just killed. I always forget just how many floors this place has. All right, finally, we've got our first blue reforged weapon. We'll go ahead and just continue to head up. Come on, I know they're hiding it somewhere. Where's all the good loot? Oh, no thank you. 2 infernal creepers on top of slimes. Oh, and the effect is just activated again. In all honesty, I think the revival effect of our armor might be bugged, just because whenever we take that lethal hit, or supposed lethal hit, we still have all of our extra hearts here. Which makes no sense, because if we'd taken lethal damage, we would lose all of our hearts at once. I don't know, it's pretty confusing. I will say that this place is very, very pretty. I love this garden that we've got going on here. Well, we've got a bunch of golden apples here. That's rather nice. And we've also got a Depth Strider 3 book. And then this chest has a ton of diamonds plus 2 lunar gems. Honestly, this place seems to be more focused on giving out diamonds, gold, and iron rather than giving out gear or gems. We've made a full lap of the top floor now, and we're already done here, to be honest. It feels a bit weird to say, but there's not that much here for us. So I think we may as well put an end to our expedition here, teleport back home, and craft up our seashells. We'll go ahead and boat down, of course, to avoid taking any fall damage. Who knew that in order to survive falling 100 stories down, all you had to do was clamber into a wooden tub and cross your fingers and toes. Here we go, as I expected. We can pay 1 level to teleport back to that other village. And I've just deposited a raid here, which is not particularly what I intended to do. We'll just leave them to handle that by themselves. And, oh, it looks like it's going to cost 2 just to teleport back to the jungle, so we may as well just go straight home from here. Hopefully they've got that raid sorted out. From their perspective, we showed up for about 5 seconds, immediately brought an army to their doorstep, and then vanished. That is some reverse Flash levels of hating. While I think about it, we're also going to swap back from the Ace of Iron to the Caged Heart, just because this always reduces damage that exceeds 1/4 of our max health, whereas this just gives a random chance to stop damage. We are actually going to go ahead and break this down just so we can get some Godforged Pearls back. We got 3, that's pretty good. I once again have the very, very fun task of organizing 2 backpacks worth of stuff. I don't even know how we ended up with this ominous banner or how we got Bad Omen, but sure. We've got a lot of gear that we need to break down here. It does feel really, really satisfying to fill up the entire salvage table and then crush everything down. This may be the worst gem that I've ever seen, the Cracked Intelligence gem that gives us a staggering 0 max mana. I feel like putting this on just makes you lose brain cells. We can finally go ahead and start upgrading some of our gems now. I really want to get a bunch of gems of the Warlord because these will give us a ton of extra crit damage. We'll combine these 2 Cracked Warlord gems together. That gives us a Chip gem, and then we can combine these 2 to get a Flawed gem. We also have plenty of new relics that we need to research. The Ice Skates just increase movement speed while on ice, which does check out, to be honest. The Magma Walkers suppress damage from hot blocks, makes sense. And they also allow us to walk on the surface of lava for a while. In fact, these let us walk on lava for 41 seconds. That should be plenty of time. Looks like the Wool Mitten lets us collect snow and then throw that snow at targets. That doesn't seem particularly good. The Icebreakers have a couple different abilities. The first one is Sustainability, which increases the speed of falling, increases knockback resistance, and negates slipping. And also has an Earthquake ability. Using the ability in a fall will create a shockwave at the landing site. They don't seem massively useful. The Magma Walkers seem like the best trinket here. Since we have 2 spare slots, we may as well just throw on the Magma Walkers and the Ice Skates. Alright, all of our stuff has been gloriously sorted. Now, I know I didn't exactly have the best opinion of Keep Kara, but I gotta say, credit where credit is due, our treasure chest is looking absolutely stacked now. We got piles of iron, gold, and diamonds from that place, plus a nice scattering of emeralds. Well, I remember we should be able to go ahead and get ourselves a decent Splendor gem with some combining. There we go, look at that. Now then, let's start working on our seashells, shall we? First, we'll go ahead and start transmuting pufferfish. I almost forgot, seashells actually need bottles of water as well, and that's rather easy to get when we've got a shovel that automatically smelts sand. We'll fill these up with fresh, salty seawater, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're advancing to the next tier of enchanting. Look at that, 15 seashells, but we're not done there. A wandering trader spawned inside the blimp again. again. Go away! Oh, he's a wandering winemaker. Oh, how fancy. Look at you, fancy pants winemaker. I don't care. Oh, he's selling grapes. Wonderful. You know, there's a certain duck who walks up to a lemonade stand who would love your business. Do I look like a duck? I don't think so. I don't know why these guys make me irrationally angry. Probably because they just spawn in here and then go har for 10 minutes before they finally despawn. I'm not getting you out of here. In fact, I'm suing you. You have caused me property damage and emotional damage as well. Definitely emotional damage. Right then, let's go ahead and replace all these peasantly regular bookshelves. Oh, look at this. We've even got the souls of the pufferfish trapped inside the shelves. We do need to craft one additional sea shelf because this is going to be the first one that we infuse. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at that. Infusion is now possible. Now we simply go ahead and trade out these seashells one by one for the infused seashells. Unfortunately, there's absolutely zero difference looks-wise between an infused seashelf and a regular one, which is going to make this a little bit hard to keep track of. There's our next infusion. While I think about it, since we're doing a bunch of enchanting anyway, I'm going to go ahead and claim our quest rewards so we can get some extra levels. We actually get a free Wither Skeleton Skull just for finding a netherite ingot. I wish I'd found that out sooner. This is interesting. As part of our reward for killing 3 mutant skeletons, we get a skeleton gate pearl. And apparently this is going to spawn waves of skeletons to get stronger and stronger. Seems pretty cool. I guess we'll take it. I am going to go ahead and stash this away in a chest so I don't accidentally activate it. Right, after a bunch of enchanting and misplacing seashelves, we now have a full set of infused shelves. Annoyingly, we're actually a couple prismarine bricks short of being able to make 4 extra seashelves, which we can then use to craft an enchantment library. Fortunately, there's an ocean pillar not too far away. Also, ignore him. I've got no idea what he's doing. He's just a random man that's just decided to attack me. Oh, I thought this was a little prismarine spire, then I got really excited. That would certainly have been a rather insane stroke of luck. Oh, it's one of these things. Let's see if we can hit it. Oh, wait, what? 1 hit? Really? I was not expecting him to be that weak, but then again, we're pretty close to spawn. Here we are. This tower's got all the prismarine and sea lanterns that we need. And the chest at the top even comes with a waystone, so we can teleport straight back home, which as a matter of fact is exactly what we'll be doing. We'll go ahead and craft the remaining seashells. We shall, of course, infuse them. And then the quest for this amazing enchanting setup still isn't done because we need to go get obsidian so we can craft ender chests for the other part of the recipe. Oh my days. We can use one of our hearts of the sea to craft ourselves a heart forged sea shelf, which is the best type of sea shelf. Unfortunately, we can't use our other one because we need to save it in order to craft the abyssal sacrifice to summon a boss later on. Although apparently the insatiable actually has a 50% chance to drop a heart of the sea, so we could try farm him. I mean, we may as well just give that a quick go by buying a couple eggs from Cisco's shop. Even though our arena has been decimated by that runaway wither, we can just go ahead and work over here instead. We're actually going to go ahead and spawn 2 of him because realistically, how hard can this be? This one doesn't even have 1,000 HP. Our armor saving effect has activated again, but once again, I just don't think that's actually properly working, because once again, we kept all of our extra hearts. Anyway, there we go, he's dead. And yes, there's our heart of the sea. With our prismarine shards, we can actually afford to make 1 more upgraded sea shelf, so we'll fight him again. This one has just over 1,000 HP. He's a little bit better than the others, but not by much. And boom, there we go, 2 more heart forged sea shelves. Into the caves we go in order to find ourselves a lava pool. I keep finding these little streams of 1 bit of lava at a time. Also, that is a charged creeper heading straight for us. Thank goodness he's dead in 1 hit. We also have an infernal skeleton who's cobweb trapped us. Hey, he dropped us a flawed reinforced jewel. Finally, there's a lava pit. Oh, do you guys ever do that where you've almost mined a piece of obsidian and then you preemptively skip to the next piece as if you've just mined it? It is infuriating. I'm very glad that our pickaxe mines this stuff decently quickly because we need 32 pieces of this stuff. I'm feeling extra lazy, so we'll leave a waystone here should we ever want to return to this obsidian pit. Back to the base we go. We need to craft ourselves some eyes of ender, and then we can turn those into 4 ender chests. And the final ingredient that we need is an extra enchanting table. And now at long last, we can craft ourselves the enchantment library. The way this thing works is that we can put enchanted books into it, and then it absorbs all of those enchantments, and we can apply them individually to our gear however we like. As a quick demonstration, I shall enchant this 1 random book right here, and that has given us Ceaseless, Frost Shattering 2, and Sharpness 5. We can then throw this into the enchantment library, and now we have these 3 enchantments available for us. We're not quite done there yet though, since the final step is for us to take our remaining infused seashells and combine them with prismarine crystals to get crystalline seashells. And with all that now done, this is our new and improved enchanting setup. I can't believe it's finally done. That took so much work. We're going to put our 192 levels to good use by enchanting a ton of books and chucking them straight into our enchantment library. There we go. We've already found sharpness 6, power 6, swiftness 7. Hey, there's our first protection 6 book. And now that we have ourselves a full inventory of enchanted books, we open up the enchantment library and throw them all in. We're also going to use a blaze rod to craft ourselves up some tomes of chest plates so that we can get some easy protection enchantments. Unfortunately, we're actually fully out of lapis now. Looks like we're going to go ahead and quickly nip back into the mine so we can get ourselves some extra lapis. We've already found some right here. I doubt this will take much time at all. Oh, we got a little spider spawner room right here. And it has a level 2 cursed armor that thinks he's going to do something. I'm sorry, buddy. You've got no chance. Wait, what? How has this banner got a reforge on it? That makes no sense. Either way, we're going to break it down. And we've got more lapis here, which is just one piece, of course. We've also found diamonds, which are nice, I suppose. I'm actually struggling to find lapis now. We were on a bit of a good streak, and now it's all dried up. We've got a spawner room here, which has actually generated a double chest, or at least it would if this was vanilla Minecraft. There's not really much in the way of loot here. We've also got ourselves a water cave, which does contain some more lapis. Here we go. Now, this is more like it. Oh, I forgot. We can use the ability of our magma walkers to hopefully just step out onto this lava. It works. This feels like cheating, honestly. There we go. Here's some more lapis for us. Hopefully, it's not just one single piece, which I think is exactly what it is. How is it this difficult to find lapis? I don't understand. Oh, hooray. Diamonds. Exactly what we need. The one saving grace is that the mobs aren't at all problematic for us to deal with. Look at this. This is a complete scam. There's no chests in this dungeon. Are you kidding me? Where's all of my below average loot that I can complain about? We do have a royal zombie here with 700 HP, but he's no challenge. And you know what, game? Some more lapis instead of... What is that thing? Go away. Some more lapis instead of diamonds would be very nice. We've got a spawner room here that does actually contain chests. And that is going to get us this blue whip that we can break down. I'm going to try to stick around Y0 because it seems like lapis is a bit more common up here. Hey, we've even got a little goblin trader. He doesn't really have anything we need. We'll send him on his way. I guess we can trade 1 raw iron for 2 iron ingots. That's a pretty good deal. Some of you might accuse me of robbing a small child who didn't know any better, but he wanted to do the trade. He was up for it. More lapis here. Yes. And there's more here, which is another 1 vein, of course. There is also a geode nearby, which we do need to pay a visit to because we need some more amethyst shards. Oh, go away. I can't even escape this guy in the mines. It's not even a wandering archaeologist or something. It's the winemaker again. Oh, yes, I would love to buy coarse dirt slabs. Thank you so much. You are a disgrace. Now get in the lava where you belong. Oh, we have a little boss right here. And that's a golden mutant zombie. He is a mythic telepathic boss, so I don't know how strong he's going to be, but we've already killed him. So I guess that solves that question. Oh, and he's just revived himself. I think that might be a trait of the mutant zombie. Never mind. I think we just got to keep killing him till he finally stays down. You can keep getting back up as many times as you want, man. You're just going to keep dying. There he goes again. And he's dead again. And okay, that one was for real. He dropped 2 berserking Hulk hammers plus these mythic tier boots. We will be smashing these down and converting them into Godforged pearls. And then the chests are very much just average. I'm just checking the pit for any extra lapis, but it looks like we've gotten all of it now. We've ended up with about 3.5 stacks, which isn't too bad. I would have liked to have had a bit more, but this should be fine. With our lapis supplies restocked, it's back to enchanting for us. Finally, we have a silk touch book, so now we can start picking up spawners. Also, it served us very, very well, but we're finally going to be replacing our Diorum pickaxe. And that's because we're going to be upgrading to a bright steel one. Well, I remember, let's get those boots broken down, and we should get between 1 to 4 Godforged pearls. Let's pray for 4. We got 3. That's pretty good. We'll go ahead and use those to get ourselves a reforge. This thing gives us nourishment when we break blocks, haste 2, and has netherite effectiveness against all blocks. Plus, it has 4 sockets for gems. And then we'll, of course, go ahead and enchant it. It did unfortunately come with silk touch, which usually we'd want, but we want to have fortune on our main pickaxe. Okay, well, I've enchanted it again, and we've got efficiency 6, unbreaking 5, and telekinesis. So even though it's come with silk touch again, I'm going to keep this. Wait, this thing can insta-mine wood. Look at this. We've got to be careful with this now. One accidental misclick and we'll destroy half our base. I've been dreading this for a while. It's time for us to head out to that fleet of villager boats and finally get ourselves a mending trade. Also, I seem to have misplaced our trident somewhere, so we're back to rowing in a boat like a peasant. And we've made it. Why is there a random mushroom that's actually attacking us? What? Gowl the Mad. Okay. He's level 5. He's got 80 HP and he is steaming towards us. Oh, he is doing some absolutely brutal damage to us, folks. I don't know if we're going to survive this one. Gowl the Mad is simply too strong. We're going to have to flee. Run! Everybody play along. We're going to hurt his feelings. Why is there a small child who's completely unsupervised and who's obviously fallen off the boat? Why am I the only one concerned about this? Stop it, Gowl. We've had our fun. I'm leaving now. We'll have a little peruse through their items as we do. We do have a new boot trinket, the Aqua Walkers, and we'll make sure to steal these bookshelves. It feels very wrong to be able to mine these with a pickaxe. And, Okay, random legendary weapon just lying around in here, sure. We have found the Brimstone Claymore, which does 19 damage and has the unique effect to chance on hit, spew forth explosive brimstone. I mean, it's very cool. We have our Adjudicator, obviously, but very nice find regardless. And we also have another new boot trinket, the Amphibian Boot. Right, it's time for me to stop being distracted and actually get us that mending book. You are not going to be a cartographer, and you're not going to be a loving father, okay? You are now going to serve me. Thankfully, in this mod pack, the villagers have a cycle trades button, which means it shouldn't take us too long to get a mending book. Having said that, there's probably an extra 100 different enchantments in this mod pack, which means our odds aren't exactly great. If I do all of this trade cycling and then accidentally skip the book, I am going to be so upset. You can't see here because it's going to be zoomed in so you can see the trades, but right now the sun is setting. It is turning dark and I still haven't gotten the book that I want. I think I may actually be the grumpiest Minecraft YouTuber known to man. I mean, there's so many YouTubers that are like, okay guys, we're going to get the book eventually. Not me. I will just sit here and yap about how annoying it is. This is probably another good moment to shamelessly ask you to subscribe and like the video if you're enjoying it. I forgot to mention, if we see a decent protection book, we'll scoot that up as well. No, I just saw it. I just saw it and I skipped. I'm being so serious. It was right there and I skipped it. Oh my days. I knew I'd do that. Are you kidding me? No. You get so used to just flicking back and forth like this that when it actually shows up, you just barely register it. Yay. I love re-rolling for mending for 3 hours straight. I nearly skipped it again. My finger was on my mouse ready to cycle before I realized we had it. Let's buy that immediately and get that locked. We'll buy plenty so that we have a nice stockpile. He has a lantern trade now, which is rather nice if we ever want to decorate our base or anything like that. Alright, there we go. 12 mending books. There's no sign of Gowl. He must have scarpered off. Oh, nope, there he is. No, this tower over here should have an untouched waystone for us. I mean, I'm fairly sure we haven't looted this. It doesn't look destroyed at all. Hey, nice. Here we go. And we're back. We'll go ahead and throw all our mending books in our library. It's finally time for us to disenchant all of our armor and upgrade it massively. We may as well get some regular enchantments on it before we go ahead and start applying books. Because look at that. Then we can get something like this on our boots. Prot 5, Feather Falling 4, Devour, Mana Boost 4. That's really good. And then all we got to do is go into our library and pull out some Mending Protection 5 books. There's our chestplate upgraded and our leggings. We can go ahead and make an absolutely monster helmet with Protection 5, Blast Protection 6, Respiration, Unbreaking, Enlightenment, Everlasting, Aqua Affinity. This is just insane. Our boots now have Mending, Depth Strider 4, Protection 5. These are perfect as well. And of course, we'll go ahead and reforge everything. Although having said that, there's not really anything that's sticking out to me at the moment, so we'll leave that for now. Now that we've got the enchantments on our armor done, we're going to move on to gems, and I've realized we can actually buy a bunch of random floor gems from the Cisco shop. What we're really after here are gems of the samurai, because those give us an increased chance for crits. Unfortunately, we only managed to get one out of all that, but that's better than none. We also got a bunch of gems of the earth, which are pretty good because they can give extra levels to sharpness or protection. We'll throw in a flawless slipstream gem into our boots to give us a plus 12.5% dodge chance. However, because of the buffs from the skill tree, that's actually a 21% dodge chance. We're also going to go ahead and upgrade these gems of the combatant to a flawless gem of the combatant, and this is going to reduce physical damage by 17.5%. We'll also combine these two together, and since we're running out of gem dust here, we'll go ahead and break some of these down, and then we can go ahead and combine these gems of the earth together to get us a flawless gem of the earth. Our chestplate has a whole 5 slots, so we're going to get plenty of gems in this. Although it looks like you can't actually stack multiple of the same gem in one, which is good to know. We'll add in one of our flawless gems of the earth, and we'll also throw in a brawler's gem, as well as a splendor gem. And now this chestplate actually has protection 11, which is insane. We'll also throw in another gem of the combatant into our leggings, and with all these gems, we should now be far more powerful. The final thing that I want to do before we take on the Netherman boss is to upgrade our weapon. Our Adjudicator's pretty good, but we can craft its direct upgrade, which is the Hellbrand. It actually requires the Adjudicator in the recipe. We're going to need 2 Divine Rubies, which we already have, 2 Ember Cores, which we can buy, as well as 2 Nocturnal Amethysts, which we can craft quite easily. Plus, we also need 2 Demonium Ingots, which require 1 piece of Dark Steel and 2 Dread Steel Ingots. And Dread Steel is actually pretty simple to make. It just requires Netherite, some gold, some iron, an Amethyst Shard, and a diamond. Unfortunately, we don't have quite enough netherite in order to actually make all of the ingots needed, so we are going to have to make a quick trip back into the nether. Well, I remember I'm going to go ahead and break down all the equipment that we found, and we'll also research the boots that we found. The amphibian boots seem pretty decent. They increase our swimming speed, make us move faster in the rain, and give us a chance to not consume air while underwater. Let's see about the aqua walkers. These let us move on the surface of water. Oh, so they're just like our magma walkers. Okay. We'll go ahead and swap our ice skates for the amphibian boots. That seems like a good upgrade. Well, I remember we'll add a jade to our helmet to give us plus 25% experience from mobs. Although once again, because of our extra buffs, that's actually plus 42.5% experience from mobs. And then we shall reforge our amulet of luck so that we can get some extra sockets. And using those, we'll max them out with reinforced jewels to get even more armor. And we do actually have a spare slot in our strength ring as well. Also, we've been eating our infinity ham enough that we've actually got an upgrade point for it, so we can level it up. And we do actually have a few points in our skill tree to spend. We'll go ahead and grab plus 1 max health per gem in helmet. And we can also make our way down here and get plus 5 armor per gem in chestplate. I mean, we could go on a long-winded nether expedition, but you know what? We've spent so much time upgrading our armor and getting all of this. I think it's about time we took on the Netherman. We need to craft ourselves up a radiant essence using the nether star that we fought so hard to get. From there, we'll go to our arena. And now, supposedly, we just place down this great chalice and we craft up some great essence like so. Then we fill this up. Okay, lovely. This is now full to the brim. It's overflowing with great essence, which means now it's time for us to throw in the radiant essence. Although before that, I'm going to get our enchanted golden apples in our hotbar, so I'm actually prepared this time. And now here we go. It turned purple. Wonderful. It's the Netherman. Okay, he spawned. He's here. Just look at this guy. He looks insane. I'm not sure what his plan is, because every time I hit him, he just seems to teleport away, which is a bit strange. He has 11,000 HP, so thankfully nowhere near as much as the Wither. I mean, is this all this guy does? Is just run straight at us? In fact, he doesn't even really have a proper walking animation. Oh, okay. Well, he does a fair bit of damage, that's for sure. I'm going to eat an enchanted golden apple just to be sure. I swear this armor is bugged. Look, whenever he hits us now, it does no damage. So why did our armor's ability just pop out of nowhere? Honestly, it could actually be more of a hindrance because it takes us right down to 5 hearts. Also, he just set me on fire and that's going to do absolutely nothing. That is pathetic, mate. And now he's got himself stuck behind a tree. This guy's the worst boss ever. Oh, you figured it out, did you? What an absolute joke. I was expecting he'd have some insane attacks or something like that, but instead he just falls off trees and walks slowly towards us. Oh, he's got some kind of second phase. He's going blue. And that was it. That was supposed to scare us, I suppose. He's not switching up his attacks at all. I almost feel bad for this guy. He's like that mushroom. Gowd, I think his name was. He does seem to be spawning frozen copies of himself, which are a little bit difficult to deal with. We've already got him down to half health, ladies and gentlemen. This is going very nice and smoothly. He is speeding up a bit as he gets lower, but it's nothing to worry about. We're currently rocking protection 11 on our chestplate, man. I don't know what you expect to do. I think we may be ever so slightly over-prepared for this fight. Oh, he's doing another thing. His leg just fell off. And I guess now this is his true form. Very spooky. He's just doing the same thing. Come on, you can't have 3 different phases and all of them you just slide towards us and do nothing. Oh, okay, he's inflicted darkness. Cool, we'll just heal that off with the adjudicator. You know what I will say? At least he doesn't have an obnoxious healing mechanic like the Wither. Oh, and we've killed him. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're done. And there we go. Just like that, we have slain every single tier 1 boss, which means we now move on to the netherite monstrosity, which is the gatekeeper for all of the tier 2 bosses. We may as well take our chalice back. And let's see, he dropped us a chaotic essence, and apparently we offer this to a filled great chalice to activate a weapon's abilities. Okay, I see. This works with the weapons in the specific mod that this is from, so we can activate the abilities of these different things. Well, now we can actually go ahead and take out 2 birds with 1 stone, because we need to go to the nether to get netherite anyway, and while we're there, we can hunt down the netherite monstrosity. Right, well then, let's get on with it, shall we? All we have to do is search for, I think it's a no, it's not a foundry. The Soul Blacksmith, I remember. Apparently it's 2,000 blocks away, so that is where we shall go. This is the true test right here. We absolutely destroyed the Netherman, so is it going to go the same with the netherite monstrosity, or will it be a challenge? Our adjudicator is definitely reaching the end of its lifespan, though. We need a stronger weapon. While we're here, we may as well also peruse any structures that show up. Oh, we actually just silk touched our first spawner completely on accident. I was just trying to break it. There we go. We have ourselves a blaze spawner. We've got a bunch more of these reforged banners in here, so we'll take those. And we've got a couple more right here. Is that a nether fortress? Surely not. Also, a purple guy's awoken nearby. Okay, he's over there. I genuinely don't know what this place is because we've been to an overhauled nether fortress before. This just looks like the regular nether fortress. I guess we may as well go ahead and investigate. Oh, and while we're here, we can go ahead and kill this purple guy too. Hello there. Please die. Thank you very much. He's got absolutely no chance. He's completely stun locked. I recognize that structure right there. You can summon the awful ghast inside there using a nether star. I don't know what tier boss that is though. I mean, it's not even on here, so I have no clue what what power level it is. What I do know, however, is that a mob called the Reinforced Blaze spawns inside these structures, and they give way too much XP. So if we can pick up a couple spawners for them, we'll be golden. These are spawners for incomplete withers, which are still decent because they can drop wither skulls. There's also a lot of these conveyor belts here, which are more just a nuisance rather than actually dangerous. Here's our first Reinforced Blaze spawner, and here's our first Reinforced Blaze. We're going to kill him quickly to see how much XP we can get. We just went up 2 whole levels. Was he particularly difficult to defeat? No, absolutely not. In fact, that was an absolute breeze. Also, can we not do the cobwebs, please? They give a ridiculous amount of XP as it is. Combined with the gems in our helmet giving us extra XP, we are going to be so rich from these guys. Goodbye. Thank you. This guy is infernal, which means he'll give us even more XP. We'll just crit him out. And there we go. He dropped us a wither skull. There should be a Reinforced Blaze spawner in each one of these turrets. There we are. And we'll grab this one. And now we have all of them. We'll also go ahead and grab the final incomplete wither spawner. Oh, what are you? I was about to call this guy a gremlin, but he literally is a gremlin. He just seems to be punching me slightly. Go away. I'm sorry, little gremlin, but you attacked me first. You had far too much bloodlust. So here we go. Here's another overhauled nether fortress. This is what I expect them to look like. The enemies do seem to be getting a decent bit stronger now that we're far out. For example, this foxhound is level 54. Oh, hello. There was a catacombs right behind us. I didn't even notice at first. We better go back and loot that because I guarantee we can get some ancient debris from this. Unfortunately, we still can't break through the withered blackstone even with a bright steel pickaxe. All the skeletons have 400 HP now, so we do need to be a little bit careful. So far, so good though. They're not really much of a match for us. Plus, here's our first bit of ancient debris. There's actually a mob protecting this chest right here. Veni the Withered. Or Venril even. I can't read. Where is Venril then? We shall hunt him. Oh, he's right there actually. And he's chosen to spawn right there where we can't reach. Oh, that's so annoying. You could be anywhere, Venril, and you've chosen directly outside the impenetrable structure. Wonderful. Well, I guess we'll just never get to see what's in this chest, but it could just be complete rubbish. You never know. Oh, but I can't not know. That's going to drive me crazy. Is there any way we could mine around to get to him? Oh, there we go. He's right there. All right, come here, you. Die. Making us waste our time like that. All right, Venril is dead. And we've also got a purple hoglin that's just chilling inside the lava for some reason. We could kill him, but what purpose does that give us? Because all of his loot's just going to burn, I'm pretty sure. Yep, and it's all gone. Now we can head back down through this structure, and we can finally crack this chest open. And it's even got a cursed armor. Just let us get the loot. And, oh, great. It's just completely useless. I had to do that, though. Who knows if there was piles of netherite in that chest. This guy's got 1,500 HP, but his big head can't actually fit up the stairs. Although he did just splash us with poison, which is very, very rude. Here we go. We've got more debris. And we have some gems and reforged gear in here. Oh, and there also could be some ancient debris hidden in this pile as well. Let's take a look. No, not this time. Right, we got some extra ancient debris from here, which I would consider a success. So let's keep tracking down that netherite monstrosity. I think by the time we get there, the enemies might have actually gotten up to level 100, which is a little bit scary to think about. And I keep forgetting about our magma walkers. These are so incredibly useful. Look how fast we're mining. Oh my god. Oh, hello. We've got a bastion over there. Oh, also, I hate these creatures. They show up in every modded video I make. They are horrible. They just throw their little stupid tadpole children at you. Feels good to absolutely destroy him and leave him buried in a magma fiery grave. Sorry, I don't know what came over me there for a second. I was consumed by anger. Looks like we're gonna have to kill that piglin if we want to open some of the chests in here. Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Can you go away, please? He's gone. And we should just be able to cleave our way through to wherever the chests are hiding. I can't believe we have insta-mine now. It's crazy. Also, we're now down the pit with piglin brutes, and they are quite high level, and our armor's activated. Not good. Not what I wanted. They're all gonna pile in here, but we're gonna be fine. We're gonna eat an enchanted golden apple. There we go. Lovely. And we're just gonna keep slaying them. Honestly, the enchanted golden apple might have been overkill, but whenever I get them in videos, I just never end up eating them because I'm always saving them. I think we definitely can confirm, though, our armor is bugged because the ability should not have activated there. We'll just destroy all those guys. And now we should have all the chests to ourselves. Okay, well, not quite. There's still a few angry piglins, but it's nothing we can't handle. Finally, this is what I was hoping we would find. Some ancient debris. There is also this bastion ring. I know what this does. It makes piglins friendly. It's not amazingly useful. Our 2 rings that we have right now are way better. Hey, nice. A purple item plus a warlord gem. The search for the netherite monstrosity continues. Also, I just fell way further than I thought I would. We'll go ahead and kill this infernal enemy too, just in case he drops us some netherite scrap. You just go ahead and die. And of course you want to join in. Of course you do. Unfortunately, that guy dropped us yet another wither skull. I guess if we ever want to fight the wither again, which rest assured I never want to do, we are completely sorted for summoning him. This nether fortress is in our way, so we bulldozed our way through it. And now that I think about it, I should have put mending on our pickaxe, but I don't think I did. It's going to be fine for now, but it's something that we should keep an eye on. Good lord, this thing is so OP. Oh, here we are in a classic crimson Crimson Forest. We'll just sprint right through the wall. And that purple blaze is actually directly in our line of sight, so we're gonna go kill that in a minute. There's not really anything in the chest here. Anyway, purple blaze, that's what we've got to go deal with. And this guy is level 83, so we're not gonna get all the way to 100, but we're fairly close. We're less than 100 blocks away now. The structure's actually showing up on the map. If we just cave through this wall, we should be there any second now. And also we have yet another purple blaze over there, so we're gonna go kill him. He does have 1,500 HP, but there we go. He's no match for us. And there we go. Got ourselves a pair of purple golden boots, so we can break those down. And I mean, just look at this place. It is absolutely massive. And I believe he's not rendering in just yet, but the netherite monstrosity should be just down there. This structure's definitely had an overhaul since I last saw it. Also, get off my face. Go away. As I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, this structure has definitely been overhauled because it did not used to look like this. Oh, the netherite monstrosity. Here he is. He just wasn't rendering in. All right, let's see just how much HP. What is that attack? He's already set us on fire. Wonderful. Let's see if we can convince him to wander down here where it's a lot more flat. Stop doing that attack. It's blindingly bright as well. Go on then. Chop, chop. Get down here. He has 27,000 HP. He's gone for a very big slam attack there. Now, because of our magma walkers, this fight should be way easier because we can just run over all the lava that he's spawning. He can, however, drink up all the lava to heal himself, which could be a bit of a problem. I've just realized we're only doing about 5 hearts of damage to him. This could be a big issue, actually. I mean, we are going to be able to kill him. It's just going to take absolutely forever. We just got to keep critting him out. Yeah, the very first thing we're doing as soon as we get back is making a gem farm and upgrading our weapon. I mean, it's good to know that we can beat this guy. We're just going to stand in front of him and out-heal him till the end of time. It's just going to be an absolute slog. Look at this absolutely riveting gameplay right here. We can stand in front of him. He slams us as much as he wants and nothing happens. We have taken off the first 1,000 of his HP, so, you know, only 26,000 more to go. I invested way too heavily into defense and not enough on offense, so he can't kill us, but in turn, it takes us ages to kill him. I mean, for you guys, this is all going to be edited out, but for me, this is going to be a 30-minute affair if I had to guess. It's a good job we went for unbreaking and mending on our armor. Although there is that effect when you get a boss to about a quarter of their HP where they just seem to instantly die, so I'm praying that that happens to us. I mean, I could legitimately look away from my monitor right now and the fight would be the exact same. Right, he's down 4,000 health now, so we are getting somewhere. Oh, and actually, remember how I was talking about level 100 earlier? This netherite monstrosity is actually level 100 exactly. I can't believe our adjudicator, this legendary weapon crafted from the finest bright steel, is slapping him across the face like a wet noodle. In fact, I think a wet noodle might actually do more damage. If we stand right in the middle here, his attacks don't even land on us. Don't get me wrong, he does hit decently hard. We just have so much lifesteal that it's just completely negating his attacks. He's finally fallen below 20,000 HP. We're officially a quarter of the way through. Hooray. Also, since our armor is taking a beating, we're going to go ahead and place down one of these reinforced blaze spawners and just kill them till we have enough XP to repair our armor. There we go. We've got some reinforced blazes. Oh, and the game crashed. Nice. Right, well, I've managed to get back into our world, which is good. The save's not corrupted, but the netherite monstrosity is now back to full HP. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if we're going to be able to kill this guy and not have it take 5 years and also not have our armor break in the process, we are going to need a better weapon. I mean, it really sucks to just run away, but what other choice do we have? I'll call it a draw considering the fact we can't kill him and he can't kill us. Get off me, Crimson Mosquito. I'm not in the mood. We will go ahead and leave a waystone here so we can teleport back when it's time for the rematch. We could do with getting a little bit more ancient debris, so we'll stay in the nether for a bit longer. There seems to be a whole piglin army right here. See, it's pretty unfortunate because when it comes to regular mobs, we can easily dispatch them. But when it comes to bosses, it seems like we do almost no damage. I thought all of these were netherite ingots for a second. Let's head over to this structure right here because I'm pretty sure this is a nether version of an end city, so this could have some good loot for us. We'll go ahead and set up a temporary waypoint like so. It's only 300 meters away. Looks like we're going straight back through the wall. We're like some kind of mole. Although if we are a mole, we are the Usain Bolt of moles because we're insanely quick. Oh, and we've actually mined right into this place. I mean, it seems to be some kind of piglin village. Well, this is quite cool, but I doubt the loot is anywhere near as good as I thought it would be. Yeah, it's really not. I mean, we have found some ancient debris while mining. That's a nice surprise. I'm going to go ahead and raid another catacombs, and that should give us the remaining ancient debris that we need. Perfect, we found it. Also, there's some kind of demon guy here who's going to die almost immediately. If only the netherite monstrosity was that easy to take down. Look at this, it's an infernal baby piglin. You know what we have to do? We have to destroy the child. He cannot be allowed to live. Not when I know he's got some good loot for us. He had to be sacrificed for the greater good, us becoming the strongest creature in the land. He should be honored that he got the chance to give his life for such a noble cause. Alright then, in we go. And of course, like usual, everything has absolutely no chance. Some of these guys are up to 600 HP now, which isn't exactly ideal, but they're not the strongest in the world still. Oh wow, we found the shield that's dropped by a tier 3 boss, the Bulwark of the Flame. Although we can't use a shield because of our Shulk origin, and plus, I don't think we'd use this anyway. Got a couple Vitalic jewels in here. And let's see, can we get some netherite from this side? Not yet. That's fine, because it's going to be in this chest. Or not. Come on, Minecraft. I just fought my first tier 2 boss and felt absolutely weak and puny. Please give me some netherite. There's not even any debris on this portal. What's going on? And that's it. That's literally it. This may be the worst catacombs ever conceived. We've got some little strider stables here. That's kind of cute. But it does not make up for our crippling lack of netherite. We do have these netherite armor piles right here, and when they're mined, they actually spawn a walking cursed set of netherite armor, which can sometimes give us scraps as a drop. These guys absolutely destroyed me in all the mods, I think, but we were able to get away unscathed. Hey, look, there we go. 2 netherite scrap already. This guy's infernal, so he might be a bit more of a problem. He's actually got a ton of HP. He's like a mini boss fight. I'm very glad that we have lifesteal, or he would be a much bigger problem. He also seems to be spawning cobwebs, which, as we all know, is my absolute favorite thing for any enemy to do. Yes, we'll just stand here and stab each other till one of us falls over. Spoiler alert, it's going to be you. There we go. Man, these armor piles are absolutely amazing. It's just like a bunch of ancient debris that's just ready to be collected. Granted, the ancient debris does come to life and you have to kill it, but that's a small price to pay. Bro thinks he's on the team. Go away, man. Level 95 and still got 1 shot. Now, there is an apotheosis boss below us, so we can go check on that. And I've already killed him. He came up and jumped me, and he's dead already. Oh, he dropped us a netherite. That would be useful if we didn't already own one. Should be just a few more armor piles that we can clean up, and then we'll be ready to head back home. If we had looting on our adjudicator, this would be even more effective than it already is. We'll just go ahead and kill 2 at once. They're no match for us. And that has netted us a total of 8 netherite scrap and 16 cinder essence, which I don't think is particularly useful for us. Yeah, it looks like it can be used to make some upgrade orbs for spells. There's one more just lying in the grass here. We'll take care of him. And sadly, we didn't get any extra netherite, but that's fine. Since our own personal waystone supply is running quite low, we're going to find ourselves one of those towers that contains one and just use that. Thankfully, we have our explorer's compass to guide the way. And there we go. We've already found it. There we go. Lovely. We're at the top. And the loot is rubbish as usual, but this is what we actually care about. And as per usual, we'll pay 3 levels to teleport straight back home. And now, as per usual, our backpack is completely full of stuff, so I've got to empty it all out. We are about to get so many resources from doing this. Although I'm always concerned that one of these days I'm going to accidentally throw in a piece of our actually useful gear. Knowing me, I will absolutely find some way to throw our beautiful new weapon, you know, fully enchanted, mythic reforge. I will chuck it in here and accidentally break it down. We have 11 wither skeleton skulls somehow. Right then, let's see about crafting ourselves the Hellbrand. So we're going to need these demonium ingots first. And that means we're going to need to buy 2 dark cores and 2 ember cores. I just hope we have enough champion coins to buy these, because I know I did spend a lot of them buying gems. We need 2 dark cores. There we go. And 2 ember cores. Let's get all of our debris smelted. And we also need to make 2 dark steel ingots. Why is that not working? Oh, it's because I was putting them the wrong way around. Right steel first, then the netherite, and that makes us the dark steel. And we also need to craft ourselves up 4 dread steel ingots, like so. And then we combine everything like this to craft the demonium ingots. We also need 2 divine rubies, which we already have. And it looks like we're also going to need 2 more ember cores. Thankfully, we have just enough champion coins left. And finally, we'll need to craft 2 nocturnal amethysts, which are very simple. It's just blaze powder and regular amethyst shards. And then we arrange all that in a pattern like so. And there we go. We've now assembled every single piece of the recipe for the Hellbrand. And so we can finally start doing some actual damage to bosses. Also, we got to sacrifice our adjudicator now. Goodbye. It has certainly served us well, but it's time for the official upgrade. Plus, if we're worried about our damage output, this weapon has the unique effect Hellbrand, which inflicts Hellbrand onto enemies, which triples the damage we deal to them. And also, it has a second ability. If we're above 50% HP, it grants a temporary boost to attack based on 60% max armor. And if we're below 50% HP, it grants us 5 full seconds of invulnerability, which seems incredibly OP. Boom, there we go. It's officially ours. Just look how sick this thing looks. And look at that achievement. The Infernal Demon's Wrath obtained the legendary weapon of Fell King Bjorn. And we don't actually get a reward for this, because in order to unlock the quest for this, we need to craft Bjorn's full set of armor. Now then, let's see about getting a good enchantment on this. If it gets cursed immediately, I will cry. Beautiful enchantment right off the bat. We've got Leech, True Edge 1, Looting 3, and Sharpness 5. And of course, thanks to our enchantment library, we can add all of this stuff to it as well. It's going to be upgraded to Looting 5, Sharpness 6, and it's going to have Death Wish, Mending, and Unbreaking 4. And of course, we're going to go ahead and reforge it. Although we're not really getting offered any good mythic reforges, so we're going to have to re-roll a few times. We keep getting offered some really good stuff, but not quite amazing, which is why I'm resetting over and over. Oh, that's so annoying. This is almost perfect. It has both an extra chance to crit and an extra crit damage boost, but it doesn't have enough sockets. We'll settle for no less than the max amount of 5 sockets on this thing. Well, I know I just said about having all 5 sockets, but this is the best we're going to get, because we get a boost to cooldown reduction, a boost to crit chance, a boost to crit damage, and the only sacrifice is 1 less socket. Plus, slain enemies have a 5% chance to be a loot pinata. No idea what that is. Plus, Plus on hit, we inflict weakness, which is really, really useful for keeping us alive. We'll go ahead and socket the first gem of 4 into this thing, the flawless gem of the Warlord. And also, while I think about it, we're going to go ahead and dump a bunch of XP into our skill tree, because I've seen that these skills here, such as Addiction, giving us +6 max health if we have effects, are always going to be active because we have our rings. I mean, just right now, we have speed, haste, strength, luck, and resistance. We have more than enough effects for that to work. Plus, we have extra attack speed if we have effects, plus extra critical hit damage, which is exactly what we want. Although, unfortunately, we actually don't have enough levels to buy our next skill point, so we can't quite get to this critical hit damage thing. Also, yet another wandering trader has showed up, but at least he's had the courtesy to appear under the boat rather than inside the blimp. I mean, he's selling a cool diamond chestplate for 55 emeralds, which is just absolutely not worth it. And now that I think about it, we should test out our amazing new weapon. Let's see. Yep. That was what I was expecting. Honestly, I would have been really concerned if he'd survived that. That would be some kind of main character wandering trader. I think it's about time we started working on that gem/XP farm I was talking about, using all of the spawners that we've collected. We're going to want to upgrade the spawners using clocks, which will reduce the max spawn delay and get us more enemies in a quicker amount of time. And we'll also want to apply some soul lanterns so that the spawners ignore light. Ideally, we'd also use chorus fruit to disable mob AI, but since we don't have access to the end yet, we can't use this. Also, tiny side quest, forgot to apply fire aspect 2 to our hellbrand. We have plenty of gold to make the clocks, but almost no redstone, so it's back to the mines again. Yippee, I hear you all say. We're so happy we're back in the mines again for the 17th time in this video. It's all well and good ignoring stuff like redstone until there comes a time where you desperately need it. And of course, as is the way, now that we don't need lapis, we're finding plenty of it. Here we go, nice big vein of redstone. There's some kind of giant structure to our left. I have no idea what this is, but it's worth checking out. It feels so nice to be able to insta-mine deep slate. Usually this stuff takes years to break through. Oh, hello there. We'll just send him on his way. He has nothing useful for us. Be free. We're reaching warp speed, ladies and gentlemen. We might actually just mine straight into the nether. We might just tear a rift between worlds. Oh, look at this. Great. So when we were struggling for lapis, where was this? And it just keeps going. I guess on the plus side, we'll never have to worry about running out of this stuff again. Oh, here we go. We've made it inside. And these are apparently the catacombs. The loot in here is, well, I mean, it's not exactly loot even. It's just scraps. I suppose I spoke a little bit too soon. There's a few gems and a few pieces of gear. And we also have an apotheosis boss. Not that he's much of a challenge. It's now time for us to return home, which is very easy with the step height buff and our pickaxe. We just mine up and eventually we'll break through to the surface. There we go, just like that. The other benefit of that mining trip is that it's given us a lot of blocks to work with for the farm. And then we just need to get ourselves set up with an efficiency 5, unbreaking 4, fortune 4 pickaxe. And then of course we get to do the fun part, which is pillaring up with all the ores we've mined and mining them all down. Since we have a really high luck stat in combination with fortune 4, we should be getting a ton of resources here. Oh, and one of these ores actually just dropped a citrine, which gives weapons a plus 10% crit chance. Lovely. Well, we ended up with just a little bit of lapis from that. You know, just a few pieces. We also got a ruby, a citrine, and 2 jades. We're actually going to have a dedicated lapis chest now, because all of this will not fit in our treasure chest. Oh, almost forgot we need to make sure we craft up all the soul lanterns so we can disable the light conditions for the spawners. We are going to build this floating up in the sky above the sea, because that should reduce the chance of any other monsters spawning and reducing the mob cap. I would like to preface this by saying I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, so if it looks like I'm making it up on the spot, that's because I am. We've got some trapdoors placed down right here, because water's going to flow down, pushing the mobs right up to us, and then we can kill them safely. I'm going to leave a waystone up here, because it will be so much easier than having to swim up and down every time. We'll go ahead and craft ourselves up a whole stack of clocks. This is the first iteration of the farm, a gigantic floating cube. And not all the blocks match either, because I ran out of deep slate halfway through. Here's the first set of spawners. We'll go ahead and throw some soul lanterns on them, not while we're crouched. We do it like this. There we go. And then we apply a whole bunch of clocks to each of these. All the spawners are now set up. We just got to place some blocks on top to stop anything from spawning on top of them. And so far, this seems to be working rather well. The only problem that I can see is that the incomplete withers actually do get stuck under the spawners sometimes. Apart from that, though, this is working rather well. We actually have our very first gem. A bit of grinding here, and we should be able to reach level 200 in no time. Honestly, I was not expecting it to work this well first try. I thought it was going to need to be much more refining. Look at that. We even have our very first flawless gem. Now, admittedly, it's not one that we need, but that's still good to have. Oh, I stand corrected, actually. We also have a flawless holy gem. We've got yet another flawless gem. Once again, not one that we need. Apparently, we just got a stack of 21 cracked gems of the combatant for some reason. So far, this farm's also given us 6 wither skeleton skulls and 5 netherite scrap from infernal enemies. The best mobs to use for this kind of farm are actually silverfish, because they have no regular drops, which means you won't get clogged with a bunch of other random loot. All we're after are gems. We're getting really unlucky, to be honest, because we found 4 flawless flawless gems so far, and none of them have been the ones that we want. I will make the most mathematically perfect, hyper-optimized Hellbrand. That is a promise. I'll probably end up having to AFK this farm for a while so that we can get the results we need. It's me, post-commentary Mozi here. We began a very long-winded grind for both gems and XP. The main gems we needed were the Warlord and Samurai gems, but despite grinding till well past level 300, I did not get a single drop. I decided the best course of action would be to travel far out using the Nether, and then do some dungeon delving. I found so much loot, so many flawless gems, and yet not a single high-tier Samurai or Warlord gem. I looted a pirate ship, a gigantic temple, another dungeon, and simply could not find what we needed. We did end up finding the strongest boss in the entire mod pack, Evil Chicken, and it was a very close battle. Also, during this process, we very nearly lost the entire playthrough. Despite our severe lack of good fortune, we did manage to find useful items, trinkets, gear, and champion loot bags. The grind is now over, and we have a lot to talk about. We filled up almost 2 entire gold backpacks full of loot. And if we go ahead and teleport to our mob grinder, there we go, we have this entire chest here just full of more gems. First of all though, since we're level 393 now, we're gonna max out the skill tree. We'll just go ahead and buy as many skill points as the game will allow us to. I've just bought 44 and we're down to level 149, so I'll stop there just so that we have some extra levels for enchanting. So with 44 skill points, we have a lot of choices to make. We'll go ahead and grab extra attack speed, we'll grab some extra evasion, and that leads us on to improved reflexes, which gives plus 10 evasion if we have effects. And I don't know how I missed these earlier, but we need these 3. Gems inserted into armor plus 10% effect power. We'll also head up to the left here and grab Explorer, which is plus 10% attack speed and plus 10% speed. And we'll grab more attack speed bonuses here and grab plus 10% damage per gem in boots. We'll also grab Jeweler for plus 1 gem sockets in ring, as well as Assassin for plus 5% crit chance and plus 15% crit damage. We'll also go down this way to get some extra effect power from gems inserted into jewelry. We'll also grab Aristocrat for an extra ring slot and Star Shards for plus 25% effect power in our jewelry. We of course got to grab these effects here, gems inserted into weapon plus 10% effect power. And then with our final few points, we can head down this way. These effects aren't very useful, just extra damage if target is affected by poison, but this is quite useful right here. This effect gives us plus 15% damage per effect that we have, and since we always have quite a lot, this will be really useful. It's now time to start clearing out these backpacks and organizing all of the treasure that we now have. We'll start by breaking down all of the gear that we found, and for some reason I found an absolutely ridiculous amount of all these kimonos, and they're all really high level. Breaking all this down is going to give us between 6 to 24 Godforged pearls, so let's see, we got 15, pretty average. Next we'll move on to all of the treasure, and actually using all this Ethereum ore we've slowly been accumulating throughout the playthrough, we should now be able to upgrade our Heart of the Golem. We'll of course need to get all of that smelted up. I also found us way more champion coins. We now have almost 5 stacks, and while I think about it, we'll use 9 of those coins to buy the Emperor's Crown, which gives us plus 6 armor when worn. We have nothing in our head trinket slot right now, so it's a no-brainer. And I mean, come on, we gotta buy ourselves some legendary loot crates. Here's our first one, and we got a perfect Ender Surge gem from that. We'll go for a second, and we'll get an Eternal Stellar, which is not quite as great. Oh, we actually got 2 perfect Ender Surge gems. The Eternal Stellar will make any tool we use it on unbreakable, and apparently it has 3 uses. The Ender Surge gem gives plus 2 levels to all existing enchantments. I'll go ahead and buy one more. I've got to do it. I just love opening these. Oh, and that got us legendary ink. That's terrible. Of course, if we were going for a mage build, this would be amazing, but we're not, so it just has no purpose. We're gonna have to set up some new chests for all of our gems, because they just do not fit in this one anymore. Also, thanks to our farm, we now have over 2 stacks of Wither Skeleton Skulls. And of course, while I'm organizing all of our gems, I can break down the ones that we'll never use. Things like these gems of arcane efficiency. Just look how many twisted jewels we have. These are so useless. I get the feeling this is going to take a very, very long time. Also, while I was looting, I ended up finding a couple more eyes for us, the Rogue Eye and the Corrupted Eye. As a result of our travels, we also have quite a few relics that we can now research. We'll start off with the Spore Sack. It has quite a few abilities. First of all, we have Poison Synthesis. When taking damage, throws a spore in a random direction that sticks to surfaces and explodes when a target approaches, dealing damage, poisoning, slowing, and blocking healing for 5 seconds. Oh, actually, the rest of the abilities are locked because it's not a high enough level trinket. This goes in the Talisman slot, so we can equip it straight away. Next, we have the Ender Hand. This makes Endermen neutral with respect to the wearer, so we can look them in the eyes and stare them down if we wanted. And it also has the ability End Transposition, swaps the wearer with the target along the line of sight. We have a spare hand slot, so we may as well equip this and just hope that we don't accidentally use that teleportation ability. Next, we have the Magic Mirror. This has the ability Wormhole. After use, teleports the wearer to their respawn point. Now, this would be really useful if it didn't have a max distance of about 600 blocks. We're always going out way further than that. The final relic attack is the Shadow Glaive. It has the ability Blind Justice. Usage releases one of 8 glaive charges, bouncing between nearby targets. Oh, and this isn't equipable, it's just usable. That's whatever. Since we have an extra ring slot now, we'll go ahead and equip our Ring of Speed as well. And that definitely feels faster, we're certainly zooming around. Also, our first Poison Spore has just been released. I wish I could say that we were done there and we could start equipping the gems in all of our gear, but we still have all of these to organize. Also, if we ever need coal, bones, or blaze rods, we are more than sorted. All of our gems are now gloriously organized in 3 separate chests. Plus, we now have 8 stacks of gem dust, so we are completely sorted on that front. Now, I know we've been using the Hellbrand for a while, but would you guys be mad at me if we switch to the Frostfang? And the reason for this is because our armor's ability keeps activating, and I nearly died while collecting all those gems, so I think this is the much better option. It has the unique effect Silver Wolf Splendor, which means enemy attacks cannot surpass 40% of our max health. This essentially means as long as we're holding this weapon, we can never be one-hit killed. It does a little bit less damage, and it doesn't have that triple damage effect of the Hellbrand, but I think that is a worthy sacrifice. We are going to need to make 2 Frigidium ingots, which require 3 netherite basically. Thankfully, we have just enough netherite scrap from killing infernal enemies in our mob grinder that we have enough netherite. Here's the 4 dread steel that we need, and we'll also go ahead and grab 2 pieces of dark steel. We also need 2 brilliant diamonds, which require 4 blaze powder each, 4 diamonds, and a lapis block. Boom, there we go. We'll need 2 glacial cores, which we can of course buy in the shop, and we also actually need this weapon, the Glacies. This one's pretty simple, just 2 more brilliant diamonds, a divine ruby, another glacial core, some bright steel, and a diamond axe. We assemble everything on the crafting grid like this. That gets us the Glacies, and then we actually need 2 more glacial cores plus 2 dark cores, because we need these to make the Frigidium ingots. And now we should be able to assemble everything on the crafting grid like so in order to craft ourselves the Frostfang. Look how fast this thing attacks in comparison to our Hellbrand. You might be a bit concerned because we've got all these enchantments on our Hellbrand that we worked really hard to get. Well, never fear, because while I was killing mobs in our grinder, we got some Tomes of Extraction, which can take all enchantments from an item and does not destroy it. Now, this is ridiculously expensive, but hey, what's the point of having a mob grinder if you don't spend all of your XP? Farewell, Hellbrand, you served us well. Even though it's really expensive to extract the enchantments, it's actually really cheap to put them back on. We do need to get a good reforge on this thing, which means it's back to the mob grinder to get some more XP. A whole bunch of grinding later, and we're now ready to start reforging. Here we are, this is perfect, plus 26% crit chance, plus 29% crit damage, and 5 empty sockets for us to work with. We'll start by adding a Flawless Brawler's Gem to give it plus 20.5% attack speed. We've then got to do some reforging so that we can get ourselves a decent Gem of the Warlord. Beautiful, there we go, we have ourselves a Flawless Gem of the Warlord now. We're also going to get ourselves a high-tier Samurai Gem. And just like that, we now have ourselves a Flawless Samurai Gem. Let's go ahead and apply everything we've got so far. We'll also be adding a Flawless Breach Gem for Armor Pierce because enemies have way too much armor at the moment. We'll actually grab ourselves a second Flawless Breach Gem so we can get extra Armor Pierce. And finally, we'll apply a Flawless Ballast Gem to give us plus 7 attack damage, but because of all our effects, it's actually plus 14 attack damage. Now that we have the Frostfang, there's no need to also use the Caged Heart because the Frostfang is just better, so we remove this and we can get our Elven Slicer's dice back on. This reforge gives us 3 sockets and some extra crit chance. Oh, never mind, the Caged Heart goes on the body and this goes in the charm slot. I mean, we lost our totem, so we do still have the space for this. We do need to recraft the Ace of Iron though, because I remember breaking that down for Godforged Pearls. Because we're going to be using those luck-based relics again, we're going to apply a Flawless Splendor Gem to our chest plate. We'll reforge our Speed Ring to give us some extra luck as well, plus 9 max health. And then we can apply 3 Flawless Vitalic Jewels to get a bunch of extra health. We'll also reforge our crown, and we'll apply 2 Warlord Gems and a Vitalic Jewel to our dice. We'll also reforge a bow that we're just going to hold in our offhand, because simply doing that will give us plus 140% crit damage. And from this point on, it's basically just about throwing all of our generically good gems into our jewelry. We're also going to get set up with a new strength ring that has better gems. And finally, we can go ahead and throw some extra gems onto our offhand bow. The final thing we've got to do before we can have our long-awaited rematch against the netherite monstrosity is to fight Dame Fortuna again. In theory, this should be an absolute piece of cake. Well, here she is, and we one-shot her. Nice. Not particularly surprising, I must say, but it's good to know that our weapon is actually doing its job. And now that we've got our Ace of Iron back, we'll reforge it. And actually, we can also go ahead and use all this Ethereum now. We're going to need to craft ourselves up 4 Ender Rods. And then we need to make a full set of Ethereum armor. And now that that's done, we surround our Heart of the Golem with all of the different armor pieces, plus the 4 Ender Rods, and that is going to create the Ethereum core. It gives us a ton of useful abilities, and it can also convert 40% of the damage we receive into an increase for our next attack. It's finally time to see if we're a match for the netherite monstrosity. I certainly hope so, given the amount of preparation we've been doing. Alright, here he is. Exactly how we last left him. And we are deleting him. Look at his health. Oh my god. He had 27,000 and we've already destroyed him, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we prepare. Oh my days. Last time we were doing about 30 damage a hit. This time we're doing over 1,000. Let's go. I was so concerned that after all that prep, we were just going to start doing 30 damage like usual again. Now then, he dropped us some lava power cells, a monstrous horn, an infernal forge, a music disc, and a piece of netherite scrap. I don't know what these lava power cells do. Maybe they're used for a weapon or something. At last, we can finally check this quest off. And we may as well move on straight away to all of the tier 2 bosses. First up is going to be Umvuthi. We'll go ahead and use our waystone to head straight back home. And we'll use our explorer's compass to locate an Umvuthana grove. I do feel absolutely unstoppable now, but we have to be careful because at any moment there could be a super powerful enemy that does a ton of damage to us. Although I guess I shouldn't be too worried because we have a solid 9 health bars now. This is uncharted territory right here, which means these structures haven't been looted. Although judging by this, they can just keep their loot. I'm not interested. This gem tower might be of use to us. We have a brawler's gem, a holy gem, which is useless, a combatant gem, and an intelligence gem. So not really anything particularly important. Although these pieces of apothic gear are quite useful because we're running out of reforged materials since I spent so many to get some better gear. We're getting close now. We're in the savannah. This mod pack is really fun. It will be linked in the description if you guys want to go check it out. Although you do have to prepare because otherwise it will absolutely annihilate you. There's the Umvuthi Grove. We found it. Although first, I shall proceed to loot. There's a warlord gem in here, but it's the lowest tier. And the chest has some more gear that we can break down. Once you get close enough to Umvuthi, he starts spawning lasers from the sky, so I'm hoping he'll just let us loot this tower uninhibited. I mean, it seems that way. He doesn't seem to have taken offense at our existence yet. Once again, acceptable loot in the chest. Alright, come here, you overgrown bird. Let's just get this over with. And he's already dead. He had 20,000 HP and we just 2-tapped him. Perhaps we were moderately over-prepared for the fight. That's another quest checked off. Next, we have the Dead King. Apparently, he can be found by crafting the Wayward Compass. I don't actually know what the name is for his structure. Otherwise, I'd find it with the Explorer's Compass. Let's see. It just requires some iron, a soul lantern, and some arcane essence. We should have all that back at the base. We are acquiring quite a lot of boss drops. I think a small building project in the future where we display them all would be quite fun. And we have 3 arcane essence. Not 4. Wonderful. Fortunately, I found out the name of the structure is the Catacombs, so we don't have to craft that Wayward Compass. And they're only 800 blocks away, so they're really close. We're gonna hunt down the Dead King and turn him into the dead king, I suppose. I mean, how can he possibly hope to stand before the might of our Frostfang? I sacrificed a solid 10 hours of my life, I'd say, for this gear setup, so I'm glad that it's actually worth it. The catacombs should be right below us, so we'll just go ahead and dig straight down. What's the worst that could happen, he said, before falling straight to his death. And we have hit bedrock, so clearly the catacombs aren't directly here. Here we go. Now I can see them on the map. Beautiful. We found them. There seems to be a ridiculous amount of spawners in here from what I can see. The Dead King should be residing in this central chamber right here. We've already found him. He does have an army of zombies guarding him, but they're not exactly a challenge. Right, that's all of his pathetic little minions defeated, so now let's spawn him. Oh, there we go. He's rising up from his throne. And this is the Dead King. Oh, he's raising his arms, so clearly he's doing something. Not sure what. Oh, there we go. He's officially spawned in, and he has a very large staff, which probably does a lot of damage, so we're going to want to stay away from that. He also has 9,000 HP, which is absolutely nothing, because we're already about to kill him. Although he seems to have some kind of regenerative powers, so we need to... Okay, well, that's the end of the fight. That's that. I was going to say we should be mindful of his healing, but before he could even do any healing, he just exploded into a pile of loot. We've got a bunch of spell-related things, which we just don't need. He did drop what I can only assume is one of the strongest spellbooks in the game, the Necronomicon. I just have this Blaze instruction manual equipped because it's an extra trinket, but we may as well swap in this. This book does have a bunch of pre-inscribed spells that we can cast, although they probably won't be particularly strong because we haven't put any effort into optimizing for them. We can test out this Blood Blade attack on this zombie right here. It doesn't even kill him. And he's only level 10 as well. Let's make our way back up to the surface. With the Dead King defeated, we'll move on to slaying Captain Cornelia. She shouldn't be too difficult to find. We just need to find ourselves an ice maze. And there we go. We found one 2,000 blocks away. And here we are. We've made it. In order to actually summon Captain Cornelia, we're going to need to find a specific horn item. In these ice mazes, there's always a wrecked pirate ship, and that's where we can find the horn. This thing here is just an outpost. Although it does have a named enemy in there, so we may as well just go kill them. Nothing wrong with a bit of of extra XP and loot. Here he is, and we've one-shot him. Nice. We got ourselves a free Brawler's Gem. That's not too bad. As long as we keep checking the map, we should be able to find the ship in no time. There we go. This should be the ship right here. Yeah, we were right. There are quite a lot of Vindicators here, so we do need to be careful, but we should be completely fine. I mean, their intelligence level isn't exactly particularly high. Also, I don't know why, but they're dropping so many emeralds. I don't know if it's because of our increased luck from all of our trinkets, but just look at all this. They do also have a bunch of chests, although there's nothing particularly amazing in them. Here's another Vindicator, so we'll just one-shot him and steal all of his money. The horn should be somewhere up in the captain's quarters. Also, that's an evoker who's immediately dead. And he has actually dropped us a totem of undying, so we can keep that in our hotbar just in case we get really low. Oh, there we go. There's the horn. One of the enemies must have dropped it. All we got to do now is find a relatively flat area to fight the captain. And this area looks like it will do quite nicely. All we do is we grab our shell horn, and the captain should be here any second. Nothing happened, apparently. Let's see. Can be used near water. That might be the problem. Okay, let's try this now. Nothing happened again. Let's see if this will be enough water. Oh, okay. Well, it used the item, so it definitely worked this time. Here's the ghost of Captain Cornelia, and we've already got blindness. Lovely. We're absolutely annihilating her, although I can't really see much. I'm just clicking in her general direction. And she's already dead, ladies and gentlemen. Did we even take any damage during that fight? I don't know. She did drop us a lovely Godforged Pearl, so we'll definitely take that. She also dropped us this frozen key, which can open a chest hidden in the depths of the ice maze. And she also dropped her helmet. And this is going to make for a very nice trophy. Right, that's the captain defeated with ease. Now, these two bosses here, the Starlit Crusher and the Arachnarch, are both found in different dimensions, so we'll clear all the overworld bosses first before we do these two. So next up on the list is the Void Blossom, which can be found in rare caves at the bottom of the world. Of course, we can just use our compass to locate it immediately. Alright, we should now be directly above the Void Blossom. I'm planning to just fall right on top of its head and insta-kill it. The boss bar's showing up, so we're definitely on the right track. And yep, there it is. Alright, hello there, Void Blossom. Can we just kill you, please? We're absolutely... It's already over. We've deleted it. That went exactly how I planned. We got some Void Thorns and some Crystal Fruits. We'll just check that off immediately. And next up, we have the Frostmaw. Our compass has already found us a Frostmaw spawn, so we'll just go out and track him down. Oh, hey, little ocean dungeon right here, guarded by some random trident drowned who's already dead. There's nothing really that useful here. We've already found ourselves back in the ice maze somehow. Oh my, okay, that is a rather large pirate ship. I mean, I know we're gonna go fight the Frostmaw, but we have got to check this out. I mean, just look at it. Now, I'm expecting the enemies in here to be a bit more challenging, so we'll need to be careful. As you might expect, there's spawners absolutely everywhere as well. And also, all the enemies have diamond swords. Hey, a Warlord Gem. That's a nice find. I just keep finding more and more rooms with loot in them. And there's actually a milk bucket here, so we can get rid of our bad omen effect. That's this whole ship basically fully explored, so let's go and find that Frostmaw. Gem tower spotted. I'm looting that. No Warlord or Samurai gems. Unfortunate. Look at this. It's a frozen jungle. That's pretty sick, actually. I never thought I'd see snowy bamboo. And there's also a castle right there by the looks of things. Oh, we just wandered right past him. He was hidden in the bamboo. Hello, Frostmaw. Can you please die? Yes, you can. That was over in less than 5 seconds, I'm pretty sure. And he dropped us the Ice Crystal as a trophy, which can channel an icy whirlwind. There's a whole pillager camp there too. Wow, there's quite a lot of structures in this area. Oh, it seems like this village spawned inside this castle, so this isn't actually supposed to be here. And we've also got this tower over here, which means we get a free waystone. That's lovely. And there's also some kind of tower over there. We should be able to survive this fall, no problem. Yep, we're fine. Let's go clear out this pillager encampment. I'm sure the villagers will be very grateful for that. We'll just rush on through with our incredibly overpowered sword and kill everyone. Alright, I believe everyone's been massacred now. Oh, no, there's one guy over here. He's gone too. I believe we already own the corrupted eye, but I'll take it just to be sure. That's to be expected. There's not really any loot that we need. Also, this guy's haunted. He had to watch his whole family get slaughtered. We'll go check out this tower, and then we'll see about going to the other dimensions in order to fight the other bosses. There's so many structures here. There's a gem tower there, whatever this is. I was expecting a fight, but it seems like this is just a friendly tower. And it also has absolutely useless loot. Onto the gem tower so I can continue my fruitless search for samurai and warlord gems. I cannot tell you guys how annoying it is to continually find flawless twisted jewels and flawless archmage jewels. Alright, let's check this tower as well. Oh, a gem of the samurai. Okay, it is chipped, but that's fine. Now then, if we're going to make it to the Everbright and Everdawn dimensions, we need to find ourselves a gatekeeper house. Fortunately, there's one not too far away. There we are. I believe that's it. Here's our gatekeeper. We just need to buy the Zeal lighter from him. He also has a random mythic kimono here, so we'll steal that too. We'll also go ahead and trade a book for the blue journal, just so we have the guide for this dimension. Oh, but the only entries in it are the things keys for the portals, so apparently you have to unlock the other entries. That's not useful at all. I feel ripped off, and yet I stole a book from his chest in order to trade for that journal. As always in the Gatekeeper house, there's always a hidden little area here, and this is where the portal actually spawns. Alright, here we go. Let's head to the Everbright dimension. We better make a waypoint just to be sure, so we can actually get back to our portal and leave. We are in the Everbright, which means we'll be taking on the Starlit Crusher. I believe we need to find the Everbright Blinding Dungeon, and while we're on the way, we also need to make ourselves an Everbright axe. There we go. We've got a Starlit Wood axe, and that's because in this dimension, our regular overworld tools don't work as well, which usually is completely fine because they're so overpowered. However, for this boss, he puts up walls that you specifically have to break with an Everbright tool. So look at these animals, Stardust Rams. Sorry, I'm already getting distracted. We've also got an Everbright Village, which looks pretty cool. You know what? Just to be sure, I'm going to upgrade to a turquoise stone axe instead of our wooden one, just in case our wooden one isn't good enough. And here we are. This is the dungeon. Oh, and all the blocks are invincible, of course. From what I've seen of other people looting these dungeons, we have to find some keys in order to actually enter into the boss room. Here we go. There's our first key, and here's our second, and here's our third. I think 3 is all we need. We've discovered some kind of lock, so let's use a key on it. Oh, we need 4 keys. Okay. Surely there's another key lying around in here, right? All right, I guess what we could do is just run far away enough from this dungeon, and then we can find a second one and just loot the keys from that. That's so annoying, man. I can't believe we were 1 key off. I did also get a pop-up saying the Gatekeeper is now selling Blinding Dungeon keys, so if all else fails, we can head back and buy them off him. Finally, we've located a new dungeon with the compass. Starlit Crusher, here we come. Here we are. Here's our 4th and final key, plus this is a jewel apparently. Jewel of the Horizonite Alchemist. Breaking iron ore has a 20% chance to drop raw Horizonite instead. How useful. Anyway, let's just zoom straight to the top, and now we shall unlock the Starlit Crusher. Oh, wait, what? This guy's the summoner apparently. Okay, well, let's just kill him, I guess. This is not who I was expecting to fight. Can you just die already? This is the complete wrong boss. I'm not interested in you. There we go, he's dead. He also dropped us a summoner loot bag, and that has given us an ethereal arc, which has an ability that grants a 15% movement speed increase. I've just clicked it, and I think it's just permanently being applied to us. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I should have searched for a nature dungeon. I get it now. I mean, we do get 35 levels as a reward for killing the summoner, so that's not bad. Oh, and also, just for going into the blinding dungeon, we get 10 enchanted golden apples. Right, well, anyway, let's find the nature dungeon, which is what we actually want. And it's 26,000 blocks away. Cool. Oh, they even have these waystone towers in the Everbright dimension. That's pretty cool. These glowy underwater things are quite pretty. I like these a lot. Definitely feels like an otherworldly coral reef. And these things are apparently called brumbles. That's such a good name. Oh, that's a giant crab. No, thank you. I guess we could just kill him because he's got the nerve to try and attack us. How dare he? I will say we definitely are doing way less damage in this dimension because, of course, we're using a weapon that's not from here. Here's the nature dungeon, and my word, that is rather large. How do we even find the entrance? Oh, here we go. We found it. Oh, please don't tell me it's a maze. We've already found some chests, so that's a good start, although this one doesn't have any of the keys in it. No key in this chest either. Looks like these are the main enemies, these stonelets. Thankfully, we can just destroy them. No key in here. You can't even place blocks here. I was trying to mark off where I've already been, but that's not allowed. Well, it's not all bad. We found ourselves a regular gem of the warlord. That is a lovely find. I assume the requirement's going to be 4 keys, just like with the summoner dungeon. Oh, we've got 2 keys in here. That's lovely. I'm so glad we have the map to help us. I didn't even think of this at first. Well, we've explored every room on the bottom floor. We just need to find the way up to the next part now. Oh, here we go. We've actually found it already. Interestingly enough, this pyrite sword that I found in one of the chests actually does more damage than our Frostfang. It says a lot about just how nerfed the overworld weapons are in this dimension, when our Frostfang that does 42 damage minimum on a hit is actually doing worse than this thing, which does 5. Why must these keys be so rare? This is deeply vexing. All I want is to destroy this stupid boss, but instead I'm playing his little fetch quest game just so I can actually fight him. Right, let's head up to the next floor and hope we get luckier with keys. We found a Jewel of the Arachnarch. That's new. There's 4 chests in this room. Surely this is the one where we actually find the keys. And the answer is no. There's not a single key in any of these chests. Oh, there's yet another floor, so we've still got a chance to find more keys. I can't even really rely on the map anymore because the other levels are starting to bleed into the top ones, so it's actually hard to see whether you can actually go somewhere or not. I have never seen this thing before. Spellbreaking different sort of branding. It is in fact from the Blue Skies mod, so this seems like a direct upgrade. Another 4 chest room. Surely this is where we find the keys, right? Surely. Oh wow, what a surprise. There's absolutely nothing. I'm genuinely just praying that this mod pack has enough leniency to have more than just the 4 keys required in the chests. Finally another key. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, there's actually a 5th and final floor to this place. And that's the boss room for the Starlit Crusher. Let's just double check how many keys we need. Yeah, it is 4. We just need 1 more key and we have to find it on this floor. Beautiful. There we go. There's our 4th fourth and final dungeon key. Alright, here we go. Let's defeat the Starlit Crusher. Here we go. He's put his walls up, but thankfully we can use our upgraded axe to just smash through. He's also gone invisible for some reason. We just chop down his walls like so, and then we go in with our new sword. I don't know if our Frostfang would be better for this, and I also really don't know why he's invisible. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. He's put his walls back up. We just remove them and hit the invisible Starlit Crusher. Just go ahead and die. Oh, there we go. He's visible again. I think our Frostfang is better just because we can attack a bit more quickly. Oh, but he's gone up for some kind of hammer attack, and he's decided to activate his invisibility powers again. Here we go. We get some big damage off here. He's trying to retreat back into the middle, and we just chop down his wall, and this should be it. Come on, buddy. Just die already, please. And there we go, he's dead. He deserved that for having such an irritating dungeon. We got a loot bag. And actually, I've just realized the bosses drop trophies, which is pretty cool. We also got this thing, the Nature Arc, which provides 2 extra hearts. There we go. We can check the Starlit Crusher off our list. And all that's left now is the Arachnarch. We can finally break the blocks of this stupid dungeon now. We'll go ahead and slap down a waystone. And now we can teleport back to our base and locate a new gatekeeper's house. And also now would be a good opportunity to empty out our backpack. And as always, we have a lot of gear that we need to break down. We're actually going to need a separate chest just for all of our emeralds now. As I thought, we do already have a corrupted eye. Also, while I think about it, it's about time we upgraded our gold backpack to a diamond backpack. Oh, there we go. Look how much space we have now. Since we have 366 levels, I do want to farm so that we can get the best level of critical sunder possible, because this will make our sword do even more damage. I'm actually going to go ahead and craft up some weaponry tomes just to increase our chance of getting critical sunder. Right, a bit of enchanting later, and we have this book here that we're going to be adding to our Frostfang. Sweeping Edge 6, Sharpness 6, which will upgrade to Sharpness 7, Fire Aspect 2, which will upgrade to Fire Aspect 3, Critical Sunder 5, and True Edge 3. And it's not even that expensive, which is rather nice. We can also upgrade the Fire Aspect to Fire Aspect 4 with a tome, and we can upgrade the Looting to Looting 6 with a tome. And finally, some reforged on our accessories definitely wouldn't go amiss. We'll of course make sure to socket some extra gems in for some more buffs. And now it's time for us to find another Gatekeeper house, although it's just RNG whether we get the right portal or not. I believe it's just a complete 50-50 whether you get the Ever Bright portal frame or the Ever Dawn portal frame. Well, the compass says there's a gatekeeper's house right here, but that seems to be a lie. I mean, unless it's spawned underground, I suppose. I can hear a villager dying, so maybe it has spawned underground. Oh my goodness, wait, it actually has. Well, correction, it seems the gatekeeper's managed to spawn, but nothing else has. Thankfully, there's apparently another gatekeeper house only 400 blocks away, and he has an Ever Bright portal, of course. That house is a dud. It looks like we're just gonna have to go through gatekeeper houses till we find the right portal. Hey, check it out, we've got a Plains-themed desert temple. Now, these always contain a bunch of creepers hidden at the bottom, so we're gonna be careful here. See? Look, there we go. Something tells me I don't think we're going to get to check out the loot at the bottom here. Here we go. We found the gatekeeper's house. Now we have to gamble with RNG yet again. Please. Okay, thank goodness we've got the right portal. I've done a quick bit of research, and apparently the Arachnarch likes to stick on the ceiling, so we need to be able to knock it off. We'll grab some arrows for our bow, and we'll also use this soulbound spear that we got from the Starlit Crusher. And now with that out of the way, let's head to the Ever Dawn dimension. This structure right here is not the Arachnarch's dungeon, but since we've spawned right next to it, we might as well loot it anyway. It's going to be another of these towers where we got to find 4 keys. And there we go, we've got all 4 keys. Right then, let's go and take on this boss as well. Here's the Alchemist. And we should just chase after him and smack him to death with our Frostfang. I do wish he didn't teleport all the time. That's a little bit of a pain. Just die already, come on. He is so lucky he's got some resistance against our Frostfang, or he'd be dead already. I'd like to kill you and collect my free levels, please. There we go. And now we can open the Alchemist loot bag. And unfortunately, his arc item is terrible. It just gives us invisibility when sneaking with smoke. Oh well, we do at least get some enchanted golden apples and 35 XP levels. Now to find the poison dungeon. Here it is. It looks quite unassuming, but that's because the whole thing's hidden underground. Just like last time, we're gonna have to find 4 keys so that we can actually access the boss. Here we go. Here's our first key. Hey, nice. We found 2 keys right here. And there's our 4th key. Lovely. Now all we gotta focus on is getting to the very bottom of the dungeon. Here we go. This should be it. Here we are. Let's go in and take on the Arachnarch. Right, here he is. He's a big ugly fella, that's for sure. And we can just combo him out with the Frostfang. Nice and easy. Oh, there we go. He's on the ceiling like we expected. Now we can just bow spam him. I don't know if it'd be more effective to use the soulbound spear to knock him off. Get off the ceiling, come back, and let us kill you. There we go. He's taking the hint. Just get out of here, mate. Look at all his legs wiggling. Ugh. Right, let's see what his loot bag has for us. Pretty useless. Apparently, we increased damage dealt by 2 and we're poisoned, but it's still a nice buff to have. We have now defeated every tier 2 boss save for the Ferrous Wrought. Right, back home we go first of all. We'll go ahead and do a quick gear breakdown like so. With that out of the way, it's time for us to take on the Ferris Wrought, who's apparently pretty much directly below our base. Well, before we go, let's actually just repair our bright steel pickaxe because it's very destroyed. Alright, anyway, back to the task at hand. Here we go, and we've fallen straight into his chamber. I really don't like the fact there's water flowing around in here. That's not ideal. I don't think he likes it either because his AI seems to be glitching out. Now, we do have to be very careful here because this guy's attacks do a ridiculous amount of damage, but we should only need a few hits to actually kill him. We need to go around the back and hit his weak spot like so. There we go. We've already done over half his health bar, and I think we can kill him here if the hitbox wasn't completely bugged. He has 18,000 HP, which means we just did something like 13,000 damage in one hit somehow. We just need to do that huge overhead slam attack that he loves to do. There we go. There's the attack. This should be it. And no, we managed to live one extra hit. I guess we didn't crit quite as hard. Excuse me, sir. I would like for you to die now, please, instead of sliding around in the water. There's his attack. And there we go. That's the Ferris Wrought defeated. Now, in order to actually move on to the tier 3 bosses, we have to kill the Warden. According to our Nature's Compass, the Deep Dark is right next to us, so we may as well go and take on the Warden. Actually, finding the Deep Dark is proving to be a little bit more difficult than intended. Oh, here we go, and we're here now. We're going to summon the Warden. It's basically going to be who can one-shot the other. I am going to keep an emergency wasted in our hotbar just in case. I think this Warden's shy. I've been jumping up and down on the Shrieker, and he's not showing up. Here we go. He's here. He's got 18,000 HP. That should be light work for us. We're just going to crit him out, and he's dead already. Nice. And another one has spawned. Please go away, sir. We do not want to fight you again. Also, this one has 30,000 HP, which is a bit more of a problem, but we can just kill him again. Okay, can these Shriekers stop now? I'm done. I've had enough. I don't want to keep fighting Wardens. This is just annoying. Go away. Oh, my days. Can they stop spawning? That's enough. I just want to get my loot, and I'm having to kill a whole race of Wardens. Right, this should be the last one. Just die. Thank you. I think we just one-shot him. Okay, all right. We're fine now. We can actually pick up the loot. Here's the thing. I keep forgetting to use the right-click effect of our sword, which means that if we're above 50% HP, we get a temporary boost to attack based on 15% max health. With that effect active, we were able to one-shot a 50,000 HP Warden. Looks like we got some Warden carapaces, some Warden tendrils, the Heart of the Deep, plus some Warden treasure bags. It looks like these just give the same thing every time, which is the Scroll of Sonic Boom. I mean, usually this thing would be pretty cool, but we don't exactly need it. With the Warden defeated, we have now unlocked all of the tier 3 bosses. Right, first of all, let's get out of this cave, and then we're going to work on collecting all of the eyes so we can slay the Ender Dragon. I mean, I can't exactly make a 50 hours video and not defeat the Ender Dragon. Plus, mobs in the end always drop blue tier gems and above, which means that will be the best place to make an optimal gem farm. We have 5 eyes of the required 12, and the first one that we can go for that's by far the easiest is the Guardian Eye. If you guys remember, we actually tried to get it much closer to the start of the playthrough, and then it turned out the Elder Guardians had 70,000 HP. However, we are much more powerful now, so this should be a lot easier. Yes, it is. And that's the eye. He dropped it first try. We also got an Elder Guardian treasure bag, which didn't really give us much. It gave us a Deathwish Trident, I guess. Well, that was even easier than I thought it was going to be. If we also search for buried treasure, we have a 30% chance to get the black eye. Here we go. We've found it. And yes, there we go. We'll actually head to the stronghold now just to check if any of the eyes have actually spawned in the portal frames, because that will save us from having to collect some of the unique eyes. All right, check this out. It's like a little wolf den thing. Can you all go away, please? I'm trying to rob you. There's nothing that we need in here, as to be expected, to be honest. All right, we should be right above the stronghold now. And perfect. Yes, we are. There is a witch here, and we do need to kill her, actually, because she has a 10% chance to drop the witch pupil, which we can use to craft another eye. Unfortunately, this one did not drop what we need. All we got to do is check the map, and that instantly reveals where the portal is. Okay, cool. So we're starting with one eye, which means we have one less unique to collect. We'll, of course, go ahead and set up a waystone here. The next eye that we'll go look for is the magical eye, which has a 5% chance of being dropped by evokers and a 10% chance of being found in Woodland Mansion chests. Here we are. We've arrived at the mansion. We'll, of course, just break and enter and kill everyone inside. Here we are. Here's our first chest, and it doesn't have the eye, unfortunately. Here's our second chest. No eye either. Third chest. I've never seen this room in a Woodland Mansion before. It's a tree room, but they don't know how to grow trees, clearly. Wait, every single one of these chests in the storage room actually has loot in them. This is my childhood dream come true. It looks like they have a different loot table to the normal chests in the Woodland Mansion, so I doubt we're going to get the eye from any of these. Yeah, as I thought, there's no eye, but the novelty of getting to open all these chests for once far outweighs that. Come on, chest, give us what we need, please. No. I think we're just going to have to hope that we get it from an evoker. Well, all the evokers are now dead, which means this place was a complete dud, unfortunately. We're searching for an igloo next, because the ones that have a chest in the basement have a 70% chance to contain a cold eye. Wow, we found 3 structures in one here. So we've got this village, this ruined Colosseum thing, and this monastery. There's not really anything that we need here, but it's a nice find regardless. Alright, Alright, well here's our igloo. And it does not have a basement. Are you kidding me? I'll collect this waste stone here as a consolation prize. The compass has not located a new igloo, so we're going to go track that down. Right, here we go. Here's our next igloo. Okay, this one actually does have a basement. Thank goodness. Cold eye, please. Cold eye, please. No. There is another oak mansion out this way, so that's what I'm headed to next. Oh, hey, we found another igloo on the way. And no basement. Awesome. Here we go. Next igloo. This is a stony igloo. I don't even know if these can generate with hidden compartments. I don't know if they can. Collecting the eyes is about 5 times harder than actually fighting the dragon itself. I've also found out that for some reason the evoker eye drop isn't affected by looting, which is just ridiculous. Here we are. Here's our mansion. No eye from him. Can you just drop it, please? No, he didn't. At least we've got more evoker spawns in this area than we did in the last one. Please. Yes! 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 Okay, there we go. I don't know why I dropped 2, because that's not supposed to happen, but sure, I'll take them. Thank goodness for that. I was so afraid we were going to have to grind for that for hours. We'll go search one more igloo, and if we still can't get any luck with the cold eye, we'll go and work on some other eyes instead. Come on, igloo. Please, please have the compartment. Okay, it does. Cold eye, cold eye, cold eye. No! Oh! I guess we may as well cure this cleric right here, because you can actually buy an eye off of master level clerics, although it requires a rabbit's foot as well. We have a lucky rabbit's foot item at home, so I don't know if the game will accept that in the trade recipe, but it's worth a shot. Now we just got to AFK here and wait for him to actually cure. Right, he's finally cured, so we can actually get to trading with him. There's the evil eye, and no, the game won't accept the lucky rabbit's foot. We're up to 8 eyes now, meaning we need 3 more to open the portal. The next easiest eye to go for that I can think of is the cursed eye found in Bastion Remnants. Here we are, we found our first Bastion. No cursed eye in any of these chests, which is really rough. Well, the whole Bastion's been looted, and there's just no sign of the cursed eye. At least we've already found another one, so we can get back to looting. No cursed eye in here either. Oh, well, look at this. I've just headed into this Blackstone tower structure to check the loot, and lo and behold, 2 cursed eyes and 2 netherite ingots. Well, that certainly solves that problem. Back home we go. This is what our eye collection is looking like now. We're up to 9 of the required 11. I imagine the next easiest eye to go for will be the old eye, which is found in desert temple chests. Apparently the nearest one is 6,000 blocks away, so we're going to need to do some nether travel, which is why I put these coordinates in chat. This level 3 mutant skeleton seems to think he has a chance against us. That's so cute. We actually just disintegrated him there. Now these should be the right coordinates. Okay, not too bad overall. We're only 500 blocks off. And we've actually just found a regular desert temple just lying out here for some reason. Yes, yes, hello everyone. Please go away. Of course, we'll make sure to take out the pressure plate first. And it looks like the chests are actually trapped as well in this mod pack. For some reason, this chest has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 backpacks in it. Okay, we're 2 chests in and no eye. That's a little bit worrying. 2 flawless brawlers gems, though. That's a lovely find. And in the final chest, we have... Oh, I thought these were the eyes for a second. There's a ring of jump boost. That's about it. At the very least, this wasn't the actual desert temple that we were looking for. I'm fairly certain that rabbits spawn in deserts, so I am on the lookout for one in case we can find ourselves a rabbit foot and buy that special eye. Alright, well here it is. We found the upgraded desert temple, and irritatingly, we actually get mining fatigue as soon as we come close to it, because there's puzzles that we have to solve. Also, the entrance seems to be completely buried, which is even more of a problem. Fortunately, our pickaxe is fast enough that we can just mine straight through anyway, but it is still very annoying. And also, now that I think about it, we should have some extra mining speed gems back home that we can socket into our pickaxe. Here we go. We can apply our flawless lightning gems to give plus 42.5% mining speed. Okay, it's not quite as blazingly fast as I thought it would be, but it's definitely an improvement. According to the map, we should just be able to mine straight down here and we'll fall into the central chamber. There we go. See, there's all these puzzles and whatnot that we have to solve in order to open up this central bit, but we're not doing that. Oh, and I've just opened this up by mistake because I mined through and managed to break a redstone component. And then from here, it's just a big maze with descending floors. Or actually, maybe the floors don't descend and I've got that wrong. Also, this bit back here is a hidden piston door, so we can just mine through that. So far, there's just no sign of the eye. At least we found the Pharaoh's chamber now. I believe that if we kill him, we get rid of this mining fatigue effect. Yeah, there we go. No eye in here. No eye in here. And there's no eye in the hidden chest behind the throne. What is that? He looks like he's been run over. We're just gonna have to keep searching the desert until we find this eye. This is my problem with the End Remastered mod. You find most of the eyes, and then the final ones are always an absolute pain. There is a mangrove igloo nearby, so we may as well go check that, just in case we get lucky with the cold eye. Oh, here we go. We've found it. And, okay, there is a hidden compartment. And inside the chest, we have not a cold eye. We can also go check any witch huts in the nearby area, just in case we get the witch pupil as a lucky drop. Come on, Minecraft. Please give us some good luck. And we didn't get it. At least there's another witch hut over this way that we can check. Come on, Minecraft. Please. No. It does look like checking the map is a viable strategy for for finding more huts, so we'll go to this one. Although this does not look like a witch hut at all. I guess this could be a witch hut too. Here we go. We were right. This is a witch hut, I'm pretty sure. Although there's no sign of the witch herself. And we've just got some useless peasant living next door. This is so frustrating. At this point, I've been reduced to just checking for strongholds to see if we get a lucky portal with more than one eye in it. Oh, we've got a random witch spawn in the forest. And I don't believe we got the eye, unfortunately. And we've got another little witch hut here. Is this going to be our lucky day? Please. Also, we've got an annoying mutant skeleton who's already dead. And the witch did not drop the pupil, of course. We should not be directly above the strongholds, so let's see what we can find. Please, Minecraft, please. Okay, we got a 2-eye portal. That's a huge upgrade. We now only need one more eye in order to actually get to the end. All right, that has given me some much needed motivation. Let's just head over to our cleric and keep searching for igloos, as well as some snowy witch huts. And thus the search continues. Here we are. We've found the witch hut finally, and no eye. We do have a grassy igloo right here that we can check for a hidden compartment, which it does have. And sadly, it does not have a cold eye for us. Now, I could have sworn that ages ago we showed up at a random village and dumped a raid there. We've got enough XP to just go through some of the likely waypoints and check. And we actually got it right first try. It's this village and the raiders are already showing up. Witches should start spawning if we're lucky. Of course, the only problem is that we have to deal with the horrific mob AI, which means that there's always going to be some raider jammed into a cave somewhere. See, exactly like that. This is probably one of the worst villages to actually do a raid in just because of how cramped it is here. Oh, finally, we got our first witch spawn. Please just drop the eye. Oh my god. I'm genuinely going to tweak out. This is actually the most frustrating experience I've ever been through. All we need is one more eye. We do have another igloo right here. I'm just praying for the cold eye, but it's not here because there's no compartment. We're close to whatever this thing is, so I guess we'll check that to pass the time. Oh, I see. It's a keep Kara. Here we go. Here's our next igloo, and okay, there is a compartment. Please, Minecraft, let my suffering end. Yes! Oh my god. Finally, we've got this stupid eye. Oh, okay, that is such a relief. At last we have it. With that out of the way, we better teleport back home and collect up our eyes, because it's time for us to fight the Ender Dragon. We better go ahead and empty out our backpack before we go as well. While we're here, we may as well do a bit more gem combining so we can further optimize our build. And we may as well also smith our backpack into a netherite backpack. And we can also use a sigil of socketing to give it a third socket. I would use this on stuff like our sword for obvious reasons, but the sigil doesn't actually work if the weapon has more than 3 sockets already. Weirdly enough, backpacks actually count as chest plates, so we can get some extra health bonuses using our brawler's gems. We'll also reforge our diamond gloves to netherite, seems like a pretty easy upgrade. And we'll of course sigil them up to 3 sockets. And then we can apply some more gems to these. We better go ahead and enchant our bow as well. And there we go, that's exactly what we wanted. We have infinity on it now. We'll also craft up some bottles so that we can collect dragon's breath, because that's used in a few recipes. And we'll make sure to bring plenty of blocks as well. And actually, we can finally make use of that elytra that we found. Just gotta throw on mending and unbreaking 3 for very obvious reasons. And now with all that out of the way, let's pick up all of the eyes that we've painstakingly collected. Let's teleport over to the stronghold. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this portal filled. Here we go. The final eye placed is the one that took us by far the longest to collect. The cold eye. Why hasn't that worked? What? I'm going to try reloading the game because I do not know why this hasn't opened. It's me again, post-commentary Mozi. To my horror, I discovered that any vanilla eyes event in the portal frames have to be replaced with unique eyes by clicking on them, meaning we still had 2 more eyes to collect. I traveled far out via the nether and first began hunting for the witch pupil that still refused to drop. By some divine miracle, this time we actually got it, leaving us just 1 more eye to collect. Completely unrelated, but we ended up running into a mutant enderman who was dispatched with ease. We also ended up coming across one of the rarest structures in the entire game, the Shiraz Palace, rewarding us with a new netherite totem of undying. While I'm out searching more desert temples with absolutely no luck, this is a great moment for some shameless self-promotion for my Discord server. The link is in the description if you'd like to join. Lo and behold, a lone bunny showed up, who bravely sacrificed his life to give us his foot. We traded it for the evil eye, finally allowing us to open the end portal. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for that little detour, but now at long last, we can finally fight the Ender Dragon. This has been such a long time coming. Let's not waste any more time. The dragon's being spawned in right before our very eyes. It doesn't help I've just fallen in a hole, so I've ruined the cinematic moment. Right, well, here we go, and the dragon's invisible, which is not a great start. Oh, there we go. She's in render distance now. Now that we're all towered up, we can go ahead and start sniping out all the crystals. Although, to be honest, I don't even know if we need to do that. We might be able to just kill her as soon as she perches, since our sword is so overpowered. Here we go. She's coming in. I have no idea why she's perched crouching on the floor. What is going on here? But we should just be able to crit her out and instantly kill her. I love how getting all the eyes takes 5 hours and then killing her takes probably 10 seconds at most. Oh, whoops. I did forget to collect Dragon's Breath, but that's fine. Although the treasure bag that I just opened just gave us some, so we're sorted. We also got this weapon, the Soul Keeper, which seems rather cool, though we're obviously not going to be using it. We'll, of course, go ahead and block off the portal so that we can pick up the egg properly. I don't know what's going on there. Well, I've just mined it with our pickaxe, and for some reason we've been given 2 dragon eggs, so sure. And apparently they're actually going to hatch. We could have our own pet ender dragon. Anyway, moving on. I doubt the loot in the end cities will be anything amazing, but I do want to check one out just to see what's available. Thanks to our structure compass, we'll have no trouble finding the city itself. In fact, there it is. We'll just go ahead and glide over using our elytra. We do have to be really careful not to hit these mimicubes, because whenever we do, they actually get an exact copy of our gear to use against us. I mean, the loot's not terrible here. We've already found mythic diamond leggings, plus a purple magic mirror for some reason. I mean, we might just be able to one-shot the mimicubes. Yes, we can. We should just be able to pearl over to the ship like so. There we go. Just barely made it. And for some reason, there is this guy who we've just instantly killed, so hopefully he wasn't friendly. Looks like we've got some more mythic and purple gear in these chests as well. And of course, we'll make sure to grab the dragon head. And you know what? Since we're in the end already, we may as well go and fight our first tier 3 boss, the Obsidiolith. And apparently his arena's only 200 blocks away, so we're going to be getting into this fight very quickly. Here we go. We've already made it. Let's just put a block down, and there we go. We don't even need to do that. Here's the altar right here, and apparently we just need to use an Eye of Ender to summon it. Yep, that's working. Now, he does have 100,000 health, but we're just deleting him. He doesn't have a chance. I believe all our loot's at the top of this obsidian pillar. I'm starting to think I may have slightly min-maxed our build a little bit too much, considering we just killed a boss with 100,000 HP in about 5 seconds. All right, well, here's all our rewards. We've got some obsidian hearts plus a Draco Arcanus helmet. And there's also this mending mixture, which we can combine with any tool, weapon, or armor in a crafting grid to fully restore its durability. I really was not expecting that to be over so quickly. Our structure compass has found us one more end city, so let's go loot that and also kill this mythic enemy that's just spawned, and then we'll teleport back home. Oh, and he's getting jumped by every enderman in the area. Bro just spawned in, and there's about 100 endermen trying to kill him. This is insane. And it's over. They murdered him in front of our very eyes. That is actually brutal. I was not expecting to see that at all. We just got a free mythic netherite helmet. Sure. That poor endermite was probably like, they jump in me. They jump in me. I mean, what was he supposed to do there? Okay, here we are. Wow, the loot in this one's pretty garbage, actually. 2 regular iron chest plates. There we go. We found ourselves a mythic netherite chest plate. And then over in the ship, we have... well, there's some kind of infernal shulker here who's already dead. Here we go. Now the mythic loot's starting to roll in. There's also a random flawless ender surge gem just lying on the floor, so we'll take that. And now with all that done, we're going to teleport back home. We'll break down all the gear that we've got and hope that we get a decent rate of Godforged pearls. Okay, 14, not too bad. I've just realized we can go ahead and use a sigil of socketing on our helmet, and then we can apply one of our perfect ender surge gems to it. And we may as well apply another ender surge gem to our chest plate. I thought we were going to have to gear up again to defeat the tier 3 bosses, but since the Obsidiolith was so easy, let's just move on to all of the rest. The next boss that we'll fight is the Night Lich. I've also realized it's been a very long time since we checked out our skill tree, so let's see how many skill points we can actually buy. I think there's only a few more that we can get because soon we're going to be max level, although it's allowing me to continue to buy them, so who knows. Actually, never mind, scratch that. That was a whole lot of yap, but the point is we have actually reached the limit for skill points now. We have 21 points left, so we're going to need to spend these wisely. If we activate this dimensional gateway right here, we'll get access to this side of the skill tree, and then we can get a bunch of these super strong effects like 100% amplification on our enchantments. That's perfect. We actually have just enough skill points to get every single buff that I wanted here. Right, let's lock that in, and now we are officially maxed out. Oh, hold on. On our way to find the Night Lich, we've actually found the structure for one of the final tier 3 bosses. This is for the Leviathan. In order to summon him, we do need an abyssal sacrifice, which is why I've been keeping those hearts of the sea. We absolutely will fight him, but we'll work our way up. Oh, now that is a Lich Tower if I've ever seen one. There is a chest in the middle here, so we may as well give it a look. Oh, and it's completely worthless. Wonderful. Now, in order to summon him, we have to place soul stars in all 4 of these corners. Fortunately, I have been keeping hold of them whenever we find them, so we have enough. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. I don't know why I went to that one. Oh, and it actually instantly turns it to night. That's really cool. I would, however, love to know where this guy actually... oh, there we go. We found him. All right, come here, you. Let's just rush straight at him, although annoyingly he's flying away. Is this guy purely ranged only? Because if he is, that's a big problem. Maybe if we can get him stuck under some blocks, we might be able to hit him. I mean, we can kill him with our bow because we have infinity. It's just going to take a while. And there we go. We're finally getting some hits in with our sword. Okay, I have no idea why our armor just activated there. That is bizarre. For safety's sake, we're going to go ahead and swap out our slicer's dice for our netherite terminal undying, just while our armor's ability recharges. This is so annoying. If we could just fight him with melee, then this fight would be over already. Oh, and okay, yep, sure, that makes sense. Why is that activated? Good job, we've got spare totems in our bag. At least we can put our dice back on for extra damage. I don't understand how he's managing to wipe out our health like that. Most of his regular attacks are super weak. I guess if I'm just a bit more careful with dodging his attacks, we should be fine. Oh my god, fighting this guy at range is the worst. If only we had a bit more speed, I bet we could chase him down, although we're getting close. There we go. This ice lake is so annoying too, because I keep having to climb out of it. Come on, give us some melee damage. I'm trying to chase him across the ice. We're so close. Come on. Ugh. I'm going to try and kite him over to some flat ground just to make our lives a bit easier. Right, here we go. No more ice. It doesn't help that we have a punch 3 bow and he weighs about as much as a bag of feathers, so every time we hit him, we just launch him backwards. Come on. This is surely a melee hit. There we go. This is so much more damage. Finally. Oh my god. That guy was such a pain. He dropped us some ancient anemas, which can be used to make a couple of different things. Back home we go. And now we can get that quest checked off. The fact that the Lich was able to pop 2 of our life-saving abilities is a bit of a wake-up call, so I'm actually going to buy some netherite ingots so we can upgrade more of our totems to netherite totems. And that's because the regular Tome of Undying can't be equipped in the charm slot, whereas the netherite one can. I'm going to go ahead and equip a flawless lightning gem to our boots, because I'd like to get a bit more speed. I'm starting to feel a bit slow, actually. Okay, perfect. We're now a lot faster. You know what? I might actually have to redo the gems in our boots, because this is a little bit too fast. I think this is going to get quite uncomfortable to watch very, very quickly. We need to go ahead and craft up some vials of searing expulsion. This is going to delete all of the gems in our boots and we don't get them back, but that's a worthy trade for actually being able to move around properly again. And for some reason, our boots have also gained an extra socket. I'm not sure why. Even just a chip lightning gem gives us plus 45% speed. I'm more thinking about 20%. That should be enough. I mean, we can get plus 10% with a jade, but that seems a little bit too low. Let's try plus 45% and see how fast that is. Yeah, I'd say this is a lot more manageable. I'm fine with this. We'll, of course, go ahead and reapply a solar gem so that we get our step height back. We'll then go ahead and apply a flawless lunar gem for plus 120% swimming speed. And finally, we'll apply our flawless ender surge gem. The next boss that we'll go for is the nether gauntlet. And while we're in the nether, we'll also go for the sorrow sealed. Here we go. The nearest gauntlet arena is only 500 blocks away. And we're going to get there in absolutely no time at all. We should be directly above the arena now. Or at least that's what the game was telling me, but it appears not. Oh, here we go. We've actually found it this time. In order to spawn this guy, all we have to do is break these 4 eye blocks. Oh, it looks like he just immediately spawned anyway. Fine. And he's dead already. That's the end of it. That's it. We're done. Why was he so easy and the Lich just brutally destroyed us? We have ourselves a blazing eye, a horseshoe, and a minor guide. Plus, we've got some free ancient debris here, which is quite nice. I was not expecting that to literally be over in seconds. As I mentioned before, the next boss is the Sorrow Sealed. Although, annoyingly, you can't actually find the structure with the Explorer's Compass, which means we just have to explore until we somehow come across it. We're looking for the Sorrow Spire, which is a castle sort of structure. Thankfully, it doesn't spawn underground, otherwise this would be absolutely hellish. If we make sure to keep checking the map, that should speed things up. It did take a decent bit of searching, but we've now found the Sorrow Spire. So without further ado, let's just break straight in. Apparently these spawners here are actually unbreakable, so we're going to need to be careful of that. The Sorrow Spire itself should be directly at the bottom of this structure. And there's also some chests in here with some ancient debris. We should just be able to mine all the way down. Come on, Sorrow Spire, where are you hiding? Apparently in order to actually get through here, we need to open these 4 blocks using an item that can be found right at the top of the dungeon. There we go, that should be the chest that contains what we need. The item could actually be in this dropper. I'm not 100%. Okay, never mind. So it's in the dropper. What does the chest have then? Okay, it's just standard dungeon loot. I see. All right. And now that we're back on the bottom floor, we can use the crystal tier to open these 4 blocks. It's time for us to fight the Sorrow Sealed. All right, here we go. He does have 60,000 HP, but that's just nothing. He does drop us an exclusive music disc, which is effectively the trophy. All right, there we go. We can check that off the list. And now that just leaves us with one more boss in the first set of tier 3s, which is the Warped Moscow. I am not looking forward to getting this guy because he has some very annoying requirements in order to fight him. He can only be created when a crimson mosquito sucks the blood of a mungus that is covered in warped fungus while in the overworld. First things first, we're going to need to make our way to the nearest mushroom fields biome, and we're absolutely zooming through the ocean there because we had dolphins graze. See, I don't mind being super fast in water because it's very easy to control. I just don't like being super fast on land. I'm absolutely loving this speed. All right, perfect. Here's our mushroom fields biome, and we should fairly easily be able to find a mungus somewhere here. Okay, that's a bun fungus. That's not what we wanted. And there we go. This guy is the only one that I can find on this entire island, so we're going to have to be careful with him. I'm actually going to switch our bow out of our offhand for the time being. We've got him boat trapped, so he can't go anywhere. Now what we need to do is head to the nether and find ourselves a crimson forest. The nearest one is a little bit of a trek, but it's not horrible. Also, we're going to need some obsidian for a portal now that I think about it. And I've actually ended up finding another sorrow spire after I spent ages looking for that other one. That's just classic Minecraft right there. And there's another one right next to that. Are you kidding me? We have reached the crimson forest and there's already a mosquito here, which is a good sign. We are going to have to kill this one though. Actually, unless we can just get them stuck on our face and use a waystone that teleports straight to the mushroom island, because the waystone should bring entities with us. We do find a warped mushroom such as this one. Right, here we go. We're all ready. Let's let him get stuck on our face. All right, there we go. We've got him. Let's go ahead and click on the waystone, which I just can't do. All right, let's give this thing another try now that he's stuck again. I actually just can't interact with the... Oh, I can. There we go. Now, someone managed to clip him into the waystone, which is not supposed to happen. And it just instantly killed him when I broke the waystone. Okay, that's fine, because that wasn't the setup that I was actually going to go for. I just thought I'd try it. What we actually need to do is make ourselves a nether portal, first of all. And this place is not exactly an ideal location, but it'll have to do. This should be a decent enough space to fight the warped Moscow in. Now we place down a waystone. We then teleport back to the mushroom island, sit in the boat with our mungus, and then if we slowly turn around, we can teleport back with him in our boat. For some reason, the game glitched out and he wasn't here at first, but after teleporting there and back, he's now reappeared. We then cover him in warped fungus so he's more appetizing to the crimson mosquito. For some reason, the game isn't letting me apply the warped fungus to him. Maybe he just needs to be broken out of the boat, so we'll do that, and then we'll try, and that's doing nothing, and he's just trying to run away to the nether. And he's gone. He's actually just gone to the nether. Stop. Mungus, come back here right now. Get back to the overworld. We got to make sure we keep him contained in the boat, and also keep zombies away from him. I think because he's got this brown mushroom on him, he can't accept the warped fungus, so let's try shearing that off. Oh, it actually worked. Let's go. Right, then we stick this warped fungus on him, and that's gonna work. Okay, perfect. Now we have the tricky bit, which is convincing a crimson mosquito to fly through our nether portal. We've got this little room right here, which we're gonna need to run into, because otherwise the crimson mosquito will continue targeting us and won't go to the mungus. In hindsight, I probably should have collected more obsidian to make a bigger portal, but we might be able to lure the mosquito right here. I think we got one of them, maybe? I'm fairly certain one of them went through. Here we go. We've got two of them in here, so now we should just be able to escape to the other room. We might need to free the mungus first, actually. Be free, my son! As soon as one of these crimson mosquitoes gets off my face, that is. Now we just run in through here, and they should get us our warped Moscow. Mungus, stop being shy and hiding in the corner. Oh, hold on. There we go. And the mungus just ran into the portal. Are you kidding me? I swear the mosquito sucked his blood, though, so I have no idea why he didn't turn into the warped Moscow. Looks like we're just gonna have to block off the portal so we don't have anything like that happen in the future. And we also need to find ourselves a new mungus. They should just spawn in over time, so as long as we wait here for a little while, we should get one. In fact, here we go. That's perfect. There's one right here. Let's give him some warped mushrooms. Oh, you can put more than one on them. I didn't know that. That explains why the other mungus didn't turn into a warped Moscow. He didn't have enough mushrooms on him. I believe there still isn't enough mushrooms, so I'll collect some more and see how many we can stick on him. Looks like our crimson mosquito has despawned, which is unfortunate, but it does give us a chance to improve on our design in here. This right here is going to be our mungus conversion room, so we'll teleport him in here. We'll get the crimson mosquito through here, block this up, and then run through this doorway. I found some more warped mushrooms, so we'll go ahead and stick these on him. It looks like 5 is the maximum amount. Just look at him. Now we take him over to the catacombs. And of course, then we're going to do a bit more teleporting, so he actually spawns in. There we go. He's here now. All that's left is to get our crimson mosquito. The last creature that I would ever want to see is you. Go away. Here we go. We've got some willing volunteers. Now we just need to lead one of them back to our portal. Come on. One of you just go through. Okay, there we go. We just went through the portal. There's actually 3 of them in here. Go away. We don't need all of you. All right, there we go. He's now in the room with us, so now we just leave like so, and we should have ourselves a warped Moscow if all goes to plan. Okay, great. So he killed the mungus and the warped Moscow didn't spawn. Maybe it's because I didn't remove the mungus from the boat. I've picked up some more warped mushrooms. It's time for round 3. All right, here we go. This time we'll make sure the mungus is free to roam around. Now we just got to get another one of these mosquitoes to go through the portal. Okay, he's through. Mungus is still here and he is free. We now escape through this bit, and surely this time the mosquito actually does his job. Okay, there we go. It's working! Finally! Oh my god! Here we go. We have our warped Moscow, and he's dead. He does have 200,000 HP, so that was a little bit harder. All of that just to kill him in 10 seconds flat. And also, Mungus has run off, which is a very good idea because I did just let a mosquito suck his blood. Regardless, we are now done with that quest, and I never want to think about it ever again. Thankfully, for the 4 remaining tier 3 bosses, these are just normal bosses. We're going to find their structures. They're going to be there. No extra mumbo jumbo needed. Actually, with the exception of the Void Worm, but he's very easy to summon, so I'm not worried about him. The next boss on the list is the Harbinger, and he does actually require a Nether Star to awaken him. Fortunately, we're not exactly short on Wither Skeleton Skulls. Here we are at the old arena where we fought our very first Wither. With any luck, this fight should be significantly easier. We got a bow spam him at first, which isn't much of a problem. Then he comes in for the melee, and he's dead. We'll go ahead and crack open our Wither treasure bag. And where exactly is my Nether Star? I mean, he dropped a Wither Eye, but no Nether Star. That makes no sense. Oh, there we go. Found it. It's just at the bottom of this crater. From here, we'll simply head straight over to the ancient factory where the Harbinger resides. Okay, we should now be directly above the Harbinger spawn. We've got the advancement, and yeah, here we go. We found it. Unfortunately, these blocks right here are unbreakable, so we need to find the proper entrance, which according to the map should be right here somewhere. Also, this actually somehow generated right next to an ancient city, which is crazy. Here we go. Finally, we found the entrance. We've got some robot with a saw blade heading up to us, so we better kill him immediately. And I'm also making sure to double check this area for any skulk shriekers, because I do not want a warden joining in on the fight. It doesn't help that killing the little guys in here spreads the skulk, which means there is a chance for a shrieker to spawn. Anyway, here he is. This is the Harbinger, who's currently asleep, but we shall wake him up with a brand new, fresh Nether Star. And we'll just go ahead and completely ruin his entire life. I can barely even put cinematic music in these boss fights because they're just over so quickly. We can now get that quest checked off. And next we have the Ancient Remnant, whose pyramid I actually did find while I was searching for the Desert Eye and the Cold Eye. Here we are. It's literally right here. There are a bunch of these undead guys in here, but they're not exactly much of a problem. There's actually a new trinket in this chest here, the Holy Locket. No, there's dungeon blocks in here as well. I believe we have to keep heading up right to the top, and then there's a secret chamber that we can fall right the way down. I'm just glad we don't have mining fatigue like that other desert temple. And here we go. We've found it. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Ancient Remnant. We do first have to kill these 2 mini bosses right here, so let's just do that. In order to get the item to awaken him, we just have to go to the shop and buy it for 3 champion coins. We do also get a spawn egg for him, but we don't exactly need that when he's right in front of us. Alright, we've got our tomes in our hotbar because he does have 300,000 HP, so he might be a bit more of a challenge. Alright, let's use the ancient necklace on him and get this fight underway. Here he is. We'll start slapping away at him, and okay, it is taking a fair bit more time to actually kill him. He also has a blindness effect, which is just the absolute worst. I have no idea what he's doing, but he's got us stuck in a corner with some kind of effect. I would love if I was able to see more than 3 feet in front of me. That would be nice. We've got him down to 1/3 of his health now. This is going very swimmingly. There we go, and he's dead. That is him checked off the list. And now all that's left are these 3, the Leviathan, Maledictus, and the Void Worm. I do want to go ahead and research this Holy Locket thing. It has Divine Blessing, redirects a part of the regenerated health of nearby creatures to the wearer of the relic. I mean, it seems fine, but we'll just keep our Amulet of Luck. We'll go ahead and fight the Leviathan first because he's literally right next to our base, and we have all the materials that we need to craft the Abyssal Sacrifice. Well, I say that we have all of them. The only items that we're missing are items that are dropped from enemies in his structure, so we don't have anything to worry about. And here we are. I was just killing a bunch of these Deepling guys, and we've already got one of the items that we were looking for. The only other thing we need to do is kill one of these Coral Golems, and that gives us the Coral Chunk that we need. Now we just go ahead and assemble everything on the crafting grid to get ourselves the Abyssal Sacrifice. During the Leviathan fight, he does have a fake out death at one point, so we'll need to be aware of that. Also, all of these guardians spawning are really annoying. Anyway, let's get on with this. Let's chuck the Abyssal Sacrifice into this altar. Here we go. Here's the Leviathan, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we're through his first phase, but he should respawn in a second. Okay, well, I guess he's just fully dead. We killed him so quickly, he didn't even have a chance to play dead. I'm glad all of his loot's highlighted, or I would never be able to find it. Oh, well, this explains all the Guardian spawns. Alright, well, now that he's dead, it's on to Maledictus, and he can be found in the Frosted Prison structure. The Leviathan does actually drop this really cool grappling hook. I remember this from my Better Minecraft video. We can now go ahead and grapple to whatever we want. We should be coming up on his structure any moment now. It would help if the game could actually load chunks faster than the original Internet Explorer. That would be quite nice. Oh, there we go. It's slowly but surely showing up. There is a mini boss in here that we'll have to kill in order to get the key to Maledictus' throne room. And here we go. We've already found him and we've one-shot him. Well, he did not drop any kind of key, so maybe we can just head up and open these doors anyway. Yes, we can. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Let's take on the ancient champion known as Maledictus. This guy's defense is actually incredibly high. We're barely doing any damage. Having said that, he's already at half HP, so he's in trouble. I gotta give credit where credit is due. He's managed to put up the best fight out of any of the bosses so far. But he is already dead because he's just not strong enough. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we just have one boss left in this entire list before we can move on to the final bosses of this pack. And that boss, of course, is the Void Worm. I do have somewhat of a fear that he's going to manage to knock us off into the void, which would be a terrible way to die, so we're going to craft some fireworks to prevent that from happening. We also need to go ahead and craft up a Crimson Mosquito Larva using a Maggot and a Crimson Mosquito Proboscis. And now the final step is for us to find a spider-like mob called the Enderiophage. Here we go, we've already found one. We just need him to come a bit closer so we can actually collect his drops. Hey, he's attacking the local wildlife. Stop that. Now that he's dead, we've got ourselves a capsid. Oh, and the floor just collapsed beneath us. I have no idea what that was about. We go ahead and place our Crimson Mosquito Larva inside the capsid. He's going to tweak out for a little bit, and then he's going to turn into the mysterious worm. And now the final step for summoning the Void Worm is to follow what the advancement has told us to do and destroy the child. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the Void Worm. We do have to be very careful to only hit his head, otherwise he's going to splinter off into different pieces. Kind of like the Eater of Worlds from Terraria if you've played that game. Here we go. He's coming in for a melee attack. That's perfect. And now he's already only got half his health left. It's just all about patience. If we try and shoot him with our bow, I just know that I'll miss and split him in half. Come on, come in for a melee attack. Here we go. This should be it. Oh, I couldn't quite hit him. We just have to sit here tanking every single one of his attacks, but there we go. Well, I did end up splitting him off, which is not what I wanted. Okay, great. Oh god, what have I done? I genuinely don't know, but I'm seeing about 9 Void Worm things on the screen. We just need to go in here and get the treasure. That's all I want. I just want his drops. Okay, I got everything. Let's just get out of here. What was that? Good job we brought fireworks. I think we've established we can never ever go to that part of the end again, but that's fine. We need to be careful not to split him into multiple pieces, he said, before splitting him into 20 different pieces and nearly crashing the game. That is the Void Worm defeated, with just a slight bit of cleanup left over that we're not going to do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have defeated every single boss in the main storyline, apart from the secret final ones. Every single tier 1, every single tier 2, and every single tier 3. The final bosses that we have to face are going to be Cisco himself first of all, and then the Fell King. However, before we go ahead and end this 50 hours in style, we still need to build that museum so that we can show off all of the boss drops that we've been collecting. Don't worry, we're going to breeze through this. I already have some ideas about what I want to do. We're going to be using some spruce wood for this build because it always looks incredibly good. This place isn't going to be massive or anything like that. I just want a nice area to commemorate our achievements. We're going to be using a whole lot of stone and different types of stone bricks in this build because A, we have a lot of stone, and B, that's a nice medievally block. It looks like there's a fair bit of mining ahead for me. I'm going to keep repeating this design that we've got right here, and then in between these wood columns is where the pedestals will go, and that's where we'll display all of our items. All the spruce columns are now in. We just got to fix the roof. We'll go ahead and throw in some of these stone tiles, which I really like the look of. I wish these were in the regular game. That's all done now, so finally we just got to get a floor put in. We're actually going to be using nether bricks for the floor, and we'll throw in some red nether bricks for a nice accent. Okay, perfect. I'm really happy with how this turned out. We just need to add in the pedestals now. We'll go ahead and throw all of these in, and with all the pedestals placed down, we can start displaying all of our cool items in here. We certainly do have a lot of boss drops to display. I've been placing stuff down for a solid few minutes now. Just look at how many items we've amassed. I was also able to find space for all 4 of our gold trophies. The final slot is of course going to be for our Ender Dragon egg. And I mean, just look at this place. This is the result of almost 50 hours of work. We've got a bunch of cool weapons over at the front here. Then we move on to all of the boss drops. And we've also got a nice little music disc collection. Overall, I'm really happy with how this space turned out. And I'm also really happy with how the entrance looks too. It's nice and grand, but it's not massive. But with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, you have waited more than long enough. Let's get on with the final 2 bosses in this pack. For some reason, there's just a random mythic bear in our arena, so we're going to get rid of him. And why is there just a random skeleton flying around on a bee? Right, now that those random guys have been cleared out, let's go ahead and summon Cisco. Here he is. This is Cisco, and we've already absolutely destroyed him. This should be a pretty easy fight. We've already won. Let's see. He dropped a music disc, some fell fragments, and a charm of darkness. A charm corrupted by something very sinister. When above 80% HP, constantly damages the wearer. When below 80% HP, grants a small boost to attack speed, armor, and armor toughness. I mean, that seems fine, but pretty annoying since we're going to always be trying to regenerate above 80% HP. We get 50 levels as a reward for defeating Cisco, plus a choice of a perfect gem of the Warlord, perfect gem of the Combatant, perfect jewel of the Archmage, or perfect Ender Surge gem. We're going to go ahead and grab a perfect gem of the Warlord. In order to actually summon the Fel King, we need to craft a Podium of Purgatory, and this thing requires both a dark steel block and 4 dark steel slabs, and 1 dark steel block only makes 2 slabs, so we effectively need 3 dark steel blocks. And that of course means that we need 27 netherite ingots. Fortunately, we have quite a lot of ancient debris and netherite scrap, and plus I've been saving up a bunch of champion coins, and we'll be able to use these to buy more netherite ingots. Unfortunately, we're actually 6 ingots off, but if we head over to the Shiraz Palace over here, there should be netherite blocks in the tallest towers. At least that's what the wiki says. Supposedly in these orange wool trees we can also find netherite. Okay, well there's no sign of it here. I'm struggling to find any netherite blocks, however there's also some ancient debris locations, so we'll check those. Supposedly there's a core of ancient debris in the middle of the tallest tower, or I should say not the tallest tower but the central tower. Okay, there we go. So we found this at least. That is going to give us 8 pieces of debris, which gets us 2 ingots closer. And then there should also be ancient debris hidden in these melons. Yes. Okay, hold on. I didn't read the wiki properly. Apparently the netherite block is actually to the right of the tree. You have to mine through this, not the tree itself. And there we go. We found it. And instantly we have all of the netherite that we need. Now all we have to do is get ourselves a whole bunch of dark steel ingots. Okay, well this is just pure pain. Apparently we need 3 dark steel blocks to make 6 slabs. I must have somehow misread the recipe. There's a second orange tree on the other side of the palace, so we should be able to get a second netherite block and everything will be fine. Talk about a nasty last minute surprise though. Here we are. We've reached the orange tree that we destroyed earlier, and now we find our netherite block. There we go. Right, there we go. 6 more dark steel, which then makes another dark steel block, and then we can finally make the dark steel slabs. We do also need 4 nocturnal amethysts, but these are really easy to craft. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at long last, we can assemble the Podium of Purgatory. Before we go and fight the Fel King, we're going to have one minor adjustment to our gear, which is applying gems to our Ace of Iron. We'll throw in our perfect gem of the Warlord and 2 flawless ballast gems. We'll use our final champion coins to purchase the Tainted Talisman. Alright everybody, 50 hours of gameplay have led up to this moment. It's time for us to take on the Fel King. Oh, and he's already activated our armor's life-saving ability. I'm just going to eat an enchanted golden apple because I have no idea how he did that much damage to us. Let's just rush in and get some huge hits in on him. And we're just completely stuck. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. And he's already dead! We've won! I'm not gonna lie, guys, when he basically insta-killed us on the spot, I was pretty concerned, but thankfully that was just a little blip. We have defeated the Fel King. He dropped us 2 tablets of ascension, which can be used to make the very best armor sets in the game. And there we go, we have completed the main quest line of the game. We've worked our way up from nothing and defeated every single main quest boss. Thank you all so much for watching this video. These 50-hour ones take a very long time to make, so I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And with all of that being said, I'll see you all next time. Peace!